Hello, hello, one and all. Welcome back to CD Circuito Desafiante. Welcome, Rev, especially first time here watching Tier 2. I'm glad you didn't get scared off by what we saw this weekend. This weekend was a very odd one in LTA South. Very, very hit or miss, to say the least. But you know what? I like the attitude. You live in Greece, everything's possible here. Well, that's kind of the mindset we have in CD as well, here in Brazil Tier 2. Anything's possible down here. That's it. Full Fearless. The format's slightly different. So we are best of threes in CD right from the get-go. It is full Fearless. So the drafts, yeah, we should see weirder things. But to be honest, we haven't seen anything too spicy in CD, I don't think. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I don't think we've got any crazy drafts, pretty much. Ooh, we just saw Red Academy on the screen. Doom started this last weekend. So that means Aegis is playing today. Oh, no. Aegis will be playing this week, right? Actually, is Red even playing this week? Hold on. They are not. Yeah, I was thinking about it. I was like, wait, I don't think Red actually played. They play next week. Damn. I want to see Aegis and Grifter just smash everybody here in CD. That'd be hilarious. It was one of the fixtures of all times. Oh, I'm sorry to hear you're not feeling well. I hope you get better soon. But yeah, no, it's chill. It's chill. Yeah, that... I feel kind of bad too, because we're hyping up like how high kill counts we usually get in LTA South, or like how much action we get. Even if we get slow early games, it's usually more explosive mid games, but that one was just really weird. And then the next day, on Sunday, we had actually good matches where teams were scrapping pretty much like 24/7, so a little bit unfortunate. But we did get the other new person, one of the other new people, new on-air talent on broadcast this week. We got both Rev and TDS was on Sunday. So, yeah, I'm glad to see the former CBLOL English LTA South community now is growing. Always good to see more of us on. Yeah, TDS got all the luck. Yeah, he got some really good matches. Not gonna lie, I thought I got lucky too. I thought the Leviathan Fluxy W7M series was going to be a really bad one. Like, on paper, Fluxy W7M was just going to get wiped by Leviathan, but damn, Fluxu showed up, and I'm glad for that. I hate writing off teams in the league. If we ever get you and TDS on the same desk. Yeah, I think partially it'll also explode because you have both colors, right? One of you would have to flex the play-by-play. Or we just get a very colorful rainbow cast. Standings, as it stands right now, what is kind of interesting as well is that it's not exactly like we finished one entire round. I think some teams will actually be on 5 games when other teams are still on 3 games. If I recall correctly how some of it goes. Like, I don't know if Rise is playing this week. Okay, they're playing tomorrow, so that's fine. Yeah, because Corinthians are playing today. Kaboom will be on 5 games when Rise is on 3 games. I don't know how they decide the schedule, but yeah, it gets a little bit wonky at times. So the schedule is slightly deceptive because of games yet to play. Yo, just chill on the fights. Yeah, I could see that working. I could see that working. That'd be interesting. You gossip about them after. Yeah, did you see that guy? Like, did you see Tinon's just missing all his skill shots there? I don't know how I play with Tinon's. Tinon's and Robos actually had a great weekend. Their Sunday game especially was really, really good. Yeah. Okay, our first match today actually. Engage. Don't be about it. What engage? Did you see the attempt? Like they didn't even engage. They just walked into each other. You know. Okay. First match today is Los versus Kaboom. This is an interesting one for some of the old heads because both these teams were actually CBLOL orgs, and they, out of all the CD teams, they actually maintained most of their tier 1 players. So how's C's Hirit? I mean, well, Hirit's a name and a half to be in tier 2. My goodness. Damage. All these guys are tier 1 players, so Kaboom managed to maintain most of them. Los Grandes managed to keep Super Clever as well, who promoted last year. Frankly, had an amazing split, and is now back down here. Natuno and Cabby as well with the bot lane in the past for Los Grandes. It's actually kind of interesting. This isn't the same Los... The closest comparison I could find for this Kaboom Los Grandes matchup was actually back in 2024. But you can see the rosters are slightly different. Like, how is this here? Natuno was actually on Kaboom at the time instead of Los Grandes. Yeah, Cabby is Sunghyun, so he was on the rosters too. And this split, they went 1-1. So Yeah, kind of interesting that former CB LoL teams are now playing CD. This is like actually what should be a CB LoL match. Now, both the teams are in slightly different situations. Los Grandes, frankly, didn't look amazing. They have had split weeks. Their loss to Red Academy is frankly a travesty. I'm sorry, Red Academy just aren't. Like, Red Academy are middle of the pack team. Los Grandes should be a top tier team. Like, props to Red Academy. They played incredibly well in that series, but also Los is looking a little bit lost, which was their brand last year in Split 2. So that was with BRTT on the roster, and I think having such a Brazilian legend on the team can sometimes distort comms and sort of like the dynamic of the team. Kaboom, on the other hand, oh, okay, they started with Los, yeah. MG's a new player on this roster. He's actually been doing pretty well. Korean import into Tier 2, which is not super common in Brazil, but I'm actually really liking that they're importing into Tier 2 rather than straight to Tier 1. He's actually been pretty good. But the problem with Los as a whole right now is just that they feel very like they don't have a clear game plan. I don't want to say that they're disjointed, because they do engage together sometimes, but their macro is just not there, weirdly enough. And I say weirdly enough because when I look at the players on that team, like Steiner was good on Fury Academy. Super Clubber's got a pretty good map awareness. Yeah, but they're struggling. Kaboom, on the other hand, had a bad week 1. Partially also because they were facing Corinthians in their first match, and Corinthians is the top team right now by a decent margin. But last week they looked really good. They're starting to come back in. It's not just hand stiffing anymore, and they can hand stiff teams. They shouldn't hand stiff Los Grandes though, but yeah, that one should be more of a macro difference. Yeah. Kaboom's got a lot of good skill. Oh, here we go again. Okay, so this is one of my pet peeves in CD. For some weird reason this year, they are just they are hopping right into the drops. So we don't get to see the drops as they happen. Sometimes they don't even show us the pick order. It's like already in lane order by the time we see it. So we take our blessings where we can get them. Okay. Nefaria and Gwen, they're the new hot favorites for bans. Callista still being banned. We saw Callista fall through the cracks in LTA South. I actually don't think I think Varus is actually stronger than Callista right now. But what's even more interesting to me is the fact that Callista got banned, and we still don't see an AD carry pick up till like B3, which is kind of late in. That's not pick order, that's Jin. If this was Tuts, I would actually believe it. Tuts plays a lot of AD carry. I think Tuts did play Jin mid in the past. So somebody's played Jin mid in CB LoL in the past. I think it was Tuts, who's Furia's mid laner in LTA South right now. Okay, this is wild to me. We are first picking Ahri. Look, I don't get this. Like, Rod of Ages build, sure, like it feels good, but I just don't think it's first pick worthy. And then we give her Sedge Yone to the other side. That's wild to me. That's absolutely nuts. Okay, Wukong is a counter to Search we've seen before. I like the Varus pickup. If anything, I'd have liked to see the Varus pick up here instead of the Sejuani, because Maokai's on the table too. There's a lot of picks you can go for instead of Sejuani. He's not kind of like that unanswerable. Okay, and then we go Jin to match Varus. That's fine. We've been seeing quite a few Jins paired with the Yone. I actually kind of like it because you don't need a ranged like 80 carry, so you can go like Ashe or Jin, like more utility 80 carries when you pick Yone. And then we ban out Rumble. Oh yeah, Rumble made it all the way through again. Like, why not just Rumble here? Super Clipper's Rumble is good. I don't know why we're blinding Ahri for MG. Such a weird... Poppy just to stop or remove the risk of counter engage. Aurora ban, Gragas ban. Okay. I'm just thinking, where's this Gragas coming from? It's super random. But that's fine, I guess. We blind Jax, answer from Bessa. That's okay. I don't think Bessa is necessarily a counter to Jax, but it's not a bad pick either. Just two individual strong champions. And then we go Alistar here, blind. Where is Rel? Do we just not care about Rel anymore? And Rakan. Okay, that's fine. I'm liking this composition a lot better. It's got a lot stronger team fight. The scaling is not bad either with Yone Jax. Jax being hybrid damage is also kind of good, because if not, they're just overloaded in physical damage. They still have too much physical damage, but at least they've got a little bit of magic mixed in. The skilling from Jax to get into Ambessa later on is not bad either. So I actually think Kaboom has one dropped. Yeah, like significantly one dropped. Their team fight's a lot more comprehensive. They can still play for skirmishes pretty well. Great engage. Yeah, I think this is like a 4.5 comp. It's really, really good out of 5. Yeah. The only reason I'm not giving it 5 is because I don't think they have direct counters into the lane opponents necessarily. So the early game's still a little bit iffy for this composition. Yoni's gonna get shoved in. The side lanes are fine, but they kind of lose a little bit in the early game. Not huge. Los's comp is a lot more weird to me. You can teamfight with Wukong Varus alone, plus any support pretty much, and it's team fightable. But Ahri and Ambessa don't want to teamfight. So I don't know. Yeah, the solo lanes are just wanting to do their own thing. They're good at skirmishing, but the skilling for Ahri is not amazing. Ambessa doesn't really outskill Jax. I don't know, like this comp in isolation, I'd probably give like a 2.5 or yeah, 2.5 out of 5 would probably be where I put this comp. It's still got, you can still do things with it. You've got a lot of proactive abilities that can kick things off, I guess. Not terrible. But yeah, I heavily favor Kaboom's composition. And I think I favor Kaboom as a team too. Kaboom have been playing really, really well, and they've been getting better. Los, I don't know yet. I need to see how they perform today. If they perform poorly today, then yeah, I think at that point, I kind of got to give up hope on Los Grandes. Actually, do I have my tier list somewhere? I had a tier list I put up last week. I don't know what happened to it. Hello? Why are you so huge? Hold on a second. There we go. Man, that browser was so huge it went off the screen. I'm just trying to find my tier list from last week, which has seemingly vanished. Wait, it's actually gone. Damn. That's super annoying. Oh no, there we go. I found it. Yeah, I think here's my tier list from last week. Yeah, Los took a big hit by losing to Raid Academy. I think if they lose, depending on how they lose against Kaboom, they might fall lower. Like I don't expect them to beat Kaboom, but yeah. I do want him to put up a fight at least.
Nada a ver com isso, não quero saber nada quem é o que, só quero saber de narrar e ver o que eles vão apresentar. E a galera de casa já tem Summoner's Rift.
Let's see how this goes.
Vamos que vamos para esse primeiro confronto, estreando essa semana aí do Circuitão, primeiro jogo, primeiro dia. Vambora para Kaboom contra Luz.
Faltou o olá pessoal, Gruntar.
Olá pessoal, sejam todos muito bem-vindos.
Gruntar is so hype, man.
Esse jogaço entre Kaboom e Luz.
I've said this before, but one thing I really love about the Brazilian casters is they have energy. And they sound fun. Like, I don't know what they're saying, but they sound like they're having a lot of fun.
A nossa quarta semana do Circuitão.
Oh, excuse me.
Aí, de olho pra ver se vai ter alguma invasão tardia. Aparentemente não, tá todo mundo longe. Vai ficar só na movimentação dos caçadores inicial mesmo. Opa, calma aí, falei cedo demais. A Kaboom tá se juntando, hein? Mas o Mineiro vai ficar de olho, ele pode ver o que a galera tá aprontando aí, ó.
É Mineiro ou é Minas Gerais?
Invading already from Kaboom.
Porque não é o estado que tá jogando, é um cara.
Ué, mas MG é sigla do estado, né? Sigla
Mas é
do
um
Mineiro.
cara de onde ele mora.
It is kind of scary. Like, Kaboom's comp can actually look to invade. Los don't have a lot of level 1 strength.
Eu tô ligado.
Eu acho muito legal.
Early game? I mean, we always watch the junglers for early game because they make ganks. But there is a bit of a mismatch in that Sejuani's a lot better at ganking pre-6 than Wukong is. Other than that, the lanes are pretty even, I think. Mid lane, Ahri obviously, range into melee matchup, will have push prio and poke
O
prio.
cara que não sabe o que essas duas letras juntas significam, agora sabe.
Ô, Colasso, antigamente a gente tinha que narrar o cara cheio de números, né?
pô.
No nome. Agora é sigla.
I just find it funny when supports just blow abilities level 1 for fun.
Eu acho que vocês têm que fazer.
I mean, by the time you don't really hard command level 1 anyways. So by the time you hit level 2, your mana is regen. But then it kind of goes for health too, so this feels a little bit unnecessary. Adding stats, I guess.
É que na época dele, MG não era São Paulo, né?
Era tudo junto.
Que isso. Eu não vou repetir o que eu escutei, não. Eu achei
Não,
pesado.
vou deixar quieto também. Vambora, vambora. O jogo tá rolando, a gente tá vendo a pressão do time da Kabum ali na bot lane.
That's kind of nutty. Here it zoned out super clever from pretty much the entire first wave. And that should be a 2-wave stack. Or 1.5 wave stack. Some of it gets killed by the minions.
Vai sofrendo nesse comecinho de partida. Aqui na parte central, é o esperado também que o House vá tomar um pouquinho de pressão, né? Mas também ele tá singelamente na frente do farm, então tá...
We're starting to see this a lot, where the early game gets really stale. Just because there's no more lane swaps anymore, so it is what it is. I have very mixed feelings about lane swap. I mean, as a color, I've always appreciated the strategy of lane swaps. Having the option has always been nice. But like as a viewer, I did get kind of sick of the lane swap meta. Ironically, as boring as lane swaps were, they actually gave casters more to talk about than regular setup lanes. Like normal setup lanes like this tends to be really passive to like level 3, level 4. Hot take? Is it that hot to take? Okay. Oh, hot take. Your hot take. Lane swaps went over. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that is kind of a hot take. Okay, that's kind of true, yeah. I think at least here in tier 2, well, when we saw lane swaps last year in CB LoL Academy, it was interesting because yeah, they screwed it up a lot. Even in CB LoL last year, or even in LTA South Split 1, a lot of them didn't do the lane swaps right. So yeah, there was a lot to talk about, like where they screwed up. That's true. That's fair. I wonder if it would be more boring if you were casting like LCK or LPL, because they just do it right every single time, right? G2 usually screwed them up. That's funny, because G2 was the team that actually kicked off this stupid lane swap meta in the first place. I would have thought they figured it out by now. I do remember when they first kicked it off, it was really weird and sloppy, but other teams didn't know what they were doing, so it was like, we'll drag you down to our level and beat you with experience, because we started doing it first, we know a little bit more. Yeah. I mean, that's why I think a lot of viewers consider it boring, because it takes away the 1v1 and 2v2 skill expression as well. But at the same time, like for casters, it gave us more to talk about for sure, especially color casters. Yeah, I remember like analyzing the way they did lane swaps. Brazil, LTA South, sorry, did some really weird stuff with lane swaps, where instead of swapping, okay, so lane swaps is really like you swap the lanes, right? And then bot and top. And then sometimes, and then your jungler kind of goes to reinforce a lot of times. Occasionally, your top laner would be homeless and go and help the jungler for a little bit. But LTA South did this weird thing, and I remember Pain Gaming specifically, Weiser did it, where Weiser got displaced from his top lane because he couldn't handle the 1v2. He went and he sat mid lane, and then we had the setup for Pain was 0-2-2, and they were red side. I can't remember the team they're against was like 2-1-1 and jungler. And because of that, they ended up falling so far behind because Weiser couldn't pick up CS, and he screwed Dinkido as well because they sat 2 people mid lane. It was so funny. They still came back, but it was... I can't remember if they won or lost. I know they still came back in the mid game, but it was dumb. Okay. Good gank from C's. The timing's really good on that, actually, because you get the... I'm a bit surprised that Skinner was not in the area, because now you get the extra damage. You get Pry on the stop side, on paper. If you can keep MG here, that's free farm for House. If you can. I mean, taking damage there is very much not ideal. Hey, Trajan! How's gang? Checking in? Let's go. I saw your LCA fantasy team. The house, was it House Club or something like that? That's funny. I appreciate your continued loyalty to House. You're not last place. You're in the middle of the pack, weren't you? You're like right behind me. There are people below you. I'll take a look at the LTA fantasy stuff in between games. Usually during the pauses, that's what I do. Oh, that's what I did last week, I guess. And then we can see who screwed you as well, Trajan. Can you see other people's picks? I'm curious. I know Lunar's at the top of the table. Did well. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I screwed me too. I got screwed by Snaker. Sneaker like basically evened out to a 0. Yeah, I think IE right now is a bit of a trap. I was shocked by their week 1 performance. It's terrible. I don't know what's going on with them. We'll see if like they might just become bait, a trap. Leviathan's kind of bait too. Like even though they have wins, their stats are kind of bad. Oh, insta cleanse from Skuro. I don't think it was necessary, but it looks cool. Yeah, really good from Kaboom, by the way. Top side, we didn't talk about it, but they grabbed all 3 grubs after forcing out Sheena because Sheena was late. And they didn't lose out Dragon as well, so Kaboom can actually just rotate for Drag now. Especially if Skuro and Damage can get some poke down. You can even burn the curtain call to get Prio. It's worth. Bro, I'm still higher than you. You didn't realize this fantasy and never got in. Oh, it's fine. You can still get in. It's okay. Like missing the first round is not the end of the world. So yeah, you should get in. We're trying to run like an LTA South only pick one, but I don't know if we decide to change the rules because unfortunately you can't pick like different players for different leagues, right? So yeah. We thought Lev would look better against what you thought were games they could flex with. For sure. I mean, the Fluxo W7M1 especially. Like, but props to Fluxo. I was really impressed with him. I was just saying earlier before I got here, I was actually really happy because I thought that game was going to be an absolute flop burger. Like, I was kind of in the back of my head thinking, okay, this might be like a 20-minute win. Like, we might get the fastest game of the split right here. But no, Fluxo showed up huge and we got a giga long game. Yeah. I'm happy. I mean, when you think about the fact that, was it 60% of that team, of the current splits team, was just playing here in Tier 2, last split. Or last year, pardon me. Sorry, the desync between the 3 splits of Tier 1 and the 2 splits of Tier 2 it keeps trolling me. My head's still used to thinking of 2 splits each, and that they're synced up. Okay, this is why I did not promise kills in Tier 2. We've been seeing these really low kill score games in Tier 2, especially between CBLOL teams, or teams that were formerly in CBLOL. They're playing a lot more carefully than I would have expected in the past. In fact, the fact that Kaboom didn't actually go for Dragon surprises me. They've had Prio down here for a bit. No meio do mapa tá o Damage junto com o Sanrion. Vai ficar 2 contra 2 ou melhor, não vai ficar nada porque os dois times vão só recuar. I guess they can afford to play a bit slow. Netuno is winning though. Let's go. Netuno has not had a great split so far. So, I mean, they played 4 games. I think Netuno's been invisible in like 3 of them. I think his laning stats haven't been great either, actually. Let me take a look at his laning stats. Well, absolutely nothing is happening on the Rift. These teams are just way too happy to sit in their lanes right now and wait for the power spikes. Okay, Netuno gold difference at 15 is 4th from the bottom, -96. So, not terrible, but not great either. Os dois times estão jogando mais passivamente, não estão buscando tantas jogadas assim, tirando aquela movimentação inicial para vacilar. In contrast, Skuro's actually top for gold difference at 15 right now, 322. That's a surprise. Like, no knock on Skuro, he just... Yeah, I mean, Netuno was like supposed to be a hot prospect. Okay, first blood. Let's go. Sagan, Cavi stolen! Cavi! Your support! To be fair, it was Ignite, but... Okay. And those are gonna get grubs for this. That's nice. Yeah, Sanghyun is Cappy. He just switched to his actual name for some reason. I've been trying to get used to calling him Sanghyun, but I tend to call him Cappy out of habit. Okay. House ulted in and immediately got burst out. I don't know what's happening anymore. Kaboom were doing so well last week, and then this game, the grubs rotation was good, and then they didn't go for Dragon. Then Seas gets randomly picked off, and then now How is this randomly full sends?
Só revertendo a narrativa.
I have
Mas
many
a
questions.
bala besteira,
I have many
depois dando
questions.
caôzinho pra dizer que
Não,
tava
mas a
certo.
parada é que assim, não ficou tão ruim, não. Foi brincadeiras à parte, porque os dois abates ficaram pro Sanhão. Ele tinha pego o abate na primeira jogada, aqui ele também pegou o abate, né, nessa segunda jogada que vai vir na sequência. Então, assim, o ouro que a equipe da Loas conseguiu, tirando as vastilarvas, né, que as vastilarvas...
Like, surely you let damage.
Ficou tudo na mão do suporte.
O lance é o TP.
Oh, okay.
Esse TP foi crucial.
Yeah,
Do Mineiro,
that's not very good. That felt like a desync between damage and house. Ideally, as the owner, you want to follow up. You don't want to be primary engaged unless you can find perfect flag position. But damage was like running out, getting ready to
Não é
actually set up for a
primeira vez
run-in.
que a gente faz jogos aqui,
And House
especificamente
didn't
nós três
follow the rest of his
juntos,
team.
E aqui o fica pro carry. E o Damage sabe disso muito
Okay.
bem. Porque no nosso
Unfortunate.
histórico...
But it's
Mas
not the end of the
enfim,
world.
assim como a gente comentou quando isso aconteceu, agora fica muito na
Grubs
mão
got
do Sanguinho
split
de
3-3.
conseguir distribuir esses recursos que ele conseguiu captar pelo mapa, né? A gente sempre fala muito sobre isso. Ser mais presente.
Oh, one thing we didn't mention, the skilling for Jin this game is actually not bad. Holy MG.
O Mineiro consegue causar
Damn.
muito dano ali. O
Got ran.
House, o Stinner chegou, mas vai só bater na sentinela.
Skilling for Screw is actually not terrible in this game. There's not a lot of tanks on the other side, so...
Meu
Olha o
Deus!
ultimate, escuro sai que purificar.
Ooh.
Conseguiu! E mais um que vai sair
Okay,
do
Los,
alma.
I see y'all.
Foi crucial do
They still got hands.
do
They woke up
Netuno
from last
e do
week.
Escuro, né? O Escuro saiu do range de auto-ataque com esse flashzinho lateral ali e era mais um auto-ataque e o Escuro não sairia com vida. Precisou
Okay.
gastar.
I do think
pra sair
Kaboom
dessa
needs to start being more
perseguição.
proactive. The last couple of plays have been all
Jogador
Los
chegou muito
focused
próximo,
or
né? Quase que acabou,
Los
conseguiu
initiated.
eliminar o MG lá
Kaboom
do
are in a
Mineiro,
decent
agora
power spike right now, and the Rod of Ages hasn't fully charged up.
Cara,
Netuno's still sitting on a tier.
Não sei se ele quer essa
Need to
briga, não,
punish.
tá
Need to punish
muito-
now.
Não tem ninguém perto dele, só agora o Sanguion tá chegando.
Junior's been having a very quietly strong game.
Mano, Hirit contra o Super Kleber. Super Kleber vai só pulando pra um lado pro outro, não vai dar em nada aquilo ali não.
Só pra eu concluir um pouco a Damage.
Damage foi encontrado, tem dois
Vai sair,
jogadores
ó,
em
Raça.
cima
Yeah, see,
dele,
once again,
então
like, Kaboom's just on the back foot.
consegue facilmente vazar.
Damage is just trying to ward his own jungle,
Tá bom, Los.
and Los
Tá
is
bom,
aggressively
vou
pushing
tentar
up.
falar.
Like, where's the pressure?
Consegue.
O Sanguion agora tá fazendo um bom trabalho de se movimentar por esse mapa, distribuindo muito bem as sentinelas, e era exatamente sobre isso que eu tava falando. Em relação a
It's kind of frustrating me more too, because House is actually on the right side of the map to make these plays right now.
Então, beleza,
He's called
tá
Blade
dando
of the Ruin
suporte,
King.
mas
Like,
o
you're
Blade também
kind of in a bit of...
situação,
You
usando
hit
o seu
a-
pra acelerar a sua
the start of your
itemização
power
e,
spike. You can make something happen.
também conseguir passear, ser mais presente pelo mapa,
And the laning
colocar
doesn't
mais sentinelas
exactly
auxiliando,
favor
assim, o
y'all.
seu time a ganhar
Like,
mais
Los is
fácil
getting
e
the
facilitar
biggest
um pouco
lead
a
from
vida do
laning
time.
in the bot lane
Eba!
matchup.
Aê, foguetinha, conseguiu o comentário inteiro. Ó, o China tá invadindo a selva, mas ele foi visto. O problema é que... Não. Não, ele não tá invadindo nada, ali é a selva dele. Ele tá na selva dele, mas ele foi visto pela Kabum, era isso que eu queria dizer.
Beleza. Conseguiu também, cara. Parabéns.
Ah, moleque.
O Stinner foi realmente visto, mas
I know.
tudo bem, foi visto.
I think we're just gonna keep seeing them laning and laning and laning and
Dos
laning
Minions, o Netuno tá chegando por aqui. É
until
um
they hit like
grupo
2
meio
items.
grudado, né? Os times
Sim.
não conseguem
Like, both
armar
teams
uma
seem pretty
jogada
content to just sit
assertiva.
back.
A equipe da Kabum tá com um passo à frente nas proezas.
CD,
Dois
LCK.
passinhos ali nas proezas de monstros neutros. A Luz tem 2 abates
Hashtag
nas
not
proezas
my CD.
de guerrilha, né? Nos abates. Porém, faltam 2 segundos pro Arauto. E aí
Okay,
tá
fight for
todo
Herald,
mundo aqui na
Kaboom.
parte de cima. Os 2 atiradores não têm flash. E olha a equipe da Kabum.
Austin's just sitting in the pit like he's a
Vai
clone.
tomar, o China tá colado neles. O House vem chegando só agora. Lá de trás
Oh,
explode
they get
o
picked
ultimate.
again.
O problema é que o Damage já foi eliminado e o Sizzy também
Yeah, it just feels like Kaboom's on the back foot again with the engage.
enorme, a galera da Lua.
Like, they're not in position.
Vem, vem,
Ah, they're gonna get
vem.
wiped.
Daqui o
Holy.
Hirit também não sai, ele tenta
CD is so weird this year. Like, all the expectations go out the window. Every week, teams look so different from how they looked the week before. It's crazy.
O Stinner só esperando o momento de puxar
Okay, I'm-
o gatilho e dito e
It's
feito,
technically not GG, but it
essa
kind of
foi
feels like it the way
final.
Kaboom's playing.
Ele tava esperando o MG
Look at the collapse too. Look at where everybody is. It starts out with Kaboom thinking they have the collapse, but it's actually Los who get more members here faster. Because, okay, Skuro's curtain call does help out, but it's not the same as him, you know, being in there and actually being able to choose targets. So rough.
É, meu amigo.
And most importantly, the two made the catch were Seize and Damage, who ironically have no damage.
Pegaram o objetivo, pegaram esses abates. Eles estão...
So even though they
pra
found
eles,
a single member, they found
eles
Sanghyun, they weren't able to
foram
actually do anything to
4
him.
eliminações nessa briga.
E é curioso, né? Porque
Yikes.
o que a gente tá vendo aqui é que a Lô só tá melhor coordenada do que a Kabum pra esses momentos importantes do jogo. Não é, assim, um grande erro, não é uma grande jogada tirada da
That's
cartola,
a
mas
big
eles só estão
not
mais
great.
preparados nos momentos em que eles precisam chegar mais rápido, auxiliar os seus companheiros de maneira mais rápida. A gente viu no replay o tempo que o Super Kleber levou pra chegar naquela luta e que o Hirit já tava, ou melhor, que o Super Kleber demora pra chegar, mas
6
mesmo
kills
assim,
down.
o seu
Kaboom
time
are
já
not
tinha
even on the
conseguido
board yet whatsoever.
abater todo mundo. Então, assim, eles só estão mais
At this point, I'm kind of not even sure where they look for. Like, if they just gank with C's, I'm not confident they secure kills. Maybe if they can blow MG's Spirit Rush first? Maybe? I don't think they can kill Super Clever with the gank. And we're still seeing this Karuna 2-0 matchup.
Estão conseguindo se encontrar com mais facilidade do que a Kabum.
A cobrança chegando aqui na parte de baixo. São dois jogadores mais áreas, mais o Varus que tá chegando e com isso eles dominam a parte inferior porque o dragão tá surgindo. E se o dragão ficar pra equipe da... Eu ia falar que se o dragão fica as proezas também, mas caíram a torre, então a proeza ficou de qualquer jeito.
Perfeito. Caiu a torre, as botas com upgrade já estão no time da Lois. Eles vão fazer não só a torre do bot, como vão fazer esse primeiro dragão.
Give me more blood. It's so quiet.
O dragão do jogo tá
And now, yeah, I think because Kaboom fell behind, we might see even less kills now.
O Cis tá fechando.
Because yeah, Kaboom just doesn't want to fight them.
Super Kleber vai lutar pra cima do Hirit. Castigou
Like,
muito.
here it's dying just trying to take this turret.
Vazou, deixou o Hirit pra lá. Hirit teve que pular pra longe, e ainda assim vai saindo vivo.
Meu Deus, será que vai ter alguma...
You get it, but they're probably going to lose their own turret in exchange.
Aqui na parte central, o Netuno gastou absolutamente tudo pra sair do damage e do escuro aqui no meio.
Pois é, teve uma jogada aqui no meio, né? O Netuno tá com a vida detonada, gastou o seu feitiço. Escuro abre o time.
Okay, Netuno, nice.
Snipado, Netuno!
Not gonna lie, I don't. That kind of came out of nowhere, but okay.
Um pouquinho mais tranquilo.
Kills a kill.
acertou a primeira bala, tomou a lentidão, já era.
That's kind of weird.
Como é que a Kabum tá presente no jogo.
Kaboom are finally on the board. Let's go.
Nessa movimentação, conseguiram ter um lá em cima, conseguiram ter
Still
um
really
aqui
far behind,
embaixo,
though.
conseguiram abate no mid. De pouquinho em pouquinho, com esses objetivos, eles vão...
And the power trough is going to end soon for Los Grandes. They're actually about to hit their 2 item power spikes. Rod of Ages almost completed. Mana Immune almost mirror mana as well.
Muito importante agora.
I think
esse
one more wave and
Guardião
it's
do
there.
Escuro, ele vai conseguir fechar o seu segundo item, então também tira um pouco da força que o Netuno estava conseguindo aplicar. Legal pra eles esse momento, captaram bastante torres, como vocês falaram, então assim, estão tentando voltar nesse jogo, estão tentando voltar a ser presente. E a gente sabe que o macro pode falar muito alto.
There we go. If you can't 2-man Super Clever, 3-man him.
Dele ser eliminado pela jogada da Kabum.
He doesn't have public execution to get out this time.
Pick-off do outro. A diferença de ouro diminuiu bastante. Até pedir pro comandante poder botar na tela, se puder, aquele gráfico do ouro pra galera ver a diferença. Bem na torre, Netuno tá por ali, o Shiner solta esse arauto, mas a Kabum vem chegando, ainda assim a torre caiu e fica realmente vai comprar. Vem o Shiner, faz um bom ultimate, o damage tá fazendo o que pode, mas vai ser flechado até a morte. Garante o abate o time da Lois.
Hey, we're actually getting a bit of a game.
At
least they're not just giving this up for free.
Aí o damage que foi pego nessa situação esquisita ali no meio do caminho. A Kabum, na real, fez o melhor da situação, porque a partir do momento em que o damage tomou o engage, tanto o escuro quanto o Cis...
Just when it looked like Kaboom was coming back into it,
tchau, tchau,
gets bounced out.
Você, porque a gente não tem por que
Los are still able to find the
ceder
kills.
mais
Fine
abates
action.
da Luz.
Teve um breve momento que recuperou bem a Kabum ali, mas a Lois já voltou.
Yeah, because of the Jax and Bessa that got picked in the top lane, but pushing is a lot harder for these two teams, so it feels like they're sitting back a lot just waiting for objectives. They're not. I mean, they're pushing out waves, but it ends up being ping-ponged back and forth, so like there's no significant gains from this pushing yet.
500 de ouro que eles recuperaram. Tá aí no ouro total, Netuno, MG,
Especially now the outer charts are
três
down.
principais aí na partida,
Chips
né,
passing in the
os
night.
mais ouro. E o Netuno, que pegou 3 abates já, Varus já com 2 itens fechados, com a Mana Mune estacada, é um ponto, pô, delicia pra esse Varus. e flash do escudo.
Eu tô vendo o
Good
chat
flash.
aqui e tá uma loucura, porque sai uma jogada da louça do
Yeah,
mundo
forcing
fala,
that auto
"Nossa,
scroll
a
early is
Louça
actually kind of
De
key.
repente a Kabum faz uma boa jogada. Aí o chat, não, a Kabum voltou pro jogo. Aí de repente
I think
a
Screw's gonna have
Louça,
problems
não,
in
mas a
Nick's
Louça
Dragon fight when it comes
Galera,
up.
calma, tá pegado mesmo. Tem uma questão de que a Kabum tá tentando jogar esse mapa, a Loz tá executando muito bem a sua composição, e a Kabum tá tentando achar esses pick-offs, tentando encaixar algumas jogadas muito específicas.
Why are we
que é a
just
forma
playing
como
for
eles têm
ambush
de
here?
recuperar um pouco o ouro, até porque
Like, I'm not sure what Los is looking for right there. Baron hasn't spawned yet. Atakan's access from the top side, not from the middle river, so...
certos pra conseguir encaixar o seu jogo.
Kind of feels like they're wasting time a little bit.
Tá sendo caçado o Hirit, mas a Kabum tá
Ele tem
próxima.
suporte.
Vem chegando o Cis e o Damage, é um 4 contra 3.
Okay, public execution with. Doesn't matter. Yeah, once again, Los are just there faster. They pull the trigger quicker. This entire game has just felt like Kabum is half a step behind everything.
E não só o Hirit caiu,
And now that should be
Damage
Atakan.
caiu também na lateral da jogada, Gruntar. Foi
I don't think there's a
terrível
realistic
e
chance of
o
Kabum trying to
suporte
stop or steal
por
this.
nada, por absolutamente nada, a equipe da Loz vai jogando muito bem e por mais que a Kabum esteja brigando, eu sinto que quem tá mandando, quem está comandando
Did MGTP?
o jogo é a equipe da Loz. E tá aí, como
He must have, yeah.
o
So the MGTP call is, I think, a big difference maker.
fecharam o Hirit, e aí eu tô gostando muito do jogo do Sangyeon, cara. Olha, ele para dois jogadores.
Yeah, they're just moving
ele vai
faster,
ganhar
Los is.
todo o controle
Kaboom is way too content, in my opinion, to just sit back and try and scale back into the game. Like, I get it, but also you can't afford to do that. You have good skilling with Yone, Jax. Jin won't fall off that hard this game because you're not dealing with like hyper tanks on the other side. But you still need to be actively looking for pressure. Instead, like, Los just gets to pick what they want to do and they just overload one side, no problem.
Porque ele tá se posicionando muito bem. Foi um ponto que a gente destacou na hora do draft, né? Que era o único alvo mais fácil da Kabum conseguir chegar e no final das contas, então ele precisaria ter cuidado para se posicionar, mas também tem que estar presente, tem que virar dano.
That's only second Drake for Los.
De maneira inteligente e ele tá conseguindo fazer isso muito bem.
It's kind of whatever.
Não à toa
Low
tá aí com
takes this
100%
game.
de participação nesses abates.
4 abates, tá muito forte esse Varus e ele tá sim se posicionando muito bem. Eu concordo contigo, Fogueta. Mesmo porque a galera da Kabum não arma a jogada, né? Eles não estão conseguindo armar aí uma situação de combate. Saiu no ultimate o
Didn't even matter that Netsuno misses ult.
pra Lois, tá tudo certo. Eles vão agora
They just keep pressuring. Yeah, Kaboom's just kind of dying. There we go. That's a proactive play. That's what you want to see. Even with Spirit Rush up, I think it's up. MG couldn't do anything there.
pra fechar, hein? Eles vão fechar no meio do caminho.
Chegaram no Sangyeon, só que ele
They don't have two of the big team fight ultimates though on this chase.
A galera da Kabum persegue, eles querem fazer esse churrasco. Vamos ver se vão conseguir. Chegou o Netuno por ali, jogou duas flechinhas. E o Sangyeon
Okay.
tá saindo. O Alistar escapando.
Sangyeon still has flash too.
Tá vivaço!
Tá vivaço, salvo.
Yeah, it's a bit hard for Kaboom there. They blew two big ultimates on a single pick onto MG. I mean, you need to do it to try and get gold back in the game. Problem is, it was up against a G8 or Puff of Life. Yeah, so you only get, what, 200 gold? And then Los get the tempo reset, so they're hidden tempo from it.
Isso. É, a vida falsa.
That's mid, inner, and top inner that went down. That series of plays.
É o jogo do Steiner, né? Ele tá conseguindo sempre estar muito presente nos times em que ele precisa.
Yeah, this
E
is
a
getting
gente
a
vê
lot
que
worse
essa
for Kaboom.
coordenação que eu comentei lá no comecinho da Loz, que parece que tá um pouco
Funny thing is, they
funcionando
actually
melhor,
have lots of
muito
ways to
parte
potentially find a
é
gank.
justamente que a gente
They just need to
imagina
actually
que
do it.
ele esteja propondo, né? Aquela jogada nas Vast Lives em que ele ficou escondido. Agora essa entrada um pouco
Good
mais
Scryer,
violenta,
some
porque
MG.
ele foi pra rota do topo, já sabendo que o time dele tinha condições de responder, conseguir
Here it
vencer
could,
uma luta.
yeah, here it needs to back
Ele sempre tá
desperately. He doesn't have TP. If he gets locked in the bot lane with MG, MG's TP comes up a lot
E
sooner.
também sempre tá no timing exato em que o seu time vai estar pronto pra conseguir lutar por um
And against the Ahri as well, it's kind of
Respondeu
tough for Jax to
bastante,
actually get any
acabou de fazer
meaningful
bom push
damage.
pro top ali agora também. Então é um outro
It's hard for
cara
Ahri to
que
force
jogou
out the
muito bem
Jax,
feito
but
nessa
she
luta.
just needs to
E
hold
eu
the lane and she's got
imagino
wave
que
clear,
neste
so...
caso aqui ele seja o grande responsável por essa coordenação toda estar dando certo.
Eu vi uma parada que o pessoal do chat falou, é que a Loz tá jogando consciente. E eu concordo 100% disso. O Steiner tá muito bem. Você falou que o Netuno tá com 100% de participação. O Steiner também tá com 100% de participação. Então, a Loz não tá dando assim, ponto sem nó, não tá dando um passo a
I don't think
mais
we're
ou
gonna get a
passo errado
Leviathan-esque
nesse
E a gente tem que
comeback
levar em
from
consideração
Kaboom,
que não é um jogo lá
unfortunately.
muito fácil pra ele,
They,
né?
they
Que ele é o
technically
quê?
have a
Capaz
count
de
for
ser
it. Like with Yone, you can never
desde,
count them out,
né?
but
Porque o Alistar tá acompanhando e travando a entrada do
Yeah.
resto do time, mas o
I
cara
don't
que
know.
tem que agressivar, que
Just
tem
not
que ir pra
sold by
cima
what I'm
é
seeing from them so
exatamente
far.
esse Wukong. E eles, a Kabum tem armas pra tentar travar essa movimentação. Então
E
ele
ele tá
só tá
sendo-
sabendo usar muito bem.
Ele
And
tá
which-
sendo
yeah,
muito-
true,
muito
with Jax too.
inventivo na forma com que ele chega numa fight, né? Com que ele consegue setar.
I mean, so far here it's
nesse
not been
quesito.
able to split push
O mapa
whatsoever,
rodou,
or
Grutado.
meaningfully
Geral,
split push
aqui na
whatsoever.
parte central tinha uma pressão do House na parte
He keeps getting
inferior.
answered by the
Não
Ari
vai
instead.
dar nada nem no mid nem na parte de baixo. Já tem um Barão em jogo
Yeah,
na parte de cima.
Esse esquema do China é só você pensar naquela
Jin's
luta do
almost
Barão
got
que
the
ele
LDR,
escondido
the
dentro do
LDR
Instagram.
completed soon.
E a gente comentou nos Pix e Bans que se esse Wukong ele fica forte, é difícil de parar ele. Porque
The lane that
tem
I'm
uma
actually disliking the most for Kaboom when they're just trying to sit back and farm is the Skuro Natsuno matchup.
complicado agora pra galera da
Skuro has
Kabum
been losing
parar
that
o
really
Netuno
badly.
de um lado mandando flecha, o Wukong do outro segurando toda a sua backline, a Kabum vai ter que ser
Just can't match the item advantage that Natsuno has. Like
Like
you're running static shiv. Like for poke, it's kind of meh.
Ele rasga a armadura, ele também
Still,
ajuda o Super Kleber, ele
quite a bit of the
também
power is more on the
ajuda
wave
o
clear
Netuno.
side.
Então, o Wukong, além de causar dano, além de dar controle de grupo, além de ser chato por si só, ele ainda habilita os carregadores da lousa. Ainda é um problema.
Guys, I'm falling asleep right now
maior
again.
esse Wukong forte.
Gente,
This happened last week too.
vai
Oh my
voltar, gente,
goodness.
E na minha cabeça, eu já tava assim, putz, imagina.
Yeah, I think I much rather collector than static shiv. Like static shiv is fine. I'm not saying it's a bad item. I'm just saying that I think like when it comes to trying to handle the 1v1 situation, it's not beneficial for Jhin.
Lá na LTA tá muito maneiro.
Like Varus is much better at when I'm in power spike if he's running Ghostblade into your static
É
shiv.
um meme 100%, né?
Nossa,
And yeah, we're kind of well past that, so it just feels rough in the 1v1 situation. I personally like the collector build a bit more, but it does require you to actually skirmish, which isn't always which is frankly a lot of times what doesn't really happen in the current meta for your bot laners. So, ooh, C's able to actually seize that blue buff.
Porque a Loz com um controle inteiro de visão. Ah, é o sonho de uma área, é um sonho de um
The lethality from collector and Ghostblade just feel really good in the early game. It falls off for sure.
Porém, eles fazendo isso daqui, eles abrem a parte de cima do mapa e é pra lá que a Kabum tá indo, pra tentar fazer uma resposta, mas já tá
Kabum's pinging down on Baron. I don't think they have the ability to take it.
Vai dar no máximo tempo pra tirar as sentinelas do time da Loz e tentar armar o Marapuca. Eles estão fazendo o máximo que podem com a situação ruim que eles se enfrentam agora. Ponto de alma pra galera da Loz, muita diferença de ouro. Começou o Barão.
Damn, Lo's kind of being disrespectful.
Eu pensei que a Loz ia fazer essa movimentação.
Like they didn't drop okay, they wait so long to drop the blue trinket. Like what?
Já tá praticamente feito esse
I don't get this.
Barão, o China não entra, o Barão é feito pelo escuro. A galera da Loz vai perseguindo, Sanhão não quer deixar escapar.
Okay.
Lá atrás, dando dessa pra cima
You
do
get Baron, we get quad.
O segundo vem na sequência.
Yeah, they're getting smashed at Baron. Holy crap.
E passar o rodo na cabeça.
Okay, maybe it was actually a 5-hit move from Los there. They give the Baron to trap Kaboom in an unrunnable situation and then potentially end game from that.
Só sobrou o Hirit, e o Hirit vai fazer um singelo
Mobile
estrago
carry
aqui na
versus
parte
unfed
central,
Mbessa.
mas com os
Actually, yeah,
caras,
kinda true. I
com
mean,
os
because Zupa only has
protagonistas que
assists.
a gente vem chamando a atenção e vem conversando sobre.
Ah,
Sanguion foi
man,
de
that's
cara.
rough.
Foi ele tentar por um lado, pelo outro o Steiner.
It's funny, I kind of cool song to on one of the streams about these are champions like Mbessa and Cassante, where like they don't need that much gold to still be very, very annoying, and they can all seem to body 80 carries. But that's kind of their job, so yeah. Unfortunately, it's a coughing baby because there's no backup. In the 1v1, yeah, these top laners are basically hydrogen bombs. Here, just trying to split push desperately. It's the right call, but I mean, not ideal.
Ele deveria estar tendo espaços para conseguir.
Yeah, this game's kind of over for Kaboom. I don't see a way for them to come back in. Like, they got Baron and still got completely, well, not completely, almost completely wiped out. Only here it survived. Even with Baron buff, like, I don't think they can even hold these turrets.
Quando eles não conseguem fazer esse jogo tão dominante de mapa, em que ele tem esse split push, em que ele consegue trabalhar isso bem. Eles também me dão
And only Hirit has Baron buff too. So yeah, you see he just walked off that wave. I don't think that's right. I think you sit in the bot wave. You've got the Baron buff. You need it. Ooh. That's kind of painful. Like, I appreciate House trying to split push desperately right now, but I just don't know if that's the right call.
Eles vão tentar e agora vão chegar. Abrir o ultimate, o escuro e vai ter engage. Não vai ter nada, o ultimate é só pra dar um susto. Mas aí
Okay. He gets one inhibitor. They lost two. Not worth. With Baron, they can still fast recall too. Okay, not fast enough. Ooh. Caesar's just trying to stop them from recalling. It's fine now. Yeah, House is out. Let him go. Oh, did C's overextend? Ooh. I mean, I appreciate what Kaboom's trying to do. Okay, wait. Did they actually turn it? No. That was a really good up from House, though. That's a really good try. Damn, that chunk. Yeah. Pardon me. I like how Kaboom tried to find the engage. The idea was good. If they weren't so far behind, they might have been actually even able to make something. But yeah, as it stands, it's top inhib for bot inhibs. Bot and mid inhib. I think they can just 5-man brute force the top side as where Los Grandes. Let the supers do the work for you.
Mas aí eles não conseguem defender, né?
Porque eles só precisavam retardar o jogo. Tinha uma onda gigante com o House empurrando lá na parte superior.
Bem ou mal, eles perderam 2 inibidores. Eu sinto que a Kabum tirou o melhor do que podia da situação. Porque eles já estavam numa situação difícil. Eu acho até que o ouro diminuiu. O time da Kabum recuperou um pouquinho no ouro.
Pra mim, a parada toda...
Let's see if Kaboom even shows up for this dragon. I don't think they should. I think if Kaboom showed this dragon, they just get wiped and then the game's over.
Tinha o Baron empurrando junto com os minions e aí eles conseguiriam mais resistência e empurrar mais. Deu uma caída de fato, Gruntar. Deu uma diminuída nesse ouro, mas de forma alguma é o suficiente para remediar a vantagem da Luz.
Blue buff reset.
Vamos ver se a Kabum consegue mais umas jogadas desse tipo. Por enquanto a Luz continua controlando o jogo, controlando o território. Eles querem dragão. Esse dragão aí é a alma pra eles. Por isso a Kabum tá posicionada. A Kabum não quer deixar essa alma. O problema é que eles não têm visão. Eles vão ter que entrar dentro do rio sem enxergar nada. Coloca uma sentinela por ali.
Okay, Kaboom looks like they want to fight this. I really don't know if they do. Like, I feel like this could be so bad for Kaboom.
Garante o dragão e a alma pro time da Luz. Sangueon agora foi encontrado.
Yeah, they hit the clone. That's why Wukong's so good into Sedge. He just counters. Oh! They baited Skuro in! That was so well played from them. And look at Natuno's positioning. He is free-firing over the wall, like completely untouched. They literally can't do anything to him. Oh, nice flash. Oh, it's a slaughter. They get Natuno, but at what cost? Damn. Yeah, I think they just win off that. They've got double supers mid. Bot lane's almost going to be a double stack too. Once it hits that wave, it'll be a double stack. Okay, that's game. Really well played from Los Grandes. They look like day and night from last week. Kaboom, okay, Kaboom's individual play doesn't look terrible. They just look like they were sleeping a little bit in the early game, and they got punished for it. So, yeah, I think we could still see a game 3 if Kaboom just wake up a little bit in game 2. We saw them kind of waking up towards the end, so I have some hope that game 2 should be more competitive. But Los Grandes is very, very impressed with how they played that. I think who I'm most impressed with. I didn't see the post game. Like, in my head right now, I'm kind of leaning towards Natuno a little bit. I think Natuno on the Varus gave them a lot of lead and advantage. Stino did pretty well too. I think those are the two candidates right now in my head. I want to see the post games. Yeah, Natuno did work. Yeah. I do MVPs at the end of the series, so I'll wait to see those.
conseguiu
Hey, Lunar.
ser o top damage dessa composição, mas
How's
não
life?
tinha ângulo, não conseguia
Congrats on being the week 1 champ so far.
enquanto a Los Grandes, muito pelo contrário. A Los
I should probably post in the chat with the list of the list from the thing. You're doing terrible. Why? It's Monday. Why was they awful?
Assim, dominou na selva, dominou mesmo, jogaço dele. E esse duo aí.
If anything, I'd expect Trajan to find today awful. Having to watch House lose, unfortunately. When he's been doing so well last week too.
Como a Fogueta comentou durante o jogo, ele conseguiu distribuir pro resto do time a vantagem. Eu sinto que
Lions don't listen. Ah,
aí o time da Luz pegou uma vantagem que
Fair.
é meio que impossível pra galera da Kabum recuperar.
Sim, já foi, e é muito cedo isso no jogo, né?
Foi no
O
Arauto.
Arauto
sometimes I wonder
de
if
aparecer
people in
muito
general
cedo.
have gotten
Ele
worse,
já teve
like after COVID.
24
I don't know.
abates nessa jogada.
I blame everything. I don't want to blame everything on COVID, but it feels like everything got worse after COVID.
Muito grande no jogo do Varus, pô.
Deu 2 abates pro Steiner, 2 abates pro Varus, né?
É.
Pro Netuno. E aí eles ficaram muito na frente. Eu sinto que foi um jogo muito apático até esse certo ponto da partida, Colossus. Mas aí você vê num jogo tão apático dos dois times.
Wait, they don't show MVPs anyways, right?
Abates
Okay.
assim, uma vantagem muito grande.
Okay, yeah, I mean, draft-wise as well, I am very disappointed in that. Kaboom, I did feel like had the better draft, but we never actually even saw them use it. Like, how many times did we see C's and damage actually sync up? It was almost never. Like, you got a Sedge, kick things off, man.
Mas aí, pô, no
That's
legal,
rough.
eles pararam os
That's
tiros
the week 1 champion. You declare the league over.
E o resto.
The LTA South is dead. Long live the LTA South.
tudo pra defender esse barão.
O problema é que, na minha opinião, o jogo aí já tava estragado, sabe?
You gotta give people a chance, Lunar, to catch up,
Que a gente tem. Tavam tentando fazer a
to
limonada
take your
ali,
crown away.
mas não deu não, azedou.
Mas só te
Azedou.
Okay, Los get to sit here for a bit longer. We'll see how it
Essa
goes.
jogada aqui é bem...
Yeah, wait, LTA
mais
Fantasy.
uma filosofia da noite de hoje. Essa jogada aqui eu achei bem interessante porque quando
I should probably switch out some of my
ele
players.
é um jogador que a gente tá acostumado a ver ele com
Cersei-
estilos mais agressivos,
Surdy and Snaker underperformed. Snaker grossly underperformed,
criar
actually.
jogadas, né? E essa
I
também,
think
pra mim,
Isras Eshel as a whole
foi
underperformed.
exatamente
Can we
isso,
see
porque
how
quando ele
they
tava
did?
de Jhin, ele precisou ultar
Wait, what do you mean
pra
market it
fazer-
close?
pra
Wait, can I not
impedir
change my roster?
que o time da Los escapasse, né, com a sua lentidão. E aí
Wait,
ele
is this
tava no
bugged?
movimento do Kong.
Hello?
diria que o escuro tava meio apagado.
Tava bem apagado.
I can't change my roster? Wait, I asked. I thought we get to change after week 1.
Você nunca viu o Jhin ganhar na Colossus, fala aí.
Nunca vi.
What is a round then? Is a round not a week?
Não, eu vou defender. Os jeans aqui já ganharam.
Crap,
O
then I made a
Jhin
horrific
ganhou
mistake.
da
I picked
semana
Surdy based on the fact that I thought week 1 he'd do okay.
Eu estava aqui, eu vi.
I don't think he's gonna do well every single week.
Vamos ficar de olho em como é que eles voltam agora pra esse próximo jogo, porque a Kabum faz a escolha do lado
Like,
azul.
okay, I'm okay with Kissy, Inspired, and Curry, but I really want to get rid of Sneaker after this week. And then Surdy I picked based on round 1. So. Oh no! I have to sit on these guys for the entire. Oh wait, no, it says I can draw a team for round 2 in 4 days. Okay, I assume that's wrong. Okay, that's brutal. That actually really sucks. Aw, damn. Oh well. Wait, can I see what you guys picked? Who's your team, Lunar? Softvi. Oh yeah, Morteus actually had a really good weekend. Really good first week. Even though he didn't really stand out that much on the K-Stars roster necessarily, like for individual play, but his stats were really good. He racked up like a ton of kills. His KP was really high. Yeah, his KP was incredibly high. Really nice draft. The Lions call was good. I was actually really happy watching Lions and Seos pop off in LTA North. So, pretty happy with that. Yeah, let's take a look at Trajan, because I know Madhouse. There we go, yeah. Trajan said, yeah, Trajan's not last. There are lots of people below you. Oh, Nahor didn't get his team in, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, see, Rev, you can still get in here in time. You're not the only one who didn't get in before week 1. You can still make your team. Not sure who Paradox and Boost Eagle are. They probably have different names in the Discord. Oops, nope. I want to see Trajan's. Who did Trajan pick? Trajan with Zothvi as well. Interesting. And high on Mago. Bro, you had no tape on this guy. No, Trajan isn't lost. You hit the pairs as well? Nice. I hit the Alistar for Curry. I was pretty sure he was going to get Alistar. Like, that's his favorite champion right now. He prioritizes it over Rel. Even last split when Rel was high prio, so. Ayu Jojo was a good shout out though, Trajan. I wish I picked Ayu. Ayu was around the same price as Snaker. I should have trusted Ayuzi. Yeah, Mago was a bold choice. Wasn't terrible though. You are indeed winning, Lunar. 4x4 first place. Oh yeah, that is 4x4. Okay. What did 4x4 go for? Ah, Wiser top side. That's a good call. I'm so disappointed in myself I didn't pick more Pain Gaming players. I should have did what 4x4 did and just picked up Wiser Titan first and then worried about everything else after. Well, he got Roamer too. Wait, 4x4 has the roster I want. I should have sacked like, yeah. 4x4 in 5th. Just shy. It's Dark Knight, Full Moon Ray, and Arashi. Who did Dark Knight pick? Oh, he went on the Cade Stars run. Ah, and then I figured it was Alistar bot lane. CEO and Podalta bot lane. Okay, I like this. This looks like you're balling on a budget. I appreciate it. Oh, and he got the RE pick too. 60, dang. On the good day. Nice. Fair prediction. What do you mean you're 50? You're 50? You're exact. Oh, you managed to max out the budget. Nice. Oh yeah, I didn't max out my budget. I think I got. I have like 0.5 to spend or something like that. I don't recall. What did Fullman and Ray get here? The Wiser carry? Yeah. I blame Snaker, man. I really blame Snaker. The only one that I really regret was Snaker. If not for Snaker, I think I'd have broken 100 at least. But he had a negative scoreline, man. I didn't even go negative. To be fair, I was an idiot. I shouldn't have picked it against. I shouldn't have picked Snaker because I had Pain and Istra Ancestral and they played the first match, so that was gonna fight back. And I based on round 1, so that's why it's like really dumb of me. Yeah. Yeah, I am actually very, very annoyed that, yeah, I thought we could change after week 1, so I picked players based kind of on some of the week 1 matchups. And I thought I'd be able to like adjust as I go along. Also, I wanted to switch out my team for like all LTA South players. So I need to get rid of Sturdy and Inspired. Their net worth is actually, who's in the top lane? Well, I can't even see how much people are worth in the top lane right now because the market's closed. Boo! This really sucks. I should really hate this. They did the same thing too, yeah. I hope so. I hope we can trade out mid round. I mean, what's the point otherwise? Okay, it's bugging out. The website's bugging out. I heard it's like 3 guys working on it back end. If that's the case, it's gonna end rough. Yeah, let's go! You drop your entire team for week 2? Yeah, I need to see who exactly. Yeah, I mean, we both operate under that assumption. I'm very, very unfortunate. It is what it is. Okay. Where were the drafts from game 1? There we go. Oh, Gwen made it through this time. That's weird to me. Actually, no, it's not. Because Kaboom was the one who banned Gwen. Okay, I like the call, so that they get Gwen themselves. House on his Corki again. Corki Azir feels like bread and butter for House. I already like this composition. Misfortune, first pick for Los Grandes. At least they paired with the Rel. This is already like a massive improvement from like some of the stuff that we saw this weekend. Misfortune with no setup is becoming like a trigger for me right now. Watching teams do that over and over and over again.
do lado da Kabum, já tô vendo aquele é uma Gwen pra 47 do segundo tempo. corre mesmo, assim.
What was the ban that? Oh, Maokai was the added ban.
Eu não sei não.
And they banned Rumble. Okay.
Assim, eu sou
Yeah,
muito
yeah.
fã desse
That makes a lot of sense.
triozinho da bot lane, tá?
I still think Rumble is kind of
É uma
quite OP.
sinergia muito grande entre os dois picks, aquele combo
We were looking
pra
for
frente,
jungle top.
Então,
And we
e
were
aí
looking
você olha,
for
também com uma Thalia, como
for
opção
so
pra puxar a galera de volta pro
80
top,
carry
eu acho que vai sair, não vai sair.
And
pouco da mesma
probably
filosofia que
jungle,
conseguiu
but
atualizar
could also
com
be top
vários,
because Gwen can
o
flex.
Sanguinho conseguiu
We've seen her
jogar
both
pra
roles
frente,
already, so
encaixando jogadas, abrindo
they're
espaço
banning
pro seu
jungle.
time, enquanto o Netuno ficava mais
Looks like they want an
recuado.
immobile AD carry here. They're banning
Pode
jungle.
fazer isso também com as suas habilidades, principalmente com
Oh, they're
sua
banning Vi
ultimate, que é a
specifically.
grande habilidade aqui que ela vai
Lunar, it's a
utilizar.
coder
Então,
and
tem
legal
um
marketing
pouco da
guy and the
mesma
project manager who's
lógica
also a
que a gente
coder.
já viu
Okay.
os meninos fazendo no
That's fair.
jogo
Okay, I won't blame them then.
pelo lado da
I appreciate the work they're putting into the
Kabum,
LTA fantasy.
um pouco assim,
I've seen more interest, I think,
essa
in
coisa
LTA
mais
South
do que
than
é
from LTA North people
confortável,
because of
o que
fantasy.
a
So
gente vai tentar encaixar aqui,
it is a
mas
great
eu
idea.
acho que
I'm
não
glad
todo
that Riot
mundo
finally got
vai, eu
around to
acho que
doing it.
ele vai. Eu acho que talvez sim, porque ele já apareceu como resposta
Okay,
pro
Narban.
Então,
Nope, I hate this. I hate this. I hate this.
Começando a ter uma tendência
I loathe
desse
this.
ponto ser mais mid
mid
do
do
que
que
AD.
eu
Like, I
concordo.
hate it whenever we see this Xinjiao misfortune combo. Like, it never ends well. I'm sorry. Why are we doing this?
Só não tem o Jhin,
Just no.
o Varus e a Kalista que foi banida. O
They're
resto
flipping
tá
trolling.
tudo
I don't even like
legal.
Xinjiao in general. Like, if you're gonna pick Xinjiao,
Caso não
pick it with something like a Jinx that needs like a frontline peel, or pick it when you see a Nefaria on the other side, not just randomly. Disgusting.
Eu já gosto mais desse posicionamento do Pantheon,
Pantheon.
porque,
I'm also not a fan of that
vai
pick, but
demorar muito,
whatever.
não vai jogar, o
This is how
Pantheon
Kaboom was winning last week with your drafts. I actually really like this draft, but they failed to execute on it. Then last week they won with all these sort of weird drafts that all kind of wanted to do their own thing.
Não vem, beleza. Veio a
Gosto
Kai'Sa
muito
mesmo.
mais.
Going Kaisa?
Mas aí é outro boneco que demora pra jogar.
Mas eu gosto muito mais
Okay,
porque
I don't really think you need to ban Vi if you want a Kaisa, but okay.
mais identidade dele, é um campeão que
Oh,
ele
and the
gosta bastante,
Gragas that
um
Los
campeão que
Grandes
pode ir pra
ban.
frente, que ele pode fazer
They're
jogadas.
running the top lane
Eu
for
gosto
Super
mais
Clubber.
por uma questão de característica do jogador,
The Great
tá?
Neutralizer.
Não
Interesting.
discordo de
Yeah,
você,
I really
continua
don't
numa
like.
competição
I feel like Netuno is being set up to fail again.
Também gosto desse Pantheon.
Like Gragas Xinjiao with a
Aparece
misfortune
muito
just feels
como
really bad.
resposta pra
I hate
selva,
this.
né, provavelmente, porque a gente viu que
I actually disliked a lot of Kaboom's drafts last week. This draft again doesn't feel great to me. It's got power picks, I guess. You can still play. Like Pantheon can match Talia, that's not bad. Kai'Sa into this comp is not bad either. It's not. Depends on the rel, but generally I like the Kai'Sa into this. Gwen's a power pick. I'll give this a 3. I hate this composition. I give this a 1.5. Your skilling is bad, and your early game is not cohesive. Like, if you're going to go for the early game, I need to see something that can make things happen. And right now, I'm seeing the Rel and the Talia as the two things, really. Even Xinjiao's really going to really struggle to actually engage into this properly. Like, all these guys, Corki and Kai'Sa are pretty short range. They play inside Vanguard's Crescent anyways, so it's just rough. Yeah, very much not a fan of either draft. Well, Los Grandes draft in particular, but I'm not a fan of Kaboom either. It's okay. Oh wait, did I forgot to screenshot it. Give me a quick sec. Let me go back. Get time bar. Disappear. There we go.
Nossa, agora que eu vi o Gragas.
Screenshot this and we hop to live.
E o
There we
Gragas
go.
já historicamente, a gente já viu ele em outros metas aparecendo como resposta pra ela. Vem aqui agora de novo, então... E levando em consideração o estilo de jogo do Hirit, que é esse jogo em que ele gosta de ficar mais isolado, esse jogo que ele gosta de pressionar muito as rotas, é uma boa escolha de novo pra mão do Super Clever, porque ele consegue se segurar muito bem.
I can't find my... Oh, there we go.
Bem a isso, mas também ele consegue
I have so many windows open right now in order to stream that I couldn't find this window. I was just looking for paint to put the drops in.
Pra mim, a composição da lousa aqui é
It took longer than I
exatamente jogar
expected.
do mesmo jeito.
Yeah.
Que eles
I don't know, I
jogaram
feel like the
primeiro.
Gragas is a super clever pick, but I actually can't remember seeing him play it. But it does feel like a very him pick.
Mudou tudo.
It just feels like very... Well, if you're gonna play a skirmish team like this, I'd much rather see the Kai'Sa on your side, you know? Or like a Draven or Lucian. I've said this multiple times now. I feel like a lot of times when we see the misfortune being picked in LTA South, or in South America as a whole, like, you're better off just going Lucian Draven.
Então, os dois times têm composições que conseguem propor essas jogadas. Tava meio esquisito pra Kabum, mas acho que com esse Pantheon, com o Nautilus, eles conseguem ali brigar, ó, tentar umas jogadas. E eu acho que precisa disso. É se impor, é impor o jogo.
A gente tem
In this game,
dois caçadores
yeah.
que conseguem ter muito
We'll see how it goes. I think
early
Misfortune
game.
should still win out bot lane against Kai'Sa.
Pantheon é bom
Though
pra isso,
Netuno won out last time
mas
already.
os
That's a good sign for them.
também
Steiner did a wonderful job with the Xinjiao, but this time with the Pantheon, I need to see C's actually be a bit more early game focused. Last game he didn't do anything, and you're on a Wukong, understandable, right? You're just trying to power farm to level 6 more than anything else. But yeah, actually no, he wasn't on the Wukong. He was on the Sejuani, pardon me. Actually, that makes it worse. Like Wukong wants to power farm to 6, and Steiner still had way more impact. Like C's on the Sejuani should have been active more active early. Okay, I'm kind of worried for this Pantheon pick now. If you're not active in the early game as Pantheon, I feel like you're like, what's the value of it? Like, I'm not saying he falls off a cliff in terms of skilling. His damage skilling is not bad. It's just that he's also not an amazing team fighter, and he's all about picks, right? So. And he gets a little bit squishy later on, so gonna get picks later often puts you in really bad positions. Yeah. Hirit did pretty well though on the Jax, and on a Gwen, I feel like he should still have the same, if not bigger impact. So I like the pick for Hirit. I think he's been Kaboom's mostly shining star. House was fine game 1. He had some bad plays, he had some good plays. He kind of evens out.
Acho legal que esse Pantheon aparecendo aqui na mão da Kabum meio que dá a entender que
Yeah.
eles identificaram a mesma
Kaboom does lack a
coisa
bit of
que a
tanks
gente
though,
viu
which is
de
a
quando
little
ele
bit
pegou
worrying. We'll see how it
o
goes.
jogo.
I don't
Então,
think Lowe's have a great
interessante
comp to
pensando
punish the lack of
então,
tanks on Kaboom.
e ver se o Cizi vai ser mais agressivo, se ele
The
vai
fact that you're
jogar
going
com o Cizi, se ele vai
Gragas
tentar
Xinjiao,
barrar
and Gragas
muito
is probably
mais
going to be
todos
mixed
os espaços
damage,
que o
or
Schneider teve no jogo 1.
like a little bit of AP, but kind of tank as well. He probably can't one shot. If he could one shot, I think it'd be a lot scarier. Well, that reminds me, I need to change the title, right? Kaboom's on blue side now.
E ainda mais porque vai ter Pantheon atira-cola o jogo inteiro.
Ele chega, né?
É um jogo de muito conforto pro Hirit, né? Se essa Gwen crescer também.
Dito isso, eu espero que
You know what? Okay, random side again. Going back to LTA Fantasy. I really wish that they would show us the, instead of most big players,
Mas é curioso que no
that they'd
outro
show us like the
jogo,
highest points each week.
ali um pouquinho antes daquela luta, se eu não me engano, de Arauto que você falou que foi onde deu tudo errado já. O Hirit tava tendo
Yeah,
espaço.
I just want to see who like
Tava
performed the
conseguindo fazer
best, you know, in each role.
rotas laterais, a gente viu acabam conseguindo abrir
I
mapa,
wish, but
até
unfortunately,
teve alguns momentos que a gente viu
yeah.
acabam conseguindo 2 abates, que até o chat comentou.
Yeah,
que
they could
estavam
toggle
conseguindo
between
mapa.
like
Então,
most picked
talvez
and
eles estejam
or like a
voltando.
different tab or something
Mesmo
would be
assim,
nice.
a
Yeah.
Lowe's, por conta da sua
The Kai'Sa pick is
coordenação,
sus, really?
conseguiu escolher momentos de luta muito
Wait,
bem
wrong
escolhidos
window. Where's my
pra
paint?
impedir
Paint,
que a
paint.
Kabum
Did I
saísse
close
do
it?
controle.
Oh, I did.
Então,
Okay, I'm an idiot. There we go.
eu concordo com você também.
Kai'Sa
não
B5 here? I
só
thought it was
essa
okay.
que é uma Gwen, mas eu ainda acho que eles estão preparados.
Like, there's nothing on this side that
pra
really messes up
necessidade,
Kai'Sa.
Caso a Gwen se transforme um monstro muito fora da jaula, assim.
If there are better options, I think
Sim.
Vão demorar pra crescer. E
Sivir probably would be my pick, but then you have no early game pressure. Maybe not so good.
antes que essa Gwen saia
seja
completamente do controle.
I don't know. Maybe it's me. I just feel like Draven Lucian.
Mas, pô, no jogo passado,
Maybe it's just in my head. Like I was like, oh, Draven Lucian here.
é
But
que
looking at the other side too, I do feel like this also could be Draven Lucian, and it'd be okay. But I'm just trying to think low range AD carries that will play inside the Xinjiao ultimate. I was thinking Sivir, but then you have too many losing lanes to be picked Sivir. Though Sivir into Misfortune is actually not that bad a lane. You can spell shield some for worse damage.
Cara,
So,
não, beleza, eu
Sivir
concordo contigo,
actually
mas
not a terrible
não
pick
vai
here.
ser tão fácil assim passar por cima desse Gragas.
But Kaboom's not a team that likes to sit back and skill anyways. They like to be more active early. They want lane strength to make plays.
O boneco é parecido, vamos ver como é que fica essa lane aí. Eu sei que o Gragas tá ali pra ser o lado fraco do mapa.
É isso aí.
Eu tô de boa. Mas ainda assim, eu quero ver se vai ser tão fria essa lane contra a Gwen. Já tá na sua tela. Olá, pessoal! Sejam... Vambora pra Summoners Rift, a arena dos campeões. Acabou agora, tá do lado esquerdo, jogando de azul.
Please give us a more interesting early game. We were 0-0 to like,
Eles querem muito ganhar essa
what,
aqui
second
pra
grubs?
fechar
Second set of
a
grubs?
série, marcar um pontinho na tabela,
That's
dar um
super
passinho,
boring.
sair da meiuca e se aproximar a parte superior da tabela aqui do nosso circuitão.
Se tiver jogo 3, você vai fazer olá pessoal também?
Com certeza.
It's funny too to me whenever tier 2 is actually less kills than tier 1. Because usually tier 1's more passive and careful in their laning.
Dos invocadores.
Like LTA South this weekend, we saw blood in the bot lane.
Ah, legal.
2v2's got spicy.
Em que deu pra ouvir, o pessoal de casa conseguiu ouvir com certeza a minha mente se expandindo quando tive essa realização.
Beleza. Beleza.
Caramba, ó o
Grande
clima.
comentário.
Ó
Tá
o
vendo?
clima lá, ó.
É,
Ó, lá no
não,
chão o clima.
É por isso que ele não...
Falha o quê,
É
cara?
por isso...
Entendi.
Fica...
Entendi.
É por isso que o Gruta é narrador e não comentarista, tá vendo? Porque não sabe comentar.
Eu não sei, eu fico sem palavras.
Fica
Bom,
sem jeito de comentar, cara.
babado,
Ó,
Okay, jungle's starting on opposite sides of the map. We might not get to see them.
Tava fazendo gracinha, não falou, tá ligado?
Might not get to see them
Ó,
interact
tem que
early,
falar que o time
but
acabou com-
I still want to see ganks.
Não, mas assim, com certeza essa sentinela, você ter pontuado ela ou não,
Nossa, Tina, é importante pra dar visão do
2
Steiner.
minutos de jogo.
Não, vai dar visão do Steiner. Daqui a pouco ele passa ali, ó. Você vai ver. O time da Kabum vai estar tranquilo, sabendo
Okay.
onde exaltar.
Grandes comentários do chat, mais área desmatada.
I mean, the CC landed onto damage, but Netuno didn't really go for it. Okay, there's the double up.
Não é? Safado.
Nice. Well played from Netuno. I feel like for Misfortune, the thing I actually look for, the two things I look for Misfortune, one, can you land a double up in lane consistently? And two, can you land a bullet time outside of lane? That's like pretty much it for Misfortunes.
Cratera só, né? Não tem-
I know there's technically more nuance to it, like knowing when to use strut and stuff like that to speed up and chase people down in lane or extended lanes, but realistically, I feel like only two things significantly matter.
Tá comendo em cada lane, tô vendo se tem alguma vantagem muito grande pra um lado ou pro outro, mas tudo muito equilibrado até agora. A galera da Lois tentando botar um pouquinho mais de pressão lá pelo bot e pelo meio também. Você vê que o House tem que pular pra um lado e pro outro e vem com o Valkyria pra cima, inclusive.
Oh,
Essa é a vantagem.
1v1
do
trading?
Corki.
Okay.
Ele tá brigado
Corki
reto,
actually didn't win out the
ele
1v1 trade,
tá
damn.
Ele consegue
Bem, então.
uma troca interessante.
Not a good look for House.
Ali também não tem grandes problemas.
Two things you
nessa
can
não,
look
irmão.
for in MF. Can you get a lead? Can you
Tranquilo.
position?
Jogou de
Kinda,
olho
yeah.
nos caçadores, porque
I mean, I
nesse
guess
momento é eles que têm
the
ali
two
a
things I mentioned basically lead into things you
pensar um
mentioned.
pouquinho a partida. Tá
If you can land a double up, you can get a lead.
easy na parte
And then the other way,
inferior,
like,
Steiner,
if you can position,
mais um engage
you can land
aqui
a both
do
time.
Leon, mas, de novo, não tem o follow-up, não
Can't
dá
do both
pra
areas,
fazer
yeah.
muito, ele quer
I agree. I do think you need to be able to do both. Just landing the bullet time alone to me is not
chegando
enough
por
most of the time.
primeiro, mas ele vai saindo sem
See, what the hell was that gank from C's, man?
Parte de baixo do mapa, a troca ficou de igual
That's
pra
so
igual.
weird. Like, you saw where MG was.
A
It was in full vision of House and minions the entire time.
Ele puxou com a âncora e ele cancela o guru da Rel, né? E aí não tem todo o controle de grupo na sequência, por isso que a troca ficou de boa.
Ooh.
Aqui no mid também o Cizzy passa.
Missing
só
a
pra
minion
essa
house,
porque
no
o House tá com
bueno.
pouca vida e também com pouca mana, né? Então ele não ia conseguir agressivar tanto pra cima ali do MG e auxiliar o Cizzy nessa jogada. Boa sentinela deixada por aqui agora pelo time da Lousa, eles conseguem dominar bastante esse espaço e a gente começa a ver que a selva do Cizzy está sendo muito bem visada, eles estão deixando muitas sentinelas por aqui, exatamente por aquele ponto.
Honestly, a little bit sad we didn't see a gank from Steiner or C's. C's walking to lane doesn't count.
Seu jogo para conseguir responder o mais rápido possível e a gente também
That's just
já
exerting
entendeu
dominance.
que o
Ooh,
Steiner
early
gosta
lane
de um
swap
jogo
coming
mais
through.
tranquilo, um jogo mais cadenciado para que ele possa crescer, né? Então a gente já vê esse domínio de visão da Loz para ter cada vez mais informação do jogo desse Pantheon.
De modo geral, a Lois
And super clever. Okay, Herod and super clever using TP to get to the
A
lanes.
primeira partida foi assim,
Sim,
agora
foi
eles
mesmo.
continuam esse ponto. Aquela briga pela parte superior do mapa já começou.
Oh, I think that wave is gonna slow push out.
Mais ou menos, a galera de casa
I'm not sure if
começa a
Hero was
notar
trying to freeze it,
isso, uma
but
tendência muito
yeah.
grande. A Kabum veio primeiro com o escuro e o damage, mas a Lois já tá respondendo.
if he
com o
was,
sangue
it didn't work.
Todo mundo lá pro topo do mapa. Eles querem essas vacilavas.
A movimentação já está sendo feita. Os dois suportes, na real, vão chegar juntos. Eu ia falar que o damage ia chegar um pouquinho na frente, mas o Sangyong já estava por ali. O Hirit e o Super Clever continuam se estranhando aí na parte inferior do mapa agora, mas...
Yeah, once Gragas hits level 3, he's basically the great neutralizer. It's really hard to do anything to him.
Pressão por
Falei que eu tava confiante com esse Gragas aí. Ele consegue segurar legal, cara. Esse Gragas é muito
Basically, he just belly bumps anybody who tries to engage onto him, melee style.
realmente passar por cima.
A parada pra mim é que
Even there, like he's not actively. He's kind of looking for those trades, and he's taking a lot of damage, but he's still winning out those trades. And you get better sustain than the Gwen.
Ah, não, esquece.
Rough.
Mas é
Não,
por
isso
isso que é uma
daí-
lane tranquila.
It does look like probably Rod of Ages based on the build though, but they are building a bit more AP. I like that when there's a lot of squishies on Kaboom. They don't have a true
E
tank.
é importante a gente ficar de olho no farm desse duelo,
Is good
né?
call,
Porque o
is right
Circuito
call.
precisa se manter o mais próximo possível, sem deixar o Hirit conseguir grandes vantagens e sem deixar ele extrapolar muito disso. E até agora, pelo menos, estão bem de level e também nisso. Olha o gank.
Vem pra cima, consegue
Oh,
atravessar a
nice.
barrigada.
It's not good enough though.
Debaixo da torre, vai voltando todo
Yeah, that damage burst was kind of not enough.
Não deu tanto certo esse gank da Lois, não.
Eu falei que não tinha ameaça.
I do appreciate the CC chaining that Super Clever did, though. He waited a half second because there was still stun on turret before he threw the cast. But, yeah. Kind of didn't work.
Tava pouquinho perto da torre demais. As vastilarvas foram feitas do outro lado do mapa pelo Cis, que pegou o nível 6. E aí a brincadeira começa a ficar interessante, que esse Pantheon pode...
Nice, first bomb landed, but House is now low on mana. Probably can't complete the kill.
Legal, legal.
Enquanto eles já sabiam pela movimentação do Steiner que ele ia estar aqui pra baixo, então se aproveitaram disso e foram pra esse dragão pra garantir esse primeiro objetivo também.
Fica então um objetivo para cada lado. A Kabum garante os Biro. Tá aí a Luz com esse dragão.
Okay.
Em abates a gente continua no 0 a 0. A Luz tentou uma jogada pela parte inferior do mapa, não deu tão certo assim. Mas de qualquer maneira eles tinham o território para fazer o objetivo, para fazer esse dragão. Em farm tá tudo muito parecido, né? Não tem grande vantagem nem para um lado nem para o outro.
Damn, here we go again. We're almost at like 7.5 minutes at 0-0. Last game I think it was like what, around 14, 13, somewhere around there. I don't know. I get very frustrated when I see Shinjiao's hit level 6 without ganking, you know? Okay, I guess technically, to be fair, Shiner, he did gank at level 5, so... You know what? Yeah, fine. Shiner tried. But C's didn't. And this happened last game too, where C's on the Sejuani just didn't gank at all. Like, you're 6 now, you've got your ult. Start using it. Burn it on cooldown.
É curioso que é mais jogo que começa lento, né, por parte dos dois times, apesar de a gente tá vendo pelo menos alguns objetivos sendo feitos mais rápidos. No outro jogo o Dragão demorou horrores pra acontecer, vendo algumas trocas um pouco mais frenéticas, que nem no mid, no top. Ainda assim é um jogo lento que começa de novo, assim como o primeiro jogo entre essas duas equipes.
Aí, agora o Cis está na parte inferior do mapa, tinha uma sentinela no caminho, ele não pode ir direto, vai parar por ali, a Luz vem para perto da torre, se protege, o Sangueon deixa uma sentinelazinha para ver a movimentação da Kabum e o Netuno vai farmando. Não tem jogada, eles não conseguem armar aí uma situação.
Okay, he's still not able to do anything.
Uma leva de biru-biru
If it goes late, the skilling does favor Kaboom. They've got Gwen, they've got Corki. Like, even Kai'Sa outskills the Misfortune pretty handily. The only big question and issue for Kaboom is they have no tank, so as it scales late, normally Misfortune falls off. She still falls off, but at 6 items, she'd still rake right through them. I guess Gwen's got her Hallowed Mist and Pantheon's got a shield, but yeah, House and Skuro will be vulnerable for sure.
Habilitar que ele vai voltar para base, comprar alguma coisa para daí sim estar disponível dentro do mapa para fazer jogada. Damage vai limpando a sentinela e o Sangueon vai botando mais sentinela.
Mas o Damage jogou bem seguro, cara, porque se ele vem pro Rio, o time da Luz ia colar.
Oh, they actually outweighted damage. Oh, okay. Good work from damage. I thought he was gonna overstep and die.
Não, não, imagina. É curioso.
And at this point, I'll take it. I just want blood on the rift. Okay, so here's the thing, like, I'm not just bloodthirsty. Okay, I am bloodthirsty for no reason. I do like to see kills, even though I'm a color caster. Yes, I know. My primate brain just wants to see blood. But also, my problem is this early game, I'm not seeing, like, great macro. You know, it's not happening because they're moving well and therefore nobody can make a play. It's just, if anything, the setup is not coming through for a lot of these plays. The hell was that? Super clever. Disappointed. Very, very disappointed. Yeah, it's not like we're seeing clean macro play come out, right? Yeah, die, Steiner, die. Let there be blood. And Skuro gets first blood. Nice. No support stealing it this time. Yeah, but you see what I mean? Like, there's... It's not like Steiner was moving with purpose, you know? It's not like he was moving with coverage. It's not like he was moving with ward vision. He just moved. Because he wants to do what he wants to do. And same with Lowe's, right? Like, they're just not backing up necessarily. Kaboom kind of did a very similar thing where C's right now wasn't able to gank because none of the lanes were set up. Okay, good start. Wow, good zone out from the bullet time. Honestly, a little bit surprising. I didn't think they just get shoved out just like that.
faz essa jogada.
Especially when Hirt was
forte
kind of nearby, had needlework
do
available,
Sisi.
just didn't
E,
move
assim,
down.
se fosse outro boneco tinha morrido, mas o Pantheon tem
Kind of weird.
a imunidade pra onde ele direciona o escudo. E aí
Hello,
ele sabe
hello,
que
Fulminant
A
Ray.
gente não comentou, né? O escudo do Pantheon
Welcome, our,
responder ao
I believe,
escudo da
runner-up
Reserva
in the
é
LTA
muito
South Fantasy
impactante
League.
exatamente pra esses grandes momentos, porque o Sisi pode
If our
fazer
top
a
two.
frontline, tomar toda essa ultimate.
Okay, wait,
e
Ray, you
se
didn't explain
dar.
earlier.
Então, é uma
Why do you
temporada
hate Los and
nova,
Kaboom?
essa escolha do Pantheon se pagando. Um detalhe
I like
que
the
tem que chamar
teams. Why do you hate
atenção
them?
é que aquele abate que o
A top
Ishi
3? Oh.
recebeu não
Wait,
devia
who's
ter
second? I
acontecido.
thought it was you.
Foi num time muito bom. E
Uh,
foi por pura falta de informação
had it open
mesmo,
earlier.
e grandes movimentações aí do escuro e do damage. E entra um pouco
Oh,
naquilo que a gente
Dark Knight,
tava
never mind.
falando sobre o escuro estar com um
Okay,
caminhão
we might get Dark
de
Knight here
defesa
as well.
um pouco mais agressivo.
Sim.
Oh, you just answered
Então
me?
ele
Okay, let me
consegue
open Discord and
rotacionar
check.
pelo mapa, acompanhando o damage de maneira mais efetiva.
Kaboom and Los are orgs with big orgs with resources.
Porque o Dino consegue
Circuito
andar muito
is
bem.
about rooting for the
Ele tá um
underdog.
pouco mais
Okay,
solto nesse
that's
jogo.
fair. That's fair.
Jogada aqui, hein? Jogada da Kabum pra pegar o
Uh,
Super Kleber.
I personally just miss
Ok,
seeing some of these
4
players, so
jogadores
I'm happy to
puxando
see them.
pra cima dele,
period.
Ele vai se posicionando pertinho ali da
They're not number
tabela,
one, number
já
two,
não
then I
pegou
meant,
o Super
like-
Kleber, usou o ultimate, espalhou geral.
Okay.
4 jogadores, fica difícil.
The gank
Fica
goes through. It is
impossível.
clean.
O
Kaboom
escudo
are waking up.
garante outra eliminação,
And
sim,
Los, if
deles.
anything, are
Jogo
kind of
passado,
asleep at the
Los
wheel.
parecia tá um passo à frente,
Okay, to be
agora
fair to
ele
Los,
tá-
they actually
ele
tried
tá
to make some
dois
plays
passos
happen.
atrás.
They ganked more
É
than
exatamente isso.
Kaboom did.
Porque é a segunda jogada que acontece exatamente da mesma forma.
But I feel like
Ele
Los needs to play with a little more desperation here. You're the one who gets outscaled. Where's the Weaver's wall? Not like that.
E aqui o
What?
Limite vai levar
Why?
2 barricadas.
Why did we Weaver's wall here instead of just walking into lane, MG?
Minions que tava sangrando.
Like,
Eu
what?
mostro vocês, a Lois, passo atrás, 2 passos atrás, talvez.
Is Gragas a counter to Gwen? Not exactly. Like, later on, definitely not. But in lane, he's a great neutralizer, right? He trades well onto Gwen early on. I think they're picking him more for the fact of it that Gragas can reset the fights later for Los Grandes. You've got a lot of reset tools on your side. And because Kaboom's kind of squishy, if you reset a fight on them, it puts them in a really bad position. If you can split them as well and break them up, then it's easier to chew through Kaboom's line.
É só fazer jogada, cara.
At least that's what I assume with the Gragas and Shinjao, because they first picked Misfortune. So if not, I don't know why they're picking Gragas and Shinjao here when you've got a Misfortune.
Se você ficar só esperando, a oportunidade não vem, não.
E o Sisi nem precisou usar o ultimate dele ainda. As jogadas estão sendo feitas mesmo sem esse fator da globalidade do ultimate do Pantheon.
Até o Natal sai.
Não, mas isso não é algo ruim.
Those
na
to pick up
verdade.
both drags
Se
so
eles
far,
estão
though.
fazendo a jogada, se eles estão conseguindo rodar o mapa sem o
And it
ultimate do
is
Pantheon, mostra que eles
mountain
estariam
map with their
conseguindo rodar com
composition.
outro boneco, com outro
Okay, that's not
boneco.
bad, actually.
Eles
I'm gonna be
poderiam
honest, I don't think the Dragon Soul is gonna do that much for those Grandes with the amount of damage that Kaboom have late game. But denying it away from Kaboom is gonna be kind of nice. I think those have the opposite problem. Their damage is a little bit
O
lacking,
chat sabe tudo.
I fear.
Então, na verdade, o chat tá certo.
They have a lot of bursts,
Vamos
but
retirar
Sacanagem.
agora.
Não, eu ia falar, porque assim, eu sinto muita falta desse ultimate do Pantheon, porque beleza, eles fizeram a jogada, mas
but Mountain Soul specifically is a counter to burst, so.
Eu meio que concordo com isso daí, porque eu tava pra falar que eu tava sentindo falta do Sisi. Eu tava sentindo falta dessa criação de jogada do Pantheon, dele tá presente no jogo. Mas ele fez o dive aí no
And we're back to just boring laning again. I really don't get
Certo,
this.
O jogo volta a rodar agora em torno do Arauto, provavelmente minutinho.
First
pra
game,
ele nascer. Vamos
kind
ficar
of.
ligado nos times e na movimentação
Like,
deles.
more than a stomp, it just felt like Kaboom did nothing.
Isso aí,
They just
posicionamento.
kind of lay
Os
down and
Lows,
died.
por exemplo, tá na parte inferior do mapa. Eles ainda não começaram a
Like, I don't
posicionar
think
pro topo,
I
porque
found
o
Los
damage
like
já tão
super
jogando.
proactive in game one. Like they were making moves, I
A
guess.
parte de baixo vai
But
ser
yeah,
dominado pela equipe da Los.
it was a stomp if you look at the kill
Os
score.
objetivos estão mais
It took
pra parte
Kaboom
de
a
cima
long
do
time to
mapa.
get even the
É por
first
isso
kill.
que o MG vai empurrar a rota.
I think they were like
E vai
0 and 6 at some point
provavelmente já se direcionar
before they
pra
finally picked up
parte
their
de
first
cima.
kill.
Steiner talvez está fazendo mais um cover aqui, mais
É.
facilitando a vida do MG do que necessariamente criando um gank, né? Tem o Arauto na parte
This is in a way a more,
Do time
as
da
weird as it
Los
sounds to have
agora.
only 2 kills at 15.5 minutes, this is still more active than game 1.
O Hirit tá voltando até ali pra rota do topo de teleporte também já, pra tentar empurrar um pouco essa rota com mais facilidade. Steiner,
Pra
Okay.
cima do damage, que sai
I
na
appreciate this from
âncora,
Steiner.
o MG vem colando, é puxado da
Damage in
alça
the
do
bounce
damage,
house. They're
vai
putting a
muito
lot on him
dano,
though.
mas acaba sendo eliminado.
Okay, but this is
O
reminiscent of what happened in game
time
1, where
da
Kaboom
resposta
just let Los do
tudo
things to them and just
na
didn't
selva e
respond.
pega o abate.
Like, it was a very late response from
É o
Kaboom
Xizão
here,
do Steiner,
considering that
né?
Seas and
Ele é chato
House were in
com
the
esse
area.
boneco, ele sabe exatamente o limite desse campeão
They're losing
foi
peace.
lá dentro
Yeah.
da selva inimiga.
There's no punishment. Like, yeah.
passado,
But that right there was just game one in a
depois de
nutshell.
usar uma fúria, ele arrebentava as partidas.
Agora que vocês
They looked a
estão
bit
usando
better
isso.
towards the end, but they were too far behind by then. This game did look better in the early game, at least.
Ah, entendi. Correto. Agora eu entendi. Demorei pra entender a filosofia. Não tô conseguindo pegar o pensamento
Yeah,
do raciocínio
Herald has
rápido
spawned.
do Colossus hoje.
Agora é a briga pelo Arauto.
Surely we fight for this? The last couple objectives didn't even have a fight around them. Just teams surrendering.
Estão colados aqui também. Deve ter uma briga por esse Arauto.
Other than AD carry looks fine. Which team are you referring to, Ray? Like Los or Kaboom? For those, yeah. It's funny too because they B1 the Misfortune, and then they sorry, R1 Misfortune, and I think they R2 Rel. So I thought this was already a good combo. Like this would have been fine. So to me, I think this is weird. But yeah, I think if you look at this comp like as it is right now, these three work together better, and then these two feel kind of out of place. I don't know, it's weird. Ooh. Oh, good dodge. Oh, he still dies though. Oh, Sanghyun lives. No way. That's criminal. There's like no answer, no reply. I'm crying in the club. Like what is Kaboom doing while their bot lane got ganked twice in a row? What is the counterplay? What is the cross map? This is my problem with the macro that like this is a CB low team. These are CB low teams. Why does their macro look worse than Fluxu W7M? Easy calculated. Yeah. I mean, it looks really nice from Los. That's kind of cool. What is this Herald drop? What? What? Clueless conflict, clueless play in general. Just what? Kaboom is sitting on their thumbs, feels like it. Like, you can't even say they have hands if they don't fight. Oh, look at how split they are. This is terrible. See, this is what's pissing me off. You saw how quickly they melted Sanghyun when Kaboom actually played together and it went forward as a team. But they're so disjointed. The split call on this dragon is nutty. Like, okay, yeah, so C's and who's the other guy here? Guru start up dragon. They peel off. Then they go back to this. It's just, I guess C's finally ults, but it's like, so messy from them. It's immensely frustrating. No, realistically, these are the teams that miss playoffs. Yeah. Wait, didn't Kaboom? I thought Kaboom still made playoffs. I can't remember. I need to double check. They didn't? Okay. My memory is crap. Yeah, like I know low struggled immensely, but that was with the BRTT roster where it felt like they just were not on the same page. Okay. I feel bad for Sanghyun there. He just got sacked for no reason. Hey, but at least Los had an idea of what they wanted to do on that play. It was it didn't work out, but you could see the idea. They tried to 4v4 with ults down on Kaboom's side. Okay. Oh yeah, right. Fluxu with the weird wins they got early and then they scrapped out the. Okay.
Sim, tá começando a ser uma ameaça e o Hirit daqui a pouco ele sai de controle realmente. A Gwen tem que tomar cuidado. Ainda tá naquele ponto que a Lois pode fazer alguma coisa, mas eles estão atrás.
Right, it was a three-way tiebreaker between Fluxu, Kaboom, and was it Furia? Yeah, Furia. Or I remember now. Yeah, that was split 2 last year. Okay. Maybe it's a hot take, but I actually kind of like double round robins in regular seasons. I think it's funny. It gives us some really funny tiebreakers. I miss CB Law tiebreakers, man. We had some of the wildest things. I still can't believe we went down to a time attack in CB Law. Which actually went down to the last day games.
ainda assim eles vão alvejando a torre. Ela vai cair, o time da Luz vem na força bruta.
Double round robin best of 3 is too long.
Eles conseguem
Like,
fazer bons alinhamentos.
yeah, that's why I said maybe it's an unpopular hot take, but I actually like the double round robin best of 1s in regular season. Only in regular season.
O time da Kabum afastado, porque o range é um pouco mais curto.
Obviously, you can't do it in playoffs, and I'm okay doing just one split each year. That's fine too.
E agora o jogo da Kabum vai ser muito sobre deixar o Hirit para as rotas laterais.
DRR, double round robin. Yeah, it's classic CBL. Exactly, right? Like, yeah, it just gave us so many funny scenarios. Like, I get in North America they don't like it because they didn't get that many ties, right? So to them it's kind of boring. But in CBL, yeah, I guess for LOA too, they find it boring because theirs were always very like clear cut. They didn't really have that many ties. Double round robin best of 3 is too long. I still remember when we started talking about doing best of 2s and best of 3s. By the way, I think best of 2 is the worst format of all. But back when they did, they were talking about that. They were saying because of sponsor reasons and for viewership, best of 1's actually better. Like hardcore viewers will want best of 3s, but the more casual viewers prefer best of 1's. Because you only tune in to support your team anyways. So. Yeah, I mean, competitive, I agree. It's best of 3 is always better than competitive. But I think for viewing and for casual, or the sponsorships and viewers, best of 1's. Well, there's a reason a lot of sports do best of 1's, right? Like double round robin best of 1. Super clever stepped out of Bush. Remember, makes 1v9. Yeah. I mean, Super Clever had his 1v5 moments too. All these rookies, man. They got hands. I like best of 1's, like I said, in regular season. I think it's funny. Kaboom melted. Damn. C's also gonna melt. Holy. How is this misfortune working? I don't. Netuno is making a minor miracle happen right now with his misfortune. Oh, no way Skrull gets out. No way. Yep. Damn, Netuno. Pentakill? Our first penta? Okay. Wait, I didn't even notice. That's crazy that Netuno got that. That's actually crazy. But look at the... like, Netuno getting the bullet time here was nutty too. Oh, he lost hits damage. I was like, I don't remember him killing damage. He was out the fight. Oh, that bullet time. And the knockback from Super Clever too to make it work. That's sexy. You know, he's just lost hitting. Bro. That's so funny. That's crazy. Our first pentakill though. Of CD. Let's go. And on to Netuno. The boy who never was. That's crazy. Hey, maybe that turns the game. I mean, Kaboom looked like they were winning this game up to that point. And now Los, they get the goal lead, they get the mental advantage. I mean, if you're Kaboom, it kind of boomed from that, not gonna lie. Can Kaboom even fight this right now? They don't have all their ults up yet.
Vai tentar contestar, eles não querem entregar essa briga. O Hirit agora tá junto do time. Eles fizeram ataque no meio dessa brincadeira.
I think Kaboom can fight this. Yeah, the ult just came back up. They need to force this. Okay. Good start. Good start to the fight. Nope, damage is too squishy. Damn. Like, Hirit's doing work. He's the main guy who's got to carry this fight. Yeah, I don't know. Going Super Clever feels like the wrong target, man. Not gonna lie. I think Hirit kind of low-key trolled that. Los are gonna 2-0 the series. Yep. Kaboom, Mental Boom. They're all so low. This is so tilting. They're all so low. That's crazy. That's crazy. If they had LTA Fantasy for this, or like CD Fantasy, Netuno right now would be raking in the bucks, and he probably wasn't even worth that much to start off with. Damn. Yeah, Hirit went for the wrong target. He needs to go on Netuno here. I don't know why he's going on Super Clever. Super Clever was bait. Like, Hirit just fixated so weirdly. Damn. Did they feed him a... They fed him a quadra. Okay, no, they didn't. It's only a triple.
Foi a
Damn.
movimentação
Netuno's
que
getting
o
spiked
Netuno
though.
conseguiu fazer. Como essa Miss Fortune já tá
Okay.
muito forte, a velocidade de movimento dela também já é muito grande. Ele conseguiu sair do meio da luta.
Lunar stop being a
exatamente da onde
globalist.
acabou
Teams that can't get views should be removed from the
todas as suas
league.
habilidades. Rotacionou por dentro do pique
It's
do
not so much that
dragão,
they can't get
passou pelo
views, it's
dragão,
that your overall
foi
views
por
are
trás pra bater
lower
no
when you
segundo
best of
do
3.
Elite, que tinha se afastado
Just
do
because
time,
fans
e
don't
aí
want to
assim
spend that much
conseguiu
time
chegar a tempo
lockdown
pra finalizar a
on a single
luta.
day.
Situação
Super
complicadíssima
clever
pra
killing
Kabum
Crowbar.
agora, porque a gente tava destacando tanto que
Yeah,
a
man,
Kabum
that
tinha
rumble,
saído do
his
meio
rumble,
da
that was
jaula,
nutty.
mas a Miss
Okay,
Fortune
game over.
conseguiu
Yep.
isso. De novo,
Yeah, I
ele
think
100%
Kabum
de
got completely mental
participação
broken
em
in the last two
abates,
fights.
assim como ele teve
The teams
no
earned their
segundo.
slots and forced them to be competitive. I mean, that's promo relegations. That's not best of 3, right? Oh, hold up. Oh, they actually target select properly. Netuno's dead. Massive bounty for House. See, it's just target selection makes it so much easier. Oh, nice spear. House is playing really well in this fight too. Last fight he kind of screwed up his positioning, but this fight he's playing really, really well. Oh, nice phosphorus bomb, perfect timing. Oh, there's still bounties too on these turrets. Damn. Okay. Still pretty decent gold lead for Los though. And also done. I think the skilling from Kabum should have kicked in. I think they're on third item or almost there. Yeah, I think House played really well here. The flash in Valk out to secure the kill on Netuno makes this fight so much easier to play out. And the target selection is great this time. Screw does a lot of work on the side. Unsung hero. Okay. Red was the last team to win Circuito. Their second split in CBLOL they won. Damn, that's deep history, Ray. Before my time. I started following Tier 2 Brazil in like 2023. Yeah. This is why you hate Kaiser here. Short range, yeah. Those looking good. Yeah. Yeah, the game is turning out better than I thought. After game 1, I was low-key worried that Kabum might not come back, but yeah, they've got their hands back. I'm still not liking the macro from either of these teams that much, but the team fights are getting better. Definitely more fun to watch. Kaiser's terrible here. Again, is it range? Because I mean, what she did to Steiner inside of his Crescent Guard looked pretty good, considering the situation. You can't shut down MF by yourself. Oh, it's not her job to do that, right? Like, that's more to me on C's or damage to try and shut down the Misfortune. Or maybe hear it in the flank position too. Like, Skuro here is more to clean up and just kite the front line. Because their front line's not true tank anyways. I like that Super Clever actually didn't go tank and he went AP. Because it's very squishy on the other side. If you can get the burst, you can get kills. But Steiner's not full tank either. MF gets free scaling. But MF scaling is not that strong. Her ratios are meh. I think Kai'Sa's skill is better. If anything, I think Netuno this game is basically making miracles to make his MF even look as good as it has. You shut down MF, you win an item. Okay, that's fair, I guess. Yeah. But then that feels like less Kai'Sa as a pick and more the rest of your team, right? To help you try and get that shutdown. And then win it one item. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. There are some great flank angles from Kabum right now. Hirit and House both have great flank angles. I wish House didn't clear that ward though. If they didn't know House was there, I think it would be a lot scarier. Ooh, the bounce house. Hirit just got bopped. That was really well played from Luz. Yeah, they just sacked the drag. That's fine. Oh, nice Onias. Okay. To be fair though, really good play from Los Grandes. Very impressive. That turnaround was clean. I feel like they've been looking for that in the last couple of fights and they couldn't find it. So.
de
Really good.
flanco, se você está sendo flanqueado, você tem que atacar
Damn.
o ponto mais
Low still wanna
fraco do
lose.
flanco inimigo.
But these fights are
É
actually really nice.
justamente o ponto em que tem
Super
uma
clever.
pessoa
Giga
só,
Chad,
o
yeah.
Elite, que tava na lateral, tava na visão da Loz. E
Yeah, I think the
aí
Gragas.
não respeitou o controle
His laning with the
do
Gragas
jogo,
was
fez
a
com
little
que
bit
o Gragas,
more missed than
conforme
hit.
que ele seta,
But
o
yeah, in the
MG
team
tá
fights, he's
dando
been spot on.
pode ter perdido
I still don't like the
o
misfortune here for Los Grandes, but you can't argue with the
Sério?
results. It
A
won.
Loz vai derrubar esse inibidor aqui, mas vai ter que recuar Colossus porque tá
Super
nascendo
midder,
o time
not
da
looking
Kabum.
super
Não
mid.
tem barão. A Kabum tem ferramentas muito fortes também pra fechar,
That statement's confusing in the context of League of Legends.
Vai saindo, eu não acredito.
Calma aí, quanto que foi de
A
vida?
gente não consegue mais ver.
Like, are you calling
É,
super
deixa eu
clever
trazer
mid?
informação aqui pra gente.
Or are you saying MG is
Vai falando outra coisa
Super.
aí,
Vai
Bruno.
contar, vai contar.
Vamos esperar, Foguete.
Vamos esperar.
3.
3 de vida.
Isso.
Tá,
Ai, eu
a
fiquei
briga
nervosa,
agora...
com muita atenção.
A briga agora é pelo barão, galera.
I am confused as to who Super Midder
Mas
is.
a Loz já tá chegando com as sentinelas. Eles acabaram de resetar. A alma do dragão da montanha vai dando esse escudo aí que soma na vida do time da Loz e é uma alma muito
If anything, I
forte.
think Hirit has disappointed me so far this
Pro
series.
Netuno, porque ele
Like, he's been doing the best on Kaboom, but at the same time, his team fighting's been
De novo,
not
eles
great.
vão atacando o flanco.
Tão caçando
Oh,
o
damage
Rinite.
whiffed.
O problema é que o damage se mete no meio da galera por ali,
Okay,
desanimou
damage is
a Loz
fine, he
de partir
survives.
pra cima. O Sangueon ficou meio isolado dentro do covil. Ele pode cavalgar pra longe. Ele espera o momento certo. Agora sim, vai saindo por ali e se reposiciona todo mundo da Loz.
Okay, so you are talking
A
about.
equipe da Kabum tem que se tocar disso. o
Yeah, I mean, Hirit, last week, Hirit looked like an incredible, like, monster, a beast. I think it's fair to call Kaboom Hirit Esports. But today, he's been. Like, he was the best performer in probably in game 1. But I didn't think his team fighting was that good. And this game on the Gwen, his team fighting's been actually kind of bad.
Mas o pessoal da Loz parou, tá ligado?
Ele jogou aquela
He's a
loucura de
baby.
maluco ali mesmo.
Super Clever Loki has a bit of a baby face, though.
Porque nesse ponto, perder o damage é muito melhor do que perder o Hirit.
I kind of get
A
it.
gente tem que observar, perdão, Bruno, a gente tem que observar só essa movimentação da Loz, porque a gente vê que o tempo todo eles ficam
But, like,
zoneando
he's not the
pra
youngest by a
uma
long shot
posição
right
de
now. I
conforto
mean, we've
que
got players
muito
like
bem
Tatu and
defendido.
Mago.
Estão fazendo esse trabalho bem feito e startam o Barão agora.
Netuno fica no meio de todo o time da Loz.
Like, if you take off Super Clever's facial hair, I think he has a baby face. Ah.
O Barão já tá na metadinha.
Okay, good wall from MG. Let's go.
O Barão não foi feito, Rinit vem pela frente mesmo.
Hirit zoning.
Não encaixou de
No, Damage did not want to hit the hook. The call is to finish
O
Baron.
ultimate dele tanca demais. Do outro lado, o Cis
Okay.
Barão. A galera da Loz tomou esse prejuízo. Super
Okay, they survived the
geral, e por
explosive
enquanto,
pass.
é só
Squirrel! Oh my goodness!
o Sangueon tá vivo no limite.
One more auto would have killed
Enquanto a
Sunghyun.
Loz vai tentando caçar, vai tentando pegar mais um. Por enquanto eles tomaram o Barão e
Yeah, the
mataram
guy shot was a little bit more missed than
O
hit.
Netuno ainda tem
To be
GA
fair.
pra gastar, é por isso que ele vai na frente.
But also the
Vai
positioning of
matar,
Kaboom made it
vai
really hard.
confrontar.
Saiu da entrada do Rinit.
I don't think Los can push in the end. I think you just back out and reset.
Rotaciona pra parte inferior do mapa.
If they go for the bot lane, they're just gonna get picked.
Defendeu esse Barão, Colossus.
The death timer on Kaboom's, on damage specifically on for Kaboom is pretty low.
Mas vai respirar numa situação complicadíssima. O ouro já não existe mais.
Yeah, unfortunate for Super Clever. I saw the angle he was looking for, but it was he was slightly off in the angle calculation.
E a Kabum vai dar uma
I think he was trying to pin them into the wall, actually, because I don't think he actually gets in range.
Do outro lado, o Cis fez o Barão. A galera da Loz
Oh no, yeah, he was looking for the knockback. He was just a little bit,
tomou
like, half a second too slow.
demais. Do outro lado, o Cis fez o Barão.
Yeah, I think he needed a explosive cask here after he dashed in. After that, it took too long. Yeah. Really unfortunate.
A Loz já tá fechadinha numa situação
We didn't miss anything. They were on a
o
reset. That's why I
Rinit
just
consegue
hopped back to
matar
live.
pelas rotas laterais, além de que ele tem um único
Like, damage just
alvo,
respawn. They just push
que é
out.
o Netuno. Se eles não chegarem no Netuno e virarem esse
Man,
lance,
we are neck and neck in
não tem
gold.
luta, e o Rinit
Despite
não
the
tá
8 kill advantage those have,
pra ser essa grande
despite the
ameaça agora.
mountain soul that they have,
Vai entrando cada vez
They-
mais no jogo. Já tem arma guarda, tanto
yeah, are neck and neck in gold. And I think the skilling favors Kaboom, so yeah, even with the soul, it's probably more even than the kill count suggests. Oh, they pick Hirit again. Oh no, he got the Hello Miss in time. Okay. The bullet time did not do work from this, you know. He's dead? Oh. Okay. Okay, that's a yikes. Okay, yeah, the Skuro, the Kaisa is struggling. That's for sure. Oh.
Agora sim, acabou.
And Netuno lives again. Holy crap.
Tá tudo certo e o
Netuno this game is absolutely cracked. He's gonna win MVP this series, undoubtedly.
a favor da loira.
That's crazy.
Netuno. E fim de papo, meu amigo.
E o Netuno fez tudo, Gruntar.
That's
Ele fez
actually
uma
nuts.
kill, ele fez
Holy.
double kill, triple, quadra e penta.
Yeah,
E
Kaboom without the
e a
engage tank,
fecha
or
todas
damage
as
felt so squishy this game. I don't know why. He just kept getting popped every time he even looked at the fight.
Vitória da Luz.
Com 2-0, muito
Damn.
consistente. A Los vem pra essa primeira.
Congrats to Los Grandes. They actually... Okay, CD the split just feels so volatile. Like every team is so inconsistent. The only team that's consistent is Corinthians, and I'm praying that they don't let me down next game.
No primeiro jogo a gente teve
Like Corinthians is the one team that hasn't trolled yet.
fazendo uma ótima jogada e o Netuno também fez bom
It feels worse than CBLOL, right? At least like in CBLOL you had some consistent teams. Like you had Kate Stars last year. You had Pain Gaming in playoffs. You've got Loud, you know, in 2023 and 2024, you know? Or more 2023 and 2022. Like CD, it's just like every week some people are throwing randomly. It's super weird.
do jogo, né, cara? Ou essa Gwen ganhava o jogo, quer dizer, ou essa MF ganhava
I don't know.
Gwen,
This Kaboom today felt very disjointed. Like when damage was going in, everybody was going out. Harriet struggled to. He kept getting picked. It's like, you're Gwen. Why are you initiating? You have Nautilus and a Pantheon who can both initiate better than you.
zerou o League of Legends, porque ele fez
How's their well this series though? I think
kill lá no começo,
Yeah.
triple kill na jogada
I was
de
generally
penta,
pretty decent.
e um quadra pra fechar, pô.
Pra fechar. O lance é o seguinte, depois do Penta, o Netuno
like
ficou
this
muito
tier list is all over the place
consistente
right now because of how they're playing.
Tava
It's
sentindo
crazy.
que a Kabum tava crescendo, eu falei daquelas armas
I don't know,
guardas, o Netuno fez
fool.
diferença na luta, só que não foi o suficiente. Ainda não é.
I can't even move Kaboom below Flamengo because Flamengo threw so hard last week randomly.
Veio pra cima e veio pra cima na hora certa. Acho que se a Luz demora muito, eles já
Flamengo literally lost both their games last week, so Flamengo is kind of looking bad right now. I don't know, man.
De novo, meio que
And these are like our top 4 teams, and they all play super weird.
cara. Esse daí foi
That's annoying.
o começo da
The Ranger will beat
Foi
them.
o começo da jogada que foi o-
No, I kind of want to see Aoshi coach this team too.
Eu sinto que a Kabum tava brigando de uma forma
Imagine Ranger and Aoshi, man.
nunca tinha uma sincronia de todo
I'd be
mundo
terrified of
trabalhando
those two as
junto,
coaches.
respeitar os
If you mess up,
tempos de
they'll
cada um.
pound, they'll beat you up.
Vinha um, aí vinha o outro.
Flamengo, yeah, exactly. Flamengo is very inconsistent. All of them are inconsistent. Only Corinthians is
E é
consistent.
curioso porque a gente começou esse jogo especificamente falando que parecia que acabou.
Like even on the lower end, like Rise and Dopamina are not consistent either. Like there've been games where Dopamina looks really good, and Rise looks bad in different ways, different games.
Eles estavam muito bem sincronizados.
They got one win. They look bad, but they look
E aí, no ponto,
inconsistently bad. You know, like one game it's like, oh, I have no hands. Next game it's like, oh, I have no brain. Really weird. Flamengo has a better schedule from now on? Who do they play after this? Flamengo. Oh yeah, they went 1 and 3. Damn, I didn't even realize they're actually that far down. Okay, they've played Los, they've played Corinthians, they played Kaboom. Okay, so they played all. The only big team left, I think, that might be trouble is Stella.
E o Super Kleber tava junto.
Red Academy had a really good series though last week against, I think it was Los. Yeah. So maybe Red could screw them, but they don't play till week 5, so they don't play till next week because they're off week.
Eu falei isso lá no começo.
Oh yeah, true. Flamengo. Ooh, Aegis is down here again, isn't he? Well, let's see, because Red don't play till next week. They don't have any games this week.
Você não vai
Maybe they put Aegis back in. I'd be surprised they did though. I kind of see what they mean though, that saying that Red plays better with Doom than with Aegis. Like I don't think Doom himself was that amazing, even with the Fury game. I think he benefited a lot from his team, but the team certainly played pretty well. So. Kinda get it.
Que a Thalia consegue fazer
Legal.
para
Sim.
protegê-la e também o trabalho que o Gragas estava fazendo para protegê-la, ela basicamente tinha 3 suportes ali prontos para defender ela a qualquer
Yeah, but I love seeing Graftar and Aegis playing together,
Dá
so
pra ver que
yeah.
o Netuno, ele tava escondidinho no meio do time, porque o ultimate do Cizzy foi a hora que eles mataram o Netuno, né? Teve um ponto que eles conseguiram matar o Netuno assim. O ultimate do Cizzy vinha nele, então ele ficava no meio do time
Yeah.
pra justamente não ser engajado.
falando tanto no cara,
não,
desculpa.
não tem como ser outro cara, né?
Who's their MVP? It's gonna be Netuno. It has to be, right? Yep.
Bora. Todo Netuno
Man picked up the second
100%.
quadra
Tá
of the
certo.
split
Ele
and the
muda o
first penta of
cabelo,
the split.
mas a foto do MVP
I feel like this is the problem with players like Netuno and House. Like you want to give up on them because you're like, oh, you know, we've seen them so many times. They're never clutch. They always choke, and then they do crap like this, and you're like, oh, I can't give up on them. they're too good. You know, there's still a chance. They're not washed yet. Richard stick with rookies. They won't win this split anyways. Might as well evolve new talent. Honestly, I'm actually not sure. I almost feel like if you have Greftar Aegis, there's a chance you could win. I don't know. It's unlikely, but I want to see Greftar and Aegis together in tier 2 first to see if I think there's a chance that they win. Because the rookies that they have, I don't feel we're that strong either, unfortunately. Like Zin's Doom, Peko was the previous mid laner, Rabello, Yuzent. None of them felt ready to promote this year to me. That's why I'm so shocked that they're promoting Doom. Doom Game 2 on Sunday with Mago didn't look that good. It looked more like what I expected from him. His Game 1 was really good though on the Interfere. Yeah, I need more tape on Doom and Mago in tier 1. That's why I was so surprised when Trajan picked Mago for Red. For his LTA Fantasy. Because I didn't think... Yeah, I have no tape. I just don't know what to think about him. Oh, Big Sag. I think Spoots is gone. Just as Lilico is going to play next game too. You believe, but yes, but you believe Jean will develop into a good player? I hope so. I mean, the first, man, we got so baited on Sunday. The first solo kill that he got, and we're all like, oh, he's crazy, he's cracked. And then he didn't get another kill the entire game. That was kind of unfortunate on the Akali. But yeah, I think Brazil, or LTA South as a whole, could use more good mid laners coming up. And Fu's really good. I think Fu actually is a good steal in the mid lane for LTA Fantasy right now. Oh, I can't see how much he costs, but yeah, I think Fu is a good pickup for mid lane right now. I see mid laners. I can't. I want to see how much Fu costs because I think he might be a good cheap pickup. Well, a win for fantasy is only +3, right? So if his individual stats are good enough, then it might make up for the +3. I don't know, maybe. Because like Leviathan won both their games, but the points that most of the players got was kind of low. So yeah, I don't know. I haven't quite figured out the secret shots for LTA Fantasy yet. As evidenced by the fact that I'm like, what, 6th in the league? 7th in the league right now? I'm like way down. I blame Snaker. Snaker trolled me. 7th, yeah. I blame Snaker. Freaking Snaker went negative 1.48. Negative 1.5 in game 1. The funny part is I'm not even that mad about this because that was against Pain Gaming. So, yeah, it's like this was the sacrifice I had to make to get Pain Gaming to win, you know? Yeah, Lev won in quotation marks. I mean, a win's a win, okay? We can't take that away from them, to be fair, but it was those were very ugly. Okay. We get Corinthians versus RATZ. I'm looking forward to watching Corinthians play again. It's been a while. Corinthians are very, very good. RATZ, though, are plucky. I like the attitude of RATZ, though. Considering all the roster issues they have. It's just doing the loud thing where people expect them to be good and they suck in the beginning. Yeah. It's really weird, too, because I don't understand why they're sucking so hard. Like, their laning was never the best, but it's not just the laning that's the problem for them now. Like, this last weekend, it was the mid-game that was also a problem. Like, they just didn't do anything in the mid-game. They do something. Best of ones. Yeah, but that's the fun of best of ones, Lunar. That precisely your top team's gonna crap the bed for no reason. You believe they'll be better in playoffs? I think they'll be better before, like, in a week or two. I think it's just, I don't know, maybe they got too used to playing Korean teams with a different meta, like different playstyle, and then they're just getting randomly bodied by South American teams who play a different style. A suboptimal style, to be honest, but a different style. Yeah. But that just makes my point, Lunar. This is why I like best of ones, because of the random upsets that can happen and cause cheating. Did I see the memes? I did not. Unfortunately. I did not. I was kind of busy this weekend with work, so it's like as soon as the games were over, I went to go work, so I didn't get to see the memes, unfortunately. People saying vacation plus having cafeteria better than boot camp in Korea. I mean, but I feel like we see this a lot with teams, right? They go boot camp in Korea, and then they do well in Korea, and then they come back, and then they look like kind of sus. And I think a lot of it's just they get used to certain timings and stuff from Korean teams, and then the Brazilian teams don't do it, or the Latin teams don't do it. South American teams don't do it. Yeah, exactly. Like, most of the teams are Loud's done it a couple times too. You hope? I hope I get Mordekaiser out to Brazil. I want to go Brazil. And this year they changed the visa rules. So in the past as a Canadian, I didn't need a visa. Now I need a visa to go to Brazil. So big Sag. I don't think I'm going to Brazil anytime soon. I feel like that's a polite way. Woman and Ray's basically telling you to get Mordekaiser out to Brazil as well, Lunar. Why do we still not have a picture of Krastamel? There's so many pictures of Krastiel. Just Photoshop the black shit on him. Yeah, apparently it's starting. Yeah. I knew that it was coming soon, but yeah. I didn't get a chance to go down before this, unfortunately. Oh, damn it. They did the draft. No, and they put it in freaking roll order. Late order. Please. Please stop doing this. Wait, hold on. I hate this. Now we play the game. What got picked when? And we try and figure... Whoops. Or we try and figure out what got picked when. Okay, first off, just look at the comps. Ah, Yorick ban! We saw it in the LTA North, the Yorick. That's super funny. Yorick Buster is hilarious. You would, but you can't do the sun, Lunar? I don't know, the sunscreen just sounds like an excuse to me. Okay, I like these bands that came out from RATZ. The Oriana band's a little bit surprising, but... The Lekko is a big enough pool, I don't feel like Oriana is really the answer here. Rumble with... okay, you've got Varus, Nautilus for setup, it's not terrible. And then... Brom, Ezreal, Karma. Ooh, I really... There's not enough damage on this side. Like, you're relying on Ezreal. Big yikes. I like the Ornn and Braum, but I feel like you needed a damage deal in the mid lane. Like, this should have been an Azir or something like that. Or a Soul, you know, something that skills up and just does a crap ton of damage. There's too little damage otherwise right now on this comp. I mean, Corinthians don't have a true tank, so it might not be the end of the world, but... Wait, Lunar saying Varus, Ezreal, Karma, Jace, Rumble, Shin? Okay, I don't think Varus was the prio. We've seen Varus kind of drop in priority, especially... Like, you've not seen Kalista bans as well. I suspect... Wait, let me score the teams first. First of all, this draft is nice, but no damage. Too little damage. I'll give them a 2.5 because there's not a lot of tank on the other side, so I think they might get away with low damage. This is good damage. It's a little bit spread out. The theme's not the best. I'm not liking the Pantheon pick necessarily with everything else here. I'll give this one a 3. I favor Corinthians comp, but I'm not like crazy about it either, unfortunately. O time da tropa da Fiel é o Coringão e do outro as Ratazana de Vila, o time da RATZ. Vamos ver se as Ratazanas vão conseguir sair pouco ali do esgoto para conseguir realmente. Okay, we know that jungle is late for sure on this side. And we know top lane is late on this side. Actually, let's just directly onto the overlays. Okay, so we know jungle is late. Top lane is late. I don't know about that. I think they could have gone Xinjiao Karma as first rotation, actually. And then you keep the Karma flex alive. No, actually, no, you're right. No,
principalmente a equipe da RATZ aí, fazendo bastante essa troca dentro do seu
Okay,
agora,
no.
de fato, é hora de buscar
Hold on, let me
soluções.
think.
E a gente tá vendo aqui por enquanto,
We
né,
leave.
justamente uma movimentação agressiva por parte do pessoal da RATZ e podem encontrar
I think we did
X aqui,
this.
mas ele vai ver e foi
Oh,
Ele foi pego, já vem chegando por aqui. O Sting não tinha noção de que
Sting's getting
essa
pushed
galera
out.
toda indo ali pra cima dele. Não vai
okay, that's a nice
conseguir
invade, but it's sacking Beanie and Custom Mill here. To make that invade happen. They're gonna lose all sorts of control in the bot lane. They're gonna be so late to level 2. They get advantage time? Oh, they might not actually miss that much CS, never mind. I'm wrong. I thought they'd lose more. I think Jace was actually first prio here.
Só faltou isso mesmo, a equipe
Like, I think
RATZ que
Varus was picked in first rotation, but I think they probably picked Jace early.
jogos, mas não consegue manter a
And then
progressão. E pelo
maybe this is what I think it's probably at. I think Jace is higher prio
vai voltando nas
than Varus
ruas,
right
não
now.
conseguem manter a vantagem que eles costumam ter no começo de jogo por serem
And I
um pouco
guess
mais
you
agressivos.
pick this
Enquanto
here.
a equipe do Corinthians mantém, né,
Like,
uma
these two
mais
get
uma
swapped at
base
some point, but
sólida de ouro, não aumenta
and
muito
here's
o jogo,
4
também não
or
fica
5.
muito pra trás e aumenta principalmente a partir dos 20.
This is what I suspect the draft to be.
Então veremos como é que será a
I don't know.
narrativa aqui desse começo de jogo.
We might never know what the draft is.
Coisa de narrativa, dá uma olhada no início do jogo. Se a gente for olhar algumas estatísticas aqui do Corinthians, ele não é um time muito que foca
Xinjiao is bought and can look for the gank, yeah, but it's still kind of dicey. And as soon as we drop the ward to see Xinjiao coming, I think Trigo and Manel are fine to push up and be aggressive.
Eles estão ali em top 1.
So.
Dragão por jogo, também em Barão, eles são um time que gosta muito
Wait,
de pegar.
Manel?
É aquela coisa da transição do mid ali pro
Oh yeah, they switched to Manel. Yeah, they started Telos and they switched to Manel. But I was like, wait, why is it Manel? I thought it was Telos. I already had that one of confusion and shock. Because I thought Telos was better, but Manel's been fine.
Vamos ver se eles vão conseguir manter essa consciência aí pro mid, pro late game. Por hora a gente vê que as rotas acabam sendo um pouco mais equilibradas. E como a gente tava conversando, o pathing do jungle vai acabar terminando junto, porque a gente viu que o Drekiro conseguiu defender muito bem pra poder evitar que esse Pantheon acelere o jogo. Porque se você der esse espaço pro Pantheon começar a farmar, pra ele conseguir pegar esse nível 6 bem rápido, pode ser um pouco...
Okay, I actually didn't
complicado. Então, eu acho
see
que essa
if Sting
dinâmica
invaded
do
and took away
RATZ
Rick
acaba
buff.
sendo melhor justamente pro
I think they probably
pessoal
did,
da
but
RATZ, que esse Pantheon não vai conseguir ser muito participativo no mapa. Então, por hora aqui, acho que o
You love all the shoutouts? What shoutouts?
Tá na faixa dos 3 minutos ainda, nem chegou essas vacilarvas, mas um jogo bem truncado em termos de movimentações. E falando em movimentação,
Oh.
a gente pode ver um gank rolando.
O Drekiro tava na fog, não acerta ali a âncora.
Oh, good flash. Not enough.
Mas a mordida do inverno tinha pegado e
Oh, the barrier! The barrier makes it so close. Wait, can they actually find more? No way. It's enough! The minion block! The minion block! The shields! All the shields right now! That's hilarious!
E uma jogada que parecia perfeita pro pessoal da RATZ.
That's so good.
Saiu pela culatra
That's so
justamente
good.
porque o Sting chegou a tempo, mas o tempo que o
Oh my goodness,
Trigo
that fight bot lane was hilarious. I love it. It makes up for all the boring early game we had between Kaboom and Los.
conseguiu solar o
The
Corinthians
absolute
na
chaos, the glorious chaos of it all.
Aconteceu em duas frentes diferentes.
That's
A equipe
nuts.
do Corinthians pegou 4,
Yeah, they're replaying the on the top side.
nível 4, mas o Chiari sem mana já prejudica a vida do Orne aí pra ele conseguir utilizar mais das suas
The Chiari just ran out of
Ele
mana?
começou a superaquecer, né? Então é esse Rumble que vai causar um pouco mais de dano no seu próximo lança-chamas.
Yeah,
né?
Chiari,
Então,
yeah,
isso
okay.
que a gente vai ver agora, ele causando dano de
Chiari just didn't respect the rumble damage. Ooh, Tyrion flash first.
E agora sem replay também pela
Nice.
parte de baixo, como você
Yeah,
pontuou.
Tyrion has been a beast these last 2 years. Like in 2024, he just crushed it too.
essa barreira pra conseguir essa eliminação, então acabou beitando o
Man, this is where everything got super funny to me.
conseguiu chegar muito bem
The shield, oh, really well played from Sting. I think that's the first good Pantheon shield we've really seen.
nessa situação e ele
Like,
consegue
really
jogar
clutch
muito
Pantheon
bem.
shield come through in CD so
Acho que
far.
É uma jogada que aconteceu, foi muito no detalhe.
Like, if he didn't shield that, he
Tava
dies.
prejudicando demais o pessoal da equipe da
And then
RATZ,
the fight
mas
goes
acho que a
kinda south,
execução foi
so.
franca aqui, eu acho que as duas equipes acabaram
Yeah, the
executando
Tyrion pre-flash was
muito bem,
sexy.
e só pra realmente completar o
And
ponto
Chiari
na
fell
hora
for it.
superior, essas matchups o pessoal tá querendo justamente trazer o biscoito e curar nessas trocas pra não serem eliminados. E a gente vê que nesse momento aqui o Chiari confiou demais, mas o dano que o Tyrion trouxe acabou sendo muito gigante.
E a gente já observou um iniciozinho de jogo meio maluco. E a gente tava
Yeah, the most LTA South person in most of your league circles. That's fair. I mean, I think LTA South is a very niche league for now, but it shouldn't be. It's such a fun league. Genuinely more fun to watch than most leagues.
E ele agora agora o Drake Hero pode ser pego ali, mas...
Oh, Sting.
Caraca,
Será que vai ser pego?
eu achei que o Sting tava por ali, ele tava um pouquinho mais
Oh
distante.
my goodness. Drake Hero must hate his life so much right now. Drake Hero left Fluxu for this. Just a reminder, he could have been playing on Fluxu.
Não é à toa que o Rumble é um dos campeões mais escolhidos aqui no nosso circuito desafiante. O campeão
Damn.
é muito forte, muito impactante na fase de
Okay,
rodas.
Corinthians are looking sexy again.
Principalmente nessa matchup, né? Contra um Oni que não vai oferecer muito perigo de kill pra cima desse Rumble.
Like,
Então ele tá
man,
confiando em cima do Chiari. Já são
This is why I've always been a
dois
proponent.
ataques,
I've said it before, like even in 2024, 2023, I thought Sting was a CB LoL already. Or he should have been in CB LoL. He's a good jungler.
E nesse caso aqui, o Tyrion também tá dando condição
His timing on these moves have been spot on. It's been perfect. The gank to the bot lane and then the counter gank topside, even the way he played that bush. By the way, LTA South, best observers.
E a gente vê
Like,
que essa
I love the vision
questão
toggles.
que ele
They're really good
atrasado
here now on TA South.
em termos de tempo, porque ele não conseguiu executar esse dragão. Então,
Like, he snuck into the bush in a perfect way, such a Drake Hero in CM. That's sexy.
E contestar essa parte de baixo do rio como já vai ser feito.
Corinthians will be poached for sure. I hope so. I don't know if they will though, because I feel like a lot of these players have been good for a while, but people just don't want to pick them for weird reasons. Oh. Does Manel have a hook? He does not. Let's go, Sting! No, too far. Okay. Still, they burnt Flash out of Linkas. Yeah, Corinthians always... They're just better. They're just... Oh man, Sting's moving faster than Drake Hero, and mechanically they're just outplaying. It's crazy. It's just crazy. Lunar, you got some Northerners to watch VODs? Hell yeah. I like to think that I've got some Northerners interested in CB LoL in the past, but yeah. It'd be hard for me to name names. So, Trigo is 40 years old, so no way. Trigo, I think, also has a very checkered experience in Tier 1. Like, he's very hit or miss. He's not consistent enough. Oh, barrier used. Trigo's got barrier of his own, though. I'm not worried. Barrier? Barrier? Oh, he already buried it. It just got popped. Never mind. Okay, worth it for Corinthians, though. Actually, no, not really. Trigo didn't get the kill. Manel's been stealing all the kills. It's 2-0 and 3. Loud averages 26.5 years old. Or 26 point change years old. I actually did the math for it. I don't know if they're the oldest average age roster, but like in the world, they are in CB LoL. Or in LTA South, pardon me. And then Pain were getting up there too. But now with Roamer, their average age dropped. So. Yeah. The problem is, yeah, I think Trigo has a very checkered history in Tier 1. So I think... And also 80 carries are 2 stacked right now. Oh. Oh, nice try. Tyrion wins these. Oh, nice. And the equalizer as well. Like, okay, it sounds weird for me to say sexy equalizer and you hit minions with it, but it just makes sure there's no dive to come through, right? If there's no minions. And then he can just reset and TP, right? So I really like the call for equalizer on those minions there. Just to reset on this wave. Oh, he didn't reset. Even better. So he suspects he's going to be dived and he doesn't want to TP on this wave when he can get dove. He's got no cover. Yep. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's okay. You sack a plate to stay alive. That's worth it. Yeah, Tyrion. I feel like Tyrion and Sting are the two that I want to see go up. Leleko is an interesting one. I saw his interview on Mice Esports. He was surprised that he didn't get picked up by a team. I am kind of surprised, but I also don't know if there's space for Leleko right now. Whereas for Tyrion, I could see him like replacing... I was gonna say Zothvi or what's the other guy's name? Bertel. But then those are the LE teams, so I don't know if they pick a Brazilian top laner. Oh. Damn. Corinthians are just playing with Drake Hero right now. Like Drake Hero can't find a gank to save his life. And they're calling out more bodies. Yeah, if Corinthians screw up, they're gonna die and lose grubs. Tyrion could also replace Hidan, potentially.
o time da RATZ pra tentar contestar
Yeah,
esse
I think those are the
objetivo. Eles
players.
já estão lá na parte de cima começando a fazer essas vacilarvas.
And then Sting could probably replace
A chamada deles aqui foi
Ganks,
levar o Chiari, né, pra essa parte superior do
Shinny,
mapa, mas ele não
maybe.
tem mais teleporte, então com isso ele teve que subir
Doom,
andando,
maybe, depending on how that
deixar
one
ele
goes.
pra lá. Agora o
It's a
Lynx
bit early to
ele
call it.
sim tem teleporte, mas a equipe do
Yeah, I
Corinthians
think there's more space in
melhor
top and
estruturada
jungle than
pra
there is in
pegar
mid
esse
lane.
objetivo.
Mas olha o Link indo pra cima do Tyrion também, a gente pode ver uma
Muito
treta
dano.
aqui rolando.
Não chegou a acertar o ultimate, ele vai ali sambando em cima do
Okay,
perigo,
Rat's
enquanto
got one of the
toda a
grubs.
parte de cima tem engage, hein? Olha o Manel, já foi ali
Oh,
pra cima do
nice
Crash.
stun.
Ele vem tomando muito dano, mas ele também trabalha com a sua ultimate. A galera vai brigando de tudo quanto é lado e por
Okay.
enquanto fica legal demais pro que
Technically, Rats won the fight, but their health bars are too low, so
Não, eles só fizeram uma vacilarva por aqui, a
they
outra foi a
get the
Corinthians,
kill,
dando
but
tempo
it's
do
Corinthians who actually could
Que
get
é
grubs if
interessante
they want to get
ressaltar
it.
que o pessoal do
Are they not
Corinthians
grabbing it?
tava
Okay.
nessa situação de ser 4
They're not gonna
contra
throw 'cause of
4
Sting.
contra 4, mas ainda assim eu não senti
Ah, but Lucas
muito
wins the bot side
participar
fight.
da luta
That's fine.
efetivamente, porque eles
I think Rats
são
can be pretty
mas
happy with
não
how
acabam
that
não conseguindo
trade of events
finalizar
went. They
essa
came out
flecha
with the win
performante por causa
in quotation
dessas
marks
iniciações
on both
movimentos
sides.
por parte da RATZ. E a gente viu que apesar deles estarem atrás em ouro, conseguem lutar muito bem, mas precisam encaixar melhor esse combo aqui se eles querem continuar vencendo essas lutas.
E também tem a ocasião aqui pro Varus, né? Tanto a ultimate do Shinzal como o Inquebrável ali, o E do Brown, atrapalham bastante, né? As flashes.
You can see Loud having 5 new stars in 26 because all their players will be in nursing home. Maybe. I think it comes down more to like if Robo and Tinones don't want to retire, I think there'll always be a team that's willing to pick them up. The two of them have shown that they're very, very good, and that they're still even in the current, even in 2025, they're still very good. I think their issues are more team coordination issues than actual mechanics. But yeah, I don't know if Loud would like completely blow up the roster.
Mas eu vejo que o grande ponto do
I don't know what
Corinthians
Loud's
é que
thinking,
pode
man.
estender a luta um pouco mais através desse
Hard to
gol,
say.
Eles podem segurar um pouquinho mais, porque se eles fizerem uma entrada muito abrupta e muito brusca,
Like I don't feel like they need to blow the entire roster
contra
up.
vários
But,
campeões corpo a corpo, tudo bem que o
and more importantly, I don't know who you'd find to replace Robo
mas ele pode
Tinones.
virar corpo a corpo, então é um momento que ele acaba ficando vulnerável a essas jogadas. Então são praticamente quatro campeões corpo a corpo. Então,
Top lane you still have
você
options, I
corpo a
guess,
corpo contra um
but
Brown, você
mid
acaba
lane,
criando uma boa
I don't know if you want to build an entire
situação
team.
pra Chiari.
Ooh, Kiari missed.
Essa troca de carícias aqui na rota superior tá
And now he's gonna burn, baby burn.
Etapas e tapas, né? Não tem beijo por aqui não, a galera realmente vai só se criando um pra cima do outro. Aqui a gente viu que também, né, são muito picks, né? A gente viu que o Chiara, ele
Yeah, this match went about how I think we mostly expected. Like Corinthians are just better, but Rats are being very scrappy, which I like. They're not playing the cleanest, but at least they're like trying to show up to fights. Drake Hero, unfortunately, just doesn't feel like he's getting. I can't even say he's not trying. Like I see Drake Hero moving for ganks and all that. It's just Sting's always ahead of him.
E a gente tá vendo que eles
Kinda
vão
tough.
tentar garantir essa torre mesmo. Vai cair as barricadas.
Lunar build up Loud. Yeah, I mean you could. I just don't know if that's what Loud wants to do, right? Like the whole fact that they're running this roster that they are right now, where it's like they want immediate results, does not fill me with hope that Loud knows how to build their rosters from scratch. You know, like they feel like more like they buy decently performing players rather than trying to actually rebuild from scratch. I mean, I'd be down for them to try and rebuild from scratch. I think that'd be an interesting exercise at the end of the season to see if you can build a team from low value players or players from low value teams. Oh, Prostimel? Well, that's Bromel down. Rats can't probably don't want to make a big fight happen anytime soon. Ash Dragon spawns too, so ooh, that's a big yikes. I guess Trigo's change of corruption is equal. I guess. I don't know. Still feels kind of bad. Oh. Sting lives, no shot without shield. That's a shocker. Okay, nice. Rats win the fight. I think Corinthians actually made a mistake trying to pick that fight, but still, good for Rats. Wait, so Ray by oh, Chigo's so dead. Yeah, there we go. Unfortunate that Kiari picked it up. I think you give that to Beanie. Orn picking up the kills is not great. But Ray, that means you should support Rats, right, in this matchup? Because you support the underdog in CD, right?
pegando em posições que ele tá perdendo esse flash. E quando a gente trata de vários, que é um
Kaze is
campeão que já
your
não
pick
tem
for best
mobilidade,
Southern Tier 2
não
mid.
ter o seu flash pra
19
essas
will be 20, Tier 1
movimentações,
experience.
pode ser
Okay.
matar o Tabinha, tem que tomar um pouco
I'd be
de
down for it
cuidado,
actually.
fica sempre
I do
essas
think
vantagens nesse ponto
Loud
pra
should probably
acelerar.
look at the LLA,
Viu, vai crescer,
at LRN, LRS for mid lane talent. I mean, they produced Cody.
A equipe do Corinthians pegou muita vantagem
So.
logo no início, né? O
Ratch
Corinthians,
dropped Buero. You hope they get
parece que
relegated?
ia
Okay.
causar aquele efeito bola de neve pra cima do Drake Hero, que não tava conseguindo muito
Understandable. Have a nice day.
né? Tem que farmar tranquilamente. E agora o Corinthians já tá cedendo alguns abates, cede objetivos também. Se recupera agora um pouco.
I do not know enough about Buero. I know he has a lot of fans, but
Objetivo pra contar. Eles também garantiram as presas de força, então estão com as botinhas de fada. A gente tá vendo ali a bordinha vermelha nas botas dos jogadores do lado
okay.
azul.
Yeah, RATZ are finding action. They're generating picks, but they're kind of losing the objectives off the back of it, right? Like they get the pick mid, but then it's Corinthians to pick up the Herald with 5 grubs, which means that whichever lane they drop it in is pretty much 1 guaranteed turret, maybe 2.
Tudo bem, ainda estão na frente, né?
And they
Mas
can
o
actually
time
walk it
do
in.
Reds
They're not going to pull
tá conseguindo ser mais efetivo.
a kaboom from last game where they just randomly drop it and do nothing with it.
Como deu no início da partida.
E aí, vale destacar também a participação
Which was
do
super
Thiago, nos
weird.
momentos que ele tá chegando, as eliminações
Sim.
estão acontecendo muito bem, e a gente tá tratando que ele tá com o Ornn, que é um campeão tanque, mas tá conseguindo distribuir bastante.
Yeah, they're going to drop Herald mid. Okay.
Que já utiliza o Arauto, vão querer aproveitar, já que o buff ia acabar.
São 3 jogadores da RATZ pra tentar defender essa torre. Vamos ver o que eles vão
Ah,
tentar fazer.
hey.
Até porque tem amplo
Oh, they didn't write it in,
mais uma
cowards.
vez, né, no Crash Mel, muita resistência pra ele. No fim das contas rolou a cabeçada, mas a torre continua de pé.
Uma
E
coisa
a gente vê
que...
que eles perderam a onda de minions, desculpa, Tavinha.
Nada, que
interromper.
isso. Você primeiro, professor.
Não, eu só ia comentar que a gente viu que eles estavam perdendo muita onda de minions ali na parte inferior do mapa, e a gente vê que a ação continua por hora, mas, por favor, complete seu
Não, que
raciocínio.
isso. Eu ia falar dele, mas peraí que vem e briga.
Okay.
E também a chegada do próprio Sting.
Cross map, but they
Porque
lose
ali
out on
acabou
Leleco mid in
sendo
exchange. I
um
don't know if that's
2x1,
worth it.
Mas enquanto isso, na parte de baixo também te ajudaria da RATZ.
Okay.
Garante esse abate ali pra
Yeah,
cima
RATZ still
do
punch it back.
Eu ia comentar agora do Chiari, né? Que ele tá
It's a
fazendo
meme.
muita
They are calling them
movimentação, mas
Judas.
ele tá ficando atrás do
Wait,
Fábio.
they're calling Ratch Judas or they're calling Buero Judas?
Certo da rota, agora acabou ali tomando 2 ultimates, foi abatido. A equipe da
Rats,
também
okay.
desconta pela parte aqui do meio do
Yeah.
mapa, já que o Leleco foi abatido. E a gente nem
I mean, if
sabe
it's his team,
como
I'm surprised that they
de
dropped
repente
him.
caiu nas
It makes me
garras
wonder too,
dos
like,
ratos,
what did he do that made them drop
quase
him, you know?
cai essa torre do meio. O
'Cause if you made the team, right,
essa-
like,
essa empurrada da onda de
it was
minions,
kinda
a
bad,
onda
no?
não caiu, e agora sim, a gente vai rever como que o Leleco foi abatido. E não teve muito segredo não. Ficou
Okay, Leleco just got
demais
picked
na
out for
frente,
being too far up the
mas
lane.
ninguém
Okay.
da sua equipe tomou o W da Karma, tomou 2 dano na sequência.
That is indeed on Leleco.
É, a gente percebeu que também pelo vídeo ele tinha puxado a onda de minions da parte inferior do mapa, então ele passou pela selva e aí foi interceptado. Mas quem foi interceptado é o
É.
Darius.
Ai,
Foi
ai,
ali
ai.
sanduichado, tem a chegada do
Oh,
Lynx,
they're
agora
finally
vai
ganking
ter muito
Tyrion.
mais
This is his
o que
first
fazer.
death, too.
Já com seus dias contados,
Like, he's been picking on carry so far.
do time da RATZ.
É, e tem que tomar cuidado.
Okay, Corinthians are playing a little bit sloppy now in the mid game. That's both the solo laners caught out for no reason, without wards, without sufficient vision.
Opa,
Is Sting gonna get caught out now for no reason?
É o famoso pick-off simulator por aqui. O Sting tá acompanhado ali do Leleco. Ele
No,
vai
I think he's
fora
fine.
também.
I think he's
Tem um
fine.
teammate chegando, mas não consegue
A lot of
sair,
TPs being called in.
mas enquanto isso, o Sting já foi
Nope, never
abatido.
mind. He's not fine.
Agora viraram 4 jogadores contra 2 do time da
Yo,
RATZ.
Rats are getting back into it.
Avançando,
Corinthians kind of hard through that.
liberação pra cima do
They're
Leleco.
losing so many members for no
Já
reason.
flechou pra cima do Trigo, encaixa primeiro hit. o
Trigo's
segundo,
dead.
terceiro também.
Damn.
Achei que ele ia estudar, mas não
Damn.
tá nem aí. Garante mais um abate pra
Okay,
Volta
okay.
pro placar de abates.
Did not expect us to be here, but here we are. Rats actually find a gold lead for the first time this game. Corinthians hard through that. Oh my goodness. And now Manel's doing the same thing. Then it's a TP here too. Does Tyrion die? Yeah, at least Tyrion doesn't die. Nope, never mind. He does die. I don't know what's going on, guys. I actually don't know what's going on anymore. Corinthians are hard throwing this. And Rats are a scrappy team. Rats macro is not amazing, but they are very good at like fighting and picking off individual targets. So if you give them so many picks in a row, yeah, like Rats are gonna absolutely abuse that. And now it gets hard for Corinthians. For absolutely zero. Like, I don't know why they did all of that, but Corinthians just gave the game for free. That's mind-blowing. This is after Leleco and Tyrion got picked solo. This is wild. Like, I don't know what, I don't know why Trigo turns around again. Like, you throw out the ult, just keep running. Either he dies or he doesn't. It has nothing to do with you anymore. Then you die because of that. Yeah, but rats are a scrappy team. They're willing to fight. If they know they're strong, okay, their comp lacks damage, but it has a lot of tankiness. So they are willing to dive you easy, as long as they think they can burst you. And Manel is kind of squishy, so they had a 3k lead, now they've got a 3k deficit. Right? So it's almost a 6k swing from start to finish.
Realmente não estavam pensando proativamente, mas novamente a equipe da RATZ acertou muito bem em encontrar essas brechas nos momentos certos para conseguir retomar.
Yeah, some choices were definitely made in the last couple of minutes there.
Nesse jogo a gente tá vendo que a itemização do Lynx também para essas próximas lutas pode ficar muito arriscada, porque a gente tá vendo que ele já fechou o regenerador de pedra lunar. Então essa luta aqui
Some
vai
very
ficando cada vez mais
choice,
complicada, porque o Bin atingiu
big choices were
mais
made.
itens também, e mesmo que o Trick
Okay,
tenha
for
essa
Corinthians,
pode ser que não seja o suficiente, porque
coming back in for the Corinthians is a little bit difficult. I mean, their side has an Ornn Ezreal. If they start getting ahead and they can actually kill you, that becomes a
Só a
problem.
gente olhar ali no placar, né? Teve uma hora que o placar de ouro ali tava metade era só o time do Corinthians, a outra
And Corinthians gave away the last two drugs too.
Agora se a gente olhar ali embaixo as diferenças de ouro, mano, a diferença na mid lane já é enorme a favor do time da RATZ,
Yeah.
na bot lane também é.
Compositionally, it's not great for Corinthians to lose the gold lead. Like, they were kind of more a snowball team. But they can definitely still come back into the game. I believe in their hands. I still trust their hands. They just need to not throw right now and then let the macro come through. Both Echo as well as Tyrion can still split push.
Aprimorar os itens dos seus aliados, então eles vão ganhar um spike.
Like,
ainda
Ornn can't
maior,
match the split push.
temos já atributos, então vai ficando cada vez mais complicado. Eles tinham que ter aproveitado essa vantagem todo early game.
But please, for the love of Corinthians, don't leave Trigo on his own to get picked. If Trigo dies, RATZ just gets to push in for free.
Muito boa, de uma maneira praticamente
Oh,
perfeita.
RATZ is on
Eles nem
Atakan.
cogitaram sequer pisar no Atakan, porque eles não podem, então eles vão tentar responder no outro lado do mapa para ver se eles convertem alguma vantagem em termos de objetivo, em termos de mapa.
Dependendo agora, provavelmente também
It's ruinous
da
Atakan.
equipe da RATZ, né, que por
That's
enquanto juntou todas as suas peças lá pela parte inferior do mapa, vão levar esse Atakan, vão perder a torre da
Yeah, Corinthians are looking for 2 turrets in exchange for
conseguem,
this.
de qualquer maneira, pegar esse objetivo é o Atakan da GA, né? Então eles têm um pouco mais de ímpeto pra buscar essa
Questions to switch to,
sabe
they're
que
gonna
vão
get 2
voltar,
mid, I
demorar
guess.
ali 15 segundos, depois eles não precisam ceder a base, então é uma condição
Oh, it's not ruinous. It's voracious Atakan. Really?
a equipe do Corinthians descontou,
Wow, I thought there was high enough
né?
kill
Agora,
and trades
a RATZ
that
ficou
it'd be
bastante tempo
ruinous.
pela parte de baixo do mapa, então foram duas
Okay,
torres
voracious is
que
actually the better Atakan, I think, for
A
RATZ.
gente vê que o pessoal do Corinthians tá conseguindo avançar muito bem e acho
Trigo
que
mid
foi o
game.
grande problema que eles estavam entrando
I mean, Trigo used to be really good at mid to late game. His early game was bad. His laning was bad back in the day.
A gente vê que eles não estão jogando muito juntos. Beleza, que a prioridade maior é
Though
jogar
Varus is not
com
what the
os
Champions is
laterais,
known for.
tentar aproveitar
Much
mais
less
um pouco
lethality
do
burst.
poder do Taren, um pouco mais do poder do Leleco, mas a gente tá vendo como o Manel e o Sting não estão conseguindo sinergizar muito bem as movimentações, e quando eles estão andando juntos, a gente viu como o Corinthians conseguiu tirar proveito desses momentos. Acho que se tivesse sido uma comunicação um pouco mais sucinta, eu ouso até dizer que eu acho que eles estavam desrespeitando a equipe do RATZ quando eles estavam ganhando esse
Oh.
game.
Exato, mas agora ele
Good hook.
fazer aquele pick-off, mais uma vez, quem
But they're just so tanky.
mas ele é resistente demais. Ele consegue continuar, olha a entrada do Chiari!
Yeah.
O Sting da eliminação.
Yeah, that's the problem when the Corinthians comp is behind. They have no tank to tank things up, and they don't have enough damage to actually kill RATZ. If they have enough damage, the game is simple. But yeah, it's coming back to bite them. And that was without Linkus too. If Linkus is with the rest of the team, they are literally unkillable. The shields that Karma can put out are just too big.
Conseguiu fazer bom dive sem sofrer esses abates. O Corinthians sempre
No way that the first series Corinthians loses to RATZ, right?
E vem de novo.
I mean, that's the most Brazilian thing to have happen, but
Duas torres da segunda
it would also be really wild.
segundo tier de torres, eles abrem agora então tanto da parte de cima do mapa quanto
It's
da
happening.
parte do meio.
Yeah, the big problem is that Chiari's getting masterworks to everybody, right? So the damage is going to start increasing.
Ganham muito mapa, olha a quantidade
And
de
RATZ already
torres
had
sendo
slightly better
colocadas
scaling.
na selva da equipe do Corinthians.
E professor, isso é uma loucura, porque realmente foi isso. Quando você falou da questão do desrespeito, eles tomaram mais um pick-off. E vamos combinar que do outro lado tá o time do Rato, né? E a gente já ouviu que um grande proeminente aí do nosso League of Legends já falou que tem que respeitar o Rato.
Pois é. Nossa, foi longe dessa, Andrezinho.
Ixi.
Essa daí eu tava pensando aí há bastante tempo aqui.
Boa,
É.
boa. Conseguiu encontrar um momento perfeito.
Trouxe até o pai aqui já pra transmissão, então já estamos bem já, né? Só... tudo bem, então vamos
Oh,
por hora
we don't
voltar
clear
no
the blue
partido,
ward.
porque realmente
The
isso
trinket.
aqui
Weird.
me esfarelou
Big guy.
um pouquinho, não vou negar não.
I'm actually not sure why sometimes we leave those blue trinkets there.
Enfim, voltando um pouco mais pro contexto aqui da partida.
Like, I know the
a gente
controller's
vai ver a
disabling it,
movimentação
and
das
that hitting it
duas
will give
equipes
vision,
pra
but
garantir um pouquinho mais
like,
de
you
visão,
could have just
um pouquinho
cleared
mais
it
de
first.
controle, tentar pegar alguma oportunidade, achar um flanco aqui. O Barão já nasceu. Então isso aqui coloca a equipe do Corinthians contra a parede, porque a equipe da RATZ, mesmo que não tenha tanto dano pra fazer o objetivo, ainda assim existe a pressão de que pode ser feito. Então se o Bini não estiver aparecendo na visão, já é um grande indicador que o objetivo pode ter sido iniciado.
Oh,
Mas
max range hook.
quem tomou foi o Castigado.
But there's not enough damage. Again, there's no damage. I don't know, these engages on Manel are hyper sus, man. Like, we keep engaging on one of their tanks with no damage to follow up. Corinthians kind of gifted this game. This is what, Corinthians' only second loss game-wise, I think?
Agora, realmente, eles compraram o que eles queriam, né? Trouxeram a equipe do Corinthians pra cima. O Manel acertou aquela
Ogre
loucura
me
dele querendo
engage.
errar, sabe? Mas aí ele se
Oh,
jogou.
man.
Não tem muito jeito, não. Ele acerta a sua
Like,
âncora.
why are we doing that? We didn't have
E a
to.
RATZ tá vindo também pra contestar esse dragão. Não vou conseguir contestar,
Nice, they
mas
get it.
podem conseguir a luta.
Olha o Tarin, é o jogador que fica mais atrás, tem a perseguição.
Okay. I mean, they could turn and fight this. This is 3v2. There's no teleports. Link is the only person to teleport. They're just scared.
Esse prêmio de consolação.
E a gente tá vendo no replay como tudo inicia. Essa foi a âncora que a Tabinha falou. É a âncora que você joga, mas você não quer acertar, porque eles não tinham
Yeah,
espaço.
that engage,
Então,
though,
a
that's
gente tá vendo
baffling
nesse
to me.
momento aqui, o pessoal da RATZ já tem muito mais recursos pra lutar. Então mesmo que, beleza, o Manel encontre uma situação boa, eles vão comprar esse tempo todo, porque também tem a karma que pode aparecer. Tem o
Okay.
RE que consegue...
Goldie's starting to get a bit too much, I think, for Corinthians to actually win a fight. They need to find a pick. Technically, they can still do it with the Pantheon, right? Just jump on whoever is not with the team. But they need a damage source when they do that. So, probably Tyrion or Trigo. Or Leleco, once he builds the Lord Dominic's Regard. Last Whisper by itself, maybe. I think you should play around Trigo, because Trigo's actually got the Serpent's Fang, which is critical against all the shields.
Acelerar mais suas habilidades para utilizar um RE, depois conseguir utilizar um RQ também na mesma teamfight. Então, com essa proteção, eles garantem mais tempo para esses cooldowns voltarem, para eles conseguirem mais efetividade de dano nas lutas. Pegam esse barão agora, derrubam mais uma tier 2, era a última que faltava.
Yeah, I don't like this. I don't like Tyrion split pushing. Like, he's not that fast a split pusher. I know he has TP, but... Yeah, like, you see, by the time he shows up, the fight's already kind of gone, right? Like, Chains of Corruption is worn off already. TP's a lot slower than it used to be. Okay. Wait, they're cooking? Leleco needs to TP into one of these wards back here. Too late. If he had TP'd into the back, like as soon as they pushed out Drake Hero, maybe they can kill Drake Hero in the 5v4. But as it stands, yeah, I think that was their last chance. Now they're TPing. Okay. Oh, that was huge from Sting. It's actually giga huge. Never mind, this is the last chance. Let's go. They can ace? Yeah, Link is running. Holy crap. Holy crap. Corinthians never say die. I thought I counted them out, but they somehow turned it. 4 for nothing. Nice. Yeah, I mean, they still lose the inhibitor turret, which is kind of rough, but this is giga huge. Oh. Huge shutdown. I think Sting picked that one up. Damn. Okay. Is it enough to turn the tides, though? Is the question. Because even though they won that fight, they're still down like 3,000 gold. They're still getting outskilled slowly. Or actually quickly, really.
Com pouca vida, os jogadores da RATZ acabaram sendo abatidos 1 a 1. Apenas a Karma continuou de pé. A equipe do Corinthians, então, agora realmente dá uma segurada nessa base e mostra que eles ainda têm lenha aqui pra pôr no fogo. E com uma outra
That'd be such a big win for RATZ if they can grab it.
E é potencialmente GG, porque a gente vê que ambas as equipes aqui já não tem essas tier 2 aqui. Então a gente vê que é muito fácil acessar a base adversária. Então qualquer
Okay, drag's up in minute 20. Oh, it's only third drag for both teams. Damn. I feel like somebody needs to be split pushing from the bot side to clear out the super minions. If not, by the time Dragon spawns, the supers are going to be pushing into your base, and then somebody has to go back to base to answer, and then you're too far away from the Dragon fight. There's no
vagas.
TP maybe Tyrant's TP will be up and
Acessar o
available, but you,
conseguir
yeah,
acessar o
there we go.
Infinity
You just need to
e o
answer it
RATZ
now
ainda
while
tem
you
um
still
cenário
can.
de fight superior.
And
Mas
push it
com
out
essa
as far as you
posse
can.
toda de visão aqui, a gente vê como a equipe do Corinthians pode encontrar essa brecha no momento perfeito, porque também vai ter o dragão que vai ressurgir daqui 45 segundos.
Foi cenário muito diferente, né?
I
O Corinthians
think
teve
he already didn't set up
uma
the top side right?
diferente.
I'm not sure. Looking at the minimap, it looks like it should be pushing away from Corinthians, so...
Eles vão fazer agora porque tá a tropa inteira da RATZ avançando.
Oh, RATZ wants to force a fight.
Eles vão tentar pegar esse inibidor, a galera do Corinthians vem tentando se aproximar, mas é perigoso
era.
demais eles colarem por aqui. Esse é o
Okay.
objetivo, mais um
Great call from RATZ. I think this is a really good call.
que vai indo pro chão.
They just brute force the
O
mid.
time da
They have the
RATZ
inside
não
track on
só
that.
fez isso daqui, mas também vai
Open inhib.
focando,
And they saw
vai
Tyrion
tirando a
pushing
parte
bot side
superior.
too, so...
Atitude bem sábia
Really
da
good call
equipe
from
da
RATZ.
sabe que o Corinthians não consegue entrar.
And then Corinthians are kind of screwed now.
Essa teamfight
They've got supers pushing 2 lanes, surrounding the dragon. They can't contest this. You sack this and you set up for Baron instead, I think. No choice. Really good play from RATZ. Whoever made that call, I approve. Yeah. Yeah, they just need to wait till the bot side inhib should be spawning
Pois é, a equipe da RATZ
soon-ish.
vai se
So,
aproximando cada vez mais.
like for this Baron, basically,
Essa vitória
Corinthians need to push out mid to try and access this Baron because they need to be mid to stop the supers from pushing. Then Tyrion has to sit bot side on this push until the supers are gone. Because he's the only on TP.
E realmente ainda respirar no campeonato, mas a gente tá vendo aqui que por hora o pessoal do Corinthians tá colocando essa visão na parte de cima porque também compreende.
Yeah, good on Manel to get those early wards down.
É difícil. Você
They'll get instantly cleared, but at least you'll see when rats start arriving in the area. You just don't want the Baron to get snuck away, and you just don't want an ambush to be set up on the way into the Baron pit from Corinthians. Okay, I think this is the second last wave of supers bot side.
Então realmente fica um pouco mais complicado de fazer essa limpeza, mas por enquanto eles respiram. Levam onda de minions até onde dá, colocam visão na própria selva, nasceu o Barão e agora é com isso que a equipe do Corinthians
Okay, they see all these members here. They know Tyrion is safe.
Tá fazendo a selva ali, sendo que era só pra estar no objetivo do Barão, e a gente tá vendo agora que isso pode ceder todo o espaço.
3 far side trinkets. 1 gets used. They see the startup.
Porque eles precisam forçar o
Yeah, rats are trying to start it up before Tyrion clears the supers.
Tá esquisita pros dois lados.
Yeah. Okay, last super got cleared. Baron's already half health. Ooh, nice true shot barrage. Equalizer, cook him. Nice chains of corruption. Where's the equalizer? There we go. Not perfect, but good enough. Drake Hero's gonna get Baron for sure. It's what they can find the back end of it. Ooh. Nice slow. Ah, Sting cutting the wave too. Okay, that's a nice move from Sting. That's actually a really nice move from Sting. Damn. Nice. Yeah, right. It looks like they thought the same as you. Yeah, they were gonna give Baron to try and kill, which is probably the right call. If they push into Baron and try and contest Baron, it gets really iffy for them. And Sting had problems trying to access it. He was not in the right position. Rats did a really good job zoning him out. Okay, I mean, Corinthians are still hanging on by the edge of their teeth, skin of their teeth. That cut from Sting into the mid wave was actually huge. It should buy Tyrion enough time to come back up. And then maybe you can try and find a fight in this area. Equalizes back up too already, so. Death cap completed Morelos as well. Serpent's Fang as well for Leko, cut even more shielding. Yeah, I think you're trying to make a play here. Like Manel Hex Flash or something. Chains of Corruption? Like, if Shigo can land chains here. Nope. Okay. That's your last inhibitor turret gone. Oh, that shield is sick from Linkas. They're so damn tanky. Okay. Ornn is immortal. Yeah. He's got what, 5k health now? Something like that. Okay. Rat's playing this really well. Nice and slow. Oh, Crossing Maul is kind of low though.
tentar levar mais um inibidor. Mas a gente tá vendo que essas flechas do
I don't know if I like RATZ pushing in here.
pode ser um problemão aqui pro pessoal da RATZ.
Exato.
Like, this feels like where they might overextend and die.
Alcançar esse ponto agora, porque
Okay, yeah, back off. I think that's the right call from RATZ. Just back off.
principalmente a backline,
Reset. You have too many low health members.
Crashmel também, Lynx também em cima dessas flechas do Varus, acabou perdendo um pouco da sua vida, então a equipe da RATZ foi bem segura aqui também, beleza, não conseguimos alcançar esse inibidor.
Okay,
Vamos
drag's
voltar
coming up in 48
pra
seconds.
Dança, e esse dragão
That one's
é
soul for
muito
RATZ if they can get it.
a alma da equipe da
If they get
RATZ,
it, you know, actually, perfect dragon for RATZ. They were lacking a bit of damage. Giving them the triple infernal plus soul
já virou partidas assim,
kind of helps a lot with
bem
that.
difíceis aqui no nosso circuitão, então eles continuam vivos e a RATZ tem que tomar cuidado apesar de estar com jogos nas mãos.
Exatamente.
And then now they're already immortal, and now they'll actually have damage as well to end the kill the carries from Corinthians.
Essas rotas laterais, o Leleco tem o teleporte pra juntar aqui um pouco mais rápido, mas a RATZ aqui já está se precavendo e justamente tirar toda essa visão do pessoal do Corinthians pra não possibilitar que eles venham tentar sequer contestar esse objetivo.
rolar.
E a gente tá vendo que é impossível nesse ponto, porque a visão já tá toda...
Man, this
por
is so
parte do
CD.
Então vão garantir essa alma infernal.
Best team loses to
Aproveita ainda mais e amplifica
just some random team in the league, not even one of the other top teams.
junto com ainda com o
We are burning equalizer here. Okay, Corinthians didn't even look at the soul. I think it's GG.
Da Carla, pouquinho DZ agora vai entrando
I thought the soul fight was kind of important, but if they're just sacking that, then I think it's going to be really rough for them. Maybe you just GG go next. The thing for the Corinthians going to the next game too is that they just screwed up the mid game and gave like, what was that, 5 kills, 6 kills total over to RATZ in the mid game for no reason. If not for that, they would have won this game already. So for Corinthians going to game 2, it's literally just a mental reset. Like, don't make the same mistake again and you're okay. For RATZ though, I'm really happy for them that they can pick up a win here. I think they've played well tactically. They punish the mistakes that Corinthians have made, and that's what you want to see. They've been very patient in this end game as well. Like, they're not overextending or giving anything away. I think it kind of shows too that, like, hands-wise, they can still hang with Vest. It's just their macro. If your opponents make mistakes, then macro is less important.
Tem que encaixar esses poucos porque é a única salvação para evitar essa iniciação.
Mas o Chiari não quer deixar, ele quer já fazer o engage.
Okay,
já
Ornhorn
joga
is
ele pro
down.
alto, abre um pouquinho de espaço para garantir essa torre de inibidor e mais uma vez o Manel vai tentando fazer a entrada para cima do Crashmel, mas ele é resistente demais. Teve a devolutiva
The
da
burn,
RATZ,
Crashmel is dead.
sendo eliminado. Daí no abate, força a galera flechar. O Bini também vai embora e a galera da RATZ coloca...
Oh, the hook from Manel!
O Manel ainda encaixa a âncora pra cima do Bini, mas ele tem a mobilidade do Ezreal.
These have got to be some of the most bugged abilities in the game. Like, lollipopping on the dredge line is notoriously bad. Like, the way it lollipops into crap. But also, Arcane Shift is like the real get out of jail free card. It almost feels worse than Flash sometimes, the way it buffers. So annoying.
Com 3 inibidores no chão, é muito difícil de sair até
The Corinthians live for more time. They refuse to end this game. Yeah, fighting all the way to the end. They don't want to GG go next. Longest game right now in the league is 51 minutes. 51-51. Is it 51-51? Yeah, 51-51 Rise versus Corinthians. So, Corinthians sometimes struggle to close out, I guess. Bronzioka always zooms in the VS. Yeah. Yeah, because it is. And like, Riot just doesn't fix it, ever. Like, Riot's just okay with leaving it, I guess.
E eles não precisam ter pressa para começar esse objetivo, porque
It is funny though.
entrar onda de minions na parte inferior do mapa, entrar na parte superior, eles começam o objetivo, mas não. Eles só
It's
vão
definitely
começar
created some of the
a
funniest situations or some of the big clips that we see in League of Legends.
É verdade, eles têm muito espaço.
Okay, Baron's already gone.
Deixar passar, só que eles não têm escolha. Esse
Corinthians have been late to every Baron. I'm not a fan of it.
Joga o Manel pro alto, ele não tem o que fazer. É abatido.
Yeah, they just get wiped.
Mas a galera da RATZ pode ter uma abertura monumental. Olha a chegada
Oh,
ali do Dequinho
nice.
pra cima do Trigo, ele tem que fugir e eles vão puxar essa lane.
Leleco is not doing damage with this poke. Trigo's doing more damage than Leleco right now, weirdly enough.
E os vacilos que eles cometeram foram cobrados pela RATZ, que vai
That's fine. Again, it's a GG goes next situation for Corinthians. They held on
São ali imparáveis, é muita gente.
arguably unnecessarily long.
Pra tentar quebrar mais o inibidor. Eles querem fazer cabelo,
Like, their combo is just not going to match scaling.
todos, e é o que eles vão fazendo. Eles até saíram atrás, mas conseguiram voltar.
Not against the Orn comp.
Pegaram o time do Corinthians de surpresa e rapaziada, respeita o rato. A RATZ virou.
GG, well played, RATZ. The RATZ got the cheese. Yeah, maybe RATZ are troll, like, kind of, but it's also really hard with their comp because they're so hyper tanky that even if they make mistakes, it's okay, you know? Like, they have so much margin of error. The good news for Corinthians is, again, we talked about, it's just a mental issue that they screwed up in the mid game, but also Ornn's off the table. And I think a lot of this works because of the Ornn, right? He gives extra stats, so the game goes on, and you get like extra 5k more stats than Corinthians can ever get. You know, you raise the limit by about 5k. Each ornament's worth about 1,000 in stats, 1,000 gold in stats. So that's off the table. As Lunar likes to say, better nerf Ornn, or in this case, better ban Ornn. Ornn is off the table. So RATZ can't do the same thing again. Yeah, and for RATZ, I'm actually curious to see how what they dropped in game 2, because they can't do this again. So where do you go from there? I feel particularly bad for Tyrion, because Tyrion like dominated his matchup, and then it kind of didn't matter, because yeah, when everybody was throwing, actually no, Tyrion started the throws. Never mind. I was gonna say like Tyrion was the one guy who didn't throw, but he threw. Mundo Seraphine. That's disgusting, right? That is absolutely disgusting. I actually like Ornn, but Mundo Seraphine, no, that's not okay. The problem with Mundo is Mundo's laning phase is actually not as good as Ornn's. Ornn's really good at going neutral and losing gracefully. He's quite hard to dive. Mundo, on the other hand, without hard CC, is diveable. So, but yeah, I think it would be an option if RATZ wanna go for the hyper like tank thing again. They also won't have Xin Zhao, which means that Corinthians can start drafting more like hyper carries for late game as well, like Jinx.
Parecia que ia acabar com o jogo, mas não foi o que aconteceu.
Exato, aqui tinha potencial de snowball, de efeito bola de neve.
Was Nefiri banned? Yeah, Nefiri's banned, okay.
Porque esse Panther saiu na frente, o Panther é esse campeão.
I do want to see Drake here on Nefiri though.
Seja a rota que ele tiver, ele vai acelerar, ele vai buscar os abates mais rápidos, vai ter um pouco mais de dano para oferecer. E aí teve apagão geral. Apagão.
What a wild series though. Yeah, maybe I have to raise RATZ. RATZ is honestly getting better and better. I am surprised. This C tier for me. Red Academy and RATZ have both performed really well recently. Like this last game or two that they played. At the rate they go, and maybe they go up to B tier. Even against the Corinthians that screwed up their mid game, to win is still a pretty big deal. I think besides that one mistake, Corinthians actually played the rest of the game out pretty well. When they're behind, they kept winning fights that I am shocked that they won, so props to them. Okay, while we go on break, I'm going to quickly use the washroom and grab more water. It's about the halfway mark, so I'll be right back for the continuation of RATZ versus Corinthians.
Mas eu acho que o cara que conseguiu segurar as pontas e realmente encontrar esse ponto de equilíbrio para o pessoal da RATZ voltar é justamente o Chiari, que é um grande nome que a gente sempre menciona aqui por parte da equipe da RATZ. Fez uma partidaça aqui numa situação que não estava tão confortável para ele, porque ele estava tomando pressão, então ele não conseguia ser tão proativo. E o Warner também não é um campeão que é tão ativo contra esse, como por exemplo um Rumble. Então a gente vê que o pessoal da RATZ aqui surpreendeu bastante, porque a gente não esperava que fosse um jogo fácil, mas ainda assim conseguiram essa vitória.
E mesmo nessa condição do Warner, eu sinto que ele fez demais, porque ele saía da rota, mas saía no momento seguro, onde ele não perdia tanto farm assim, apesar de ter perdido o primeiro 1 contra 1. Então me parece que o Chiari realmente fez uma grandíssima partida, porém tá só no 1 a 0. Tem mais série pela frente, vocês estão vendo aí na telinha, o Corinthians escolheu o lado azul. Será que vão empatar? Será que a equipe da RATZ vai conseguir vencer do nosso líder do campeonato? A gente vai descobrir isso depois do intervalo, então não sai daí não, que o Circuito Desafiante volta já já.
Okay, I'm back. We are on break 3 minutes before round 2. Or game 2 of Corinthians versus RATZ. I'm actually... So Corinthians get side selection. They got blue side to start. Yeah, I think that you still want blue side for Corinthians. There's still quite a few OP picks open. I wonder if they open up like the Yorick, Gwen, or Neferi for themselves, blue side. Like, we've seen Tyrion on things like Gwen. He's an absolute beast on them, so... I also feel like Sting could probably play the Gwen pretty well. I don't know, in my head, like, Sting's just an AP jungler, you know? So... those sort of picks, I think, would fit him really well. Yeah, there's still quite a few power picks, and because we don't see RATZ banning things like Kalista, I know Kalista's not a Trigo champion, but it could still be something you can pick up on blue side. Just pick, or you could pick like Ashe. I think that's more of a Trigo champion, or Jhin. There are options. It's just so unfortunate that they wasted the Rumble pick here. Yone, okay, you know what? Let's list them out. So Yone is still on the table. If we want, you know, strong power picks. Corki is still a thing that could be played. Azir for Leko is good. Linkus and Azir. Linkus and Leko. Actually, it's funny that these two are playing against each other too. Considering that Linkus was actually the sub for Leko. When Leko got called up to tier 1. Linkus filled in. And Linkus comprehensively won that last matchup that we saw in game 1. So... for RATZ as well, yeah, I think... I mean, we don't know what the last 2 picks were. I'm guessing probably Braum and Ornn, so... that's fine. Like, RATZ on Rid side, I'd like to see them save counter pick for Chiari. I still think Chiari is a very good 1v1 player. If you can get him... yeah, something that can carry then. And a favorable matchup. I always felt like he'd be a Fiora player, but he's never really played Fiora. I wonder if Corinthians maybe just keep the Gwen ban up here. Like, keep these 3 first bans and then pick an Aatrox for Tyrion. Because I feel like Tyrion's Aatrox was kind of nutty. Gary can play it too. I would be surprised if we end up seeing an Aatrox come through at some point. If we go game 3, maybe. Yeah. But for now, the world's your oyster. There's so many picks which are still available that... yeah. And that's my gripe with like best of 3 full fearless, is that it kind of doesn't matter until game 3.
De volta agora com o segundo jogo da segunda série do dia, que talvez role empate, talvez a equipe da RATZ consiga esse 2 a 0.
Last time you remember if you're in competitive was been with Lulu, he became a raid boss.
Uma vitória até então.
Yeah.
Nosso líder.
I mean, the LPL has always had really good Fiora top laners. But yeah. Okay, they did what I suspected they did they would initially. They opened up the Gwen and they first pick it themselves. Yeah, we've seen Akali come through. We saw Mago play Akali. I remember when they were casting that, I actually called in chat for Akali top lane, because we've seen Akali be one of the... I won't call it a counter necessarily, but one of the lane matchups that do better into the Gwen. Yeah, Pog on ongoing draft. Yeah, hell yeah. Okay, so we're looking now for potentially what's this, jungle and AD carry. Assuming that's not a jungle Gwen, it could be a jungle Gwen. And here we're looking for potentially, I'm gonna call it mid and AD carry, but it could be top and AD carry depending on where the Akali goes as well. Ooh, Jhin ban from Trigo. That's interesting. I actually thought Trigo might want the Jhin. Or maybe we go Xayah here because the Vi's already been shown, right? They're thinking might be jungle Gwen actually. Ashe pick up, yeah. That's preempted to stop Kalista. I'm fine with that. I think that's good. I think you just Xayah here, no? Xayah, you can survive all of this crap, including Akali. Ivern's open true, yeah. Open too, true, yeah. Maokai got banned, so that's not available. Never mind.
vai, né? Ela consegue ultar de muito longe, de repente se
Yeah.
consegue
Okay,
acertar
they
alvo,
go
ela
Wukong, so that is
consegue
going top.
trazer o atordoamento, facilita o jogo da Vai. E a resposta pra selva é o Wukong, que a gente tá vendo crescer cada vez mais também, né?
Yeah, I like that they held the solo lane counter pick. I don't know if Linkus can abuse it. I'm gonna be honest, Linkus to me did not stand out as like a particularly mechanical mid laner. So I don't know how valuable the counter pick is. But yeah, I still think it's better than nothing. Oh, and of course we go Ari. Frick me, I hate Ari. Oh, so that's Corki AD carry. Okay, that's an interesting choice. I am honestly not a super big fan of that. I would have much rather preferred to see Xayah down here to nullify the Vi. And I think Xayah does really well into Akali as well. Oh, so it's not jungle. Sorry, I'm an idiot. They already picked the Vi here. Yeah, it was. No, it was mid lane. No, that's right. Okay. Yeah, jungle calls on this side. Okay. That's fine. I don't. Yeah, I like this comp better just because I think this is an easier team fight with these components. And then Gwen is also kind of a beast. But this has a lot of individual stuff that can happen. So, okay, this comp, I'll give them like a 3.5. Like, you've got a good team fight core. You've got two champions with good skirmishing, a lot of mobility, agency, and team fights. I would give them a 4, but I think this comp has a lot of good answers to them. I like Talia as an answer into Ari in general. Yeah, and then you've got the Akali who can just run amok. And the problem's I don't see a great answer to the Akali here. Like, Wukong is good against her, but Wukong's probably diving in, not staying back to deal with the Akali. Leona can conditionally deal with Akali, but it's yeah, like I said, very conditional. The short misses her up really badly. So this is good. This is good. I don't like the Vi. I actually think the Vi is not great here. I mean, you can punish the Ari with it, I guess. It was one of the reasons why I didn't want to skin them before. But I'm not a huge fan of it. Oh, I forgot. Okay, sorry. Let me go back and screenshot this first. So that we can talk. Continue talking draft order.
A galera da RATZ picar e talvez banir essa própria Ashe e tal, acho que realmente foi.
So 3.5 on this side, and then the Ashe is probably going to struggle a little bit in this composition later on. It's not great into any of this. You can still win, but it's not. It doesn't do anything. She's still fast enough to catch you. Yeah, this comp's probably gonna be like a 3. I favor Corinthians composition, but yeah, RATZ is still very playable. And I do like the double globals they have as well to try and make plays happen. So RATZ like pick off, yeah, pretty much. If RATZ have the front to back, it gets really tough for them. A lot of their front to back will depend on whether or not Drake Hero is ahead enough. If Drake Hero is not ahead enough and they don't have a front line, they will just crumble against his composition every time. So yeah, I actually kind of like that RATZ drafted something like this because it will be able to do something similar to the first comp. Like, they don't have like the amazing scaling of an Ornn necessarily, but what they do have is that if you make a mistake against his composition, Chiari can solo carry on a pretty much. She can 1v5 if you make enough mistakes. And being able to find picks and just shutting this down will also break the fight up a lot more, which I think RATZ does better in. So yeah, very different from their first draft, but the win con is not dissimilar, you know? Like, punish mistakes from Corinthians, try and be proactive, make the first pick. I like the Corinthians draft a lot better than the first game, though. A lot better than the first game. I was not that big a fan of this. This actually has a lot more cohesion, and if they fall behind, they can still look for picks with Leona. The scaling from Corki Gwen is really, really nice, too. The only thing they can't really do is split push, because Akali just wrecks whoever split pushes against them. Stylistically as well, I think Corinthians is easier comp to play. I think that matters a lot in Brazil, like ease of execution.
Deve decidir na mecânica, né? Ali naquela inteligência da matchup e também no dedo, que pode fazer toda a diferença.
Não, a impressão que dá é exatamente essa, né? A gente vê que são piques muito coesos, vão muito bem um com o outro, O bagulho aqui é dedo diff, rapaziada. Não tem jeito. Porque o time que joga melhor...
Actually, there's a world in which you can just shut down the Akali with the Wukong in lane. Because even if she goes into fog, she drops the shroud. The Cyclone can still knock her up, and you can theoretically cover something like 90% of the Cyclone with the Wukong clone. So if you get the clone in the right space and Cyclone, it's a guaranteed knockup pretty much. Maybe it was the more important thing in the draft. Yeah, for Brazil, like ease of execution. Yeah, like 80% of the time, it comes down to which is just easier to execute. Actually, who was I can't remember who I was talking to about the fact that Brazil always plays engaged supports, you know? But I actually think enchanters are strong again. And I would like to see more enchanters being played. Maybe not in CD, more in tier 1, like more in LTA South. But like we have some good enchanter players in LTA South. Like Prods. I still remember Prods solo killing the Samus on Lulu. And the Samus was Lee Sin. What was that, 2023? On Pain Gaming? Right before they joined each other on Cades. Only what Trimby will play. Well, yeah, I mean, Trimby too should play it well. Maybe better than the way he's playing engaged supports right now. Because Trimby is not impressing me so far. Nah, man, Prod should 100% switch to Enchanter. He's got the Samus. He's got Scary on his team. Scary can be engaged. Yeah, Pain will probably stay engaged because Curry's just so good at engaged champions that it's crazy. Or maybe we'll start seeing more like Renata, maybe. Yeah. I mean, Scary can definitely play engaged. We saw him do it for Kaboom. Every time like they needed a vibes guy, he steps in, he plays engaged, and he leads the team, right? So Prods can play Enchanter. Snake or Ackerman can also definitely play Enchanter. Like I remember one of the first times. Like we've seen them at international play Enchanter bot lanes all the time. Snaker and Ackerman. And I feel like that's good too because Jose Deodo can play engage. His engage sense is really good. Maybe that will fix IE's problems. Both stuff in jungle being engaged is probably best in CBLOL. In CBLOL, yeah, but I think the LoL teams can do it. I believe in the LoL teams. Leviathan and Isra Zeshel, come on. Lead the Enchanter revolution, guys. I have faith. Because Enchanters are really strong in lane right now. And a lot of these engaged supports are actually like, very vulnerable to it. If you can shut them down, if you can win the bot lane, I feel like with the 80 carries we have in LTA South, like that's an actual big win con. Ooh, Chiari no flash. He's running Ignite. He really wants to win this lane. And Tyran's running flash, not Ghost. Interesting. Yeah, I really want to see Sting in this lane. If you can shut down Chiari and make that Ignite kind of useless, it'd be giga huge. Oh yeah, true. Titan like Lucian Nami. Yeah, I mean, Curry can play Enchanters, right? Like his Renata. Callisto Renata was the other combo that we saw from Titan Curry a lot. Yeah. Like, I'm not worried about the Curry side of things. It's just that his engage looks so sexy, right? Like, when he plays Rel, Alistar, Nico. His Nico is so cracked. Who played it this weekend? Was it Prods who played Nico, which didn't work out? I mean, it's kind of worked out later, but... Oof. Tyran's getting wrecked. Yeah, there was Nico that didn't really work out, but... Wait, hold on. Let me look it up now. It's bugging me. And we're in the early game, so it doesn't matter anyways. 35, split 2, scoreboards, go all. All engaged supports on day 1. Oh, what's Prods? Yeah, on Leviathan. Well, I mean, we can say it didn't do well, but I guess he still won the game, so... He must have found at least one good engage, I guess. Oh wait, he got a 4-5 man engage at the end. I think it was near Baron Pit. Wow, Sting is stealing away a camp.
falou, o famoso cê louco não compensa. E já partiu ali para outro lado do mapa, enquanto na parte de baixo o Sting continua dominando.
I see that far
Pode ser que
ahead.
ele ainda queira fazer esse Arong, hein?
Ele vai fazer esse Aronga aqui, mas não tem
Kinda
uma
crazy.
situação além disso nesse momento.
Muita pressão na parte de
Yo, Dark Knight, there we go. There's our number 2 in the LTA South League. So technically, we had all top 3 pop in today. Fulminant's 3, Lunar's 1, Dark Knight's number 2.
Cashmel foi ousado, talvez ousado até demais.
How you doing, Dark Knight?
Tomou ali o Ignite, vai ticando e pelo visto eles estão até considerando.
Hope you're having a good day so far. Ooh, Crosshill gets out. Fortunately, some people are having not so great days, so hope that there's some people are having good ones to balance it all out.
É uma situação complicada porque ele vai perder essa onda de minions a troco de nada.
Né? Talvez não role o dive, mas eles já são afastados, vão perdendo bastante experiência. O Trigo vai ali pisando cada vez mais longe. O Lynx ainda ensaia dar aquela colada para ajudar seus companheiros, mas
I don't know what Manel was thinking he's doing, stepping up there.
já pode recuar por aqui também e aparentemente vai ficar em
Maybe he wanted to drop a ward? I don't know.
É um grande problema, Tabinha, porque
Kinda aggro.
tinha total domínio dessa situação. Essa vai iria crescer, iria farmar.
Nice. I always love seeing the Leona tech to insta-clear wards. Doing good. How the game so far? Yeah, the first series was... the first game was the worst game. The second game got better, but it was still a little bit messy. Kaboom were flopping a little bit. And Los were able to absolutely take advantage of that. This match was interesting. Corinthians were winning until they weren't. Corinthians kind of threw the first game, but they still had some they were still playing really well, except for the mid game where they threw the game. But RATZ is playing well too to take advantage of it. So this series might actually be more interesting to me than the first series. Or at least the game 1 has been more interesting than the first series. Not the cleanest though, for sure. I have hopes this one will go to game 3, and then we'll get to see some interesting picks maybe in game 3. Hey, Drake Hero returning the favors doing away camp. Sting doesn't know. Lunar's so negative, RATZ might not be having a great game too. Who knows? Maybe they will. Maybe they will. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of their draft, but it's not an unplayable draft, so. And I can see the potential for the Akali to take over a game. Kiari, I feel like is that player's always had potential, you know? Oof.
Já tem esses perebentos
He's botting turn again.
As vaciladas vão colando, enquanto lá na parte inferior o Sting já puxou o gatilho. Tá a fim de levar.
That's a huge CS differential in the top lane already. My goodness. Bot side's kind of getting a bit gat as well.
Ele faz essa escola, entendeu? Todo mundo quer fazer o nome.
I wonder if it just comes down to like bot lane versus top lane
Mas a gente
carries.
A galera lá chamava de perebento, as perebinhas quando sai ali também. E aparentemente o Drake Hero tá a fim de fazer o perebento. Ele já tá lá por cima, deve garantir esse primeiro objetivo.
Yeah, the trading objectives as well.
Mas aí só em ocasiões especiais.
Holy crap, Kiari is playing on the edge of a knife right there. He's like just outside the snip range.
De luxo das vacilavas essa daí.
Caramba, nossa, cara.
He looks very comfortable with the matchup against Suan. Shouldn't Ashe at least keep up the farm? Okay, so the differentials we're seeing are 2 different reasons. Kiari is solo bodying Tyrion, but bot lane Sting spends a bit of time here to set Beanie and Crossymel back. So they missed like an entire wave. They got zoned off an entire wave and a half. So it's not like a 2v2 Ashe is falling behind. It's more like 3v2 got zoned out.
Uma receita pouco diferente, ele já compra 2 cristais de rubi, isso garante a ele pouco mais de vitalidade, né, nessas trocas, então acho que é uma coisa muito interessante para a área, principalmente com uma Thalia nesse ponto da partida, nessas trocas.
Yeah, that's why Sting is kind of falling behind a little bit. He spends a bit too much time in the bot lane trying to get his bot lane ahead.
Não tivemos nenhuma luta ainda, mas Drake Hero foi lá, comprou e conseguiu fazer seu roubo.
Mas eu tudo digo que a gente vai ver briga assim na parte de cima do mapa.
Olha a lâmina,
Wow.
vai tentando dar o troco.
Tyrion had to flash right away. That's really bad. Needlework also got blown. I don't think Corinthians can fight
Não vai
this.
dar em nada, mas a briga podia ser perigosa.
Mas a gente tava vendo que os suportes estavam se movimentando para essa parte
Yeah,
superior do
yeah. This top lane, this is a canyon developing up here, man. Holy crap. Gwen does grass nowadays. Yeah, she can. It's one of the build paths. I think we still see more Conqueror than Grasp, I want to say. But I think Tyrion's also not expecting to be able to stay in fights very long with Kiari, so he's opting for the short trades.
Já vai Drake Hero pra cima, o Tari vem tomando muito dano.
Okay.
Passando o Clash Bell, o Dig também
Aleko?
Olha o Chiari prestes a ser
Clutching it out. Let's go.
acontece.
Oh, even
São
better. They actually got
dois
turn one of the
abates
kills
pro
too.
Corinthians
Nice.
na briga que parecia que ia dar ruim, ia dar
Yeah,
bom.
with the Echo, I don't think he needs the kills. It's nice if you can get them, but it's not like
E a
critical.
gente viu como o Sting chegou ao resgate, conseguiu
It accelerates
ótimo
his
ciclone,
path, but
levando
yeah.
os 3 jogadores.
Tyrion getting
Isso
more gold
comprou
is
e
worth more.
favoreceu
Sting
a
getting
pra
gold, I think,
Vitality
is worth more
conseguisse
early game.
escapar e ficasse tranquilinho. Uma jogada que parecia com cara de RATZ. E
And the
a gente
Echo
já
still
viu
up in
essa
CS,
dinâmica. A RATZ inicia essas jogadas, mas o Corinthians está sempre um passo à frente e consegue.
The Echo showing Link is why he was
O
the sub.
Chiari podia ter essa vantagem, esse nível na frente, esse farm também, mas não contava com a chegada do bando
I thought they were
de
gonna
gols,
lose this
né?
until
4 jogadores
the Echo
lá em
showed up.
cima contra 3. A chegada do Sting
And
foi
well, and Sting, I
fundamental,
guess.
o ultimate
The
do
knockouts from
Corinthians
Sting were giga
acabar
huge.
efetuando pra cima de 3
Yeah, I think that's gonna be the answer to
jogadores.
Chiari's
A
actually
chegada
Sting.
do Leleco
Just
também
getting the
quando está
Cyclone in the Shroud.
lá, chegou essa área, então 2 abates, pra essa Gwen, que agora desconta um pouco dessa vantagem que o Chiari tava
You like
conseguindo
exhaust for
colocar pra
Gwen,
cima.
but he kind of needs flash.
Sutil na jogada,
Yeah.
conseguiu utilizar o ciclone pra parar o avanço do Chiari com o exílio.
I don't know. I
Conseguiria
think I still prefer the
trocar essa
exhaust
eliminação,
into the
mas
Akali,
nem
but
isso acabou acontecendo por
yeah,
conta
I don't
da
know.
execução
I mean,
do
the
Sting.
flash did
Uma
save
boa
him, so
jogada, e esse é o
it has
controle
its
que a gente
value.
espera aparecer no jogo
They
inteiro.
basically saved Tyron's lane. Yep. I don't even know if that's enough to save Tyron's lane. Tyron is just like anytime they leave him the 1v1, he's gonna struggle. And now that Chiari has ult too, it's super tough for Tyron. If an Akali can beat you pre-6, you know you're in trouble. Because at 6, you're just gonna hit Dove on repeat.
Dá uma noção da onde os jogadores adversários podem estar, acaba sendo muito importante.
Are we getting
Mas a gente
another
vai ver por hora.
gank?
Beleza, pegaram essas eliminações, mas
I think
não
we
tá
call for
sendo
another gank here.
muito em vantagem de ouro. A
Yeah,
gente
that
vai
would
ver
really
uma
save
qualidade
Tyron's lane if you can gank it like 2-3
em relação ao
times.
jogo anterior. Então um jogo um pouco mais calmo, mas ainda assim, quando tem seus picos de caos, acaba sendo fogo.
Tá sendo a palavra do dia aqui no Circuitão, né, rapaziada? Caos, caos extremo. E é o que esses times gostam de fazer
Caos
ali.
extremo é 2, né?
Oi?
Aí caos extremo é 2 palavras, né?
Tá tudo bem,
Não, não,
ele só
não.
quis incrementar, professor, tá tudo bem.
Pô, o cara tá brincando, o cara tá
Cara,
brincando
ele quer te,
comigo, mano.
te cancelar por
mano.
isso, cara. Que
Pô,
isso?
nada a ver, mano. Fiquei constrangido por aqui. Opa, ó a flecha passando no meio da galera. Opa,
I don't know why we're tracking that arrow.
Apagou o constrangimento. Desculpa, Brasil, desculpa.
It was slightly off center.
Tá relaxado. Fora isso, rapaziada, iniciozinho de
Yeah.
jogo, né? Muito parecido um pouco com o jogo anterior.
Despite
né?
the
Aquela
fact
briga
that
ali que parecia
Corinthians
que era
up
pra RATZ, eles ainda
2
tomam
kills,
aquela
the goal
iniciativa,
difference
mas
isn't really
também
showing it that
tomam a
much.
virada de volta ali pro time do Corinthians.
It's
Sai
slightly
pra
less than
frente, né? Já tá com esses 2 abates e é um
2
passo
kills
importante
worth
pra talvez
goal
buscar
difference,
aquela proeza de
including
família,
first
né?
blood,
Aquela próxima
so.
eliminação ali, o Corinthians já vai garantir esse importante objetivo e daqui a pouco, se a gente tá falando...
Okay,
de
do we see a fight for second set of grubs?
Dragão do Oceano na parte de baixo.
E
E lá na
existe
parte
lá.
I mean, Corinthians already there. Rats, they're not fighting it. Drake Hero's like wandering around bot side.
Mas a equipe da RATZ está mais pela parte inferior do mapa. Vamos ser a troca, então não teremos nenhum dos dois times com a fome.
Oh, they're sending many people down here.
Passar esse buffzinho a
I don't think
mais.
Leleco saw
Quatro, que fica 3 pra
the
cada
Drake Hero
lado.
sneak in the
A
bush.
equipe do Corinthians agora também tá um passo à frente
Okay.
de conquistar as proezas de objetivos, né? Aqui, uma leva de Vastilarvas, ele já tem
Ooh.
contra um.
I was hoping the dragon and grubs got desynced enough that Corinthians could contest it.
Iniciam o seu primeiro dragão da partida e pode ser.
E a RATZ precisa ser bem ágil aqui, porque a gente tá vendo que o Sting fechou a força.
They said we'll just see the
então
trade.
É um spike de luta que parecia um combo absurdo, mas é isso. Garantiram esse objetivo aqui. Acho que eles não estão buscando essas lutas. por
Link is
enquanto,
gank when
mas o
never.
Coringão
I don't know, I feel like all the recent Talias don't use their ultimates to gank anymore.
mas na
They
partida,
always use it for like a wall,
objetivos do
like
mapa,
when they're going for
ele
objective or
tá
something.
na rota superior.
O objetivo deles é abate, rapaziada. Olha a tesourada do Tarek.
Ooh,
lutando,
he got the
né?
ignite out.
Muito tempo ali.
Yeah,
Pô,
nice.
só
Landed
que
last needle
assim
work too.
Ele tomou ali aquele último hit.
Tyrion
mas-
actually winning that?
Ele
What?
só vai se afastar e deixar ele lá pra tentar
Could this be?
Aí, a gente tá vendo aqui por hora.
Wait, legit actually surprising one. What is this screen tearing?
Mas acho que o grande objetivo
Holy
aqui vai
crap.
ser justamente um pouco mais quando o Arauto nascer, a gente vai ver que as equipes vão
This is not me, by the way. This
forçar
is from
um
the
pouco mais
stream.
os objetivos, mas
The
acho
screen
que esse aqui
tearing.
é um grande ponto que as equipes se estabilizam em justamente chegar nesse spike do primeiro item, como a gente viu o Chiari pegando, cria fendas, o Drake Hero com o céu dividido. Então a gente vai vendo que as coisas vão acalmar um pouquinho, justamente porque não tem recursos, não tem objetivos no mapa para forçar uma luta e realmente fazer valer a pena. Acho que pick-offs aqui não é a grande arma das duas equipes aqui nesse momento de partida.
É, não ainda não consegue controlar.
Okay, Gary got his
a visão,
Rift
né,
Maker
pra
already.
você alcançar ali
Leleco is starting to
isso,
stack his
pegar
Rod of
um jogador que tá meio
Ages.
fora de posição, longe do seu time, você precisa de visão
Link is still
ainda.
stacking his
Então, eles, né,
Archangels.
ainda precisam de um pouco mais de espaço, sejam em
This might
torres,
take a
sejam em armas pra
while.
avançar a linha de visão. A gente vê bastante visão da equipe do Corinthians pela parte de cima do mapa, já que era onde eles estavam, né? Eles conseguiram fazer a segunda leva de Vastilavas. Não temos nenhum objetivo claro no mapa. Agora a briga das duas equipes, né? Essa corrida é pelos 3 abates, já que o Corinthians está um ponto.
Man, like this is actually almost making me wish for the days of lane swap, man. These slow early games where nothing is happening, and teams just trade objectives without fighting over them. Boo. Give me grubs fights.
Aquele momento, né, que o jogo dá aquela mornada, os dois times ficam pensando bastante. A impressão que dá de
Give me action.
nesse segundo jogo é que todo mundo tá com aquele, não diria medo de errar, né, mas aquela cautela
Receio,
extra,
né?
aquele receio. E pelo visto os dois times estão meio com esse foco de, cara, vamos segurar, vamos jogar na moralzinho, vamos fazer o nosso macro certinho pra gente fazer os objetivos por aqui, até por isso tá ali meio que no
I
empate.
can't make out what your emote is, Ray. Looks like an angry person.
Mas olhando ali pro placar de ouro, não é aquela diferença gritante. Mas aqui na parte de baixo pode rolar aquele pick-off que a gente comentou. Olha o Tyren ali, vem puxando, acha aquela zona ali de invencibilidade. E apesar de terem 3 jogadores ali pra cima dele,
Just think
ele
right
vai
back.
conseguir sair com tranquilidade mais uma vez.
Tava sozinho, mas consegue agora fazer esse recuo, ainda se mantém bem.
I don't know how I feel about these lane
cauteloso
assignments.
por ali o Tyren. Tem a proteção do Shin um pouco mais
Kinda
forte,
really
mas
weird. Like,
assim,
Hello Miss can actually deny away.
tem a possibilidade pro
I think we saw that. Was it LGA North or South
da
this
RATZ,
last
então é
weekend?
o que vai acontecer por hora. Do outro lado, a equipe do Corinthians lá em cima com Manel e Leleco pra tentar levar essa torre. Agora parece que a corrida é pelas torres, né? Caíram as barricadas, então
Okay.
essas torres estão um pouco mais simples de serem derrubadas. E aí, quem garante essa primeira torre ganha também uma proeza. E lá vem a
Yeah.
Bate.
Torre, mané, torre.
Nice.
o Marcelo não tá nem
No
aí,
chance to even deny
quer
it. Good
garantir
gank from
a
RATZ.
bate. E o time da RATZ vai levar a eliminação pra cima do Tyren.
E a gente vê que foi uma boa criação de jogada.
You love
né?
to see it.
Porque a gente viu que tava o Leleco na parte de cima, o Manel também
No,
na parte
can
de
they
cima.
answer
Então, a
topside?
resposta é justamente lá.
E aqui vai rolar a
Oh,
também,
perfect CC
a
chain
situação
from
que a área é dificílima.
the stun into charm.
Ele escondendo a fumaça, pode pegar uma
Woo.
bate. Ele
Well played from carry,
samba
though.
na frente do
1 for
jogador
1 in a gank like that.
e ainda vende caro demais esse
That's a
drive.
win.
Só que a torre tá com dias
A corrida,
contados.
a corrida pela
Pode
torre.
ser aquele rush. Vamos ver quem vai levar primeiro.
Nah, Trigo wins this, man. They're trying to build up the suspense, but there's no AD carry down there.
Também ali a proeza de força e nessa corridinha, né, nessa emoção, saiu bem o time do Corinthians.
Pois é, e ainda conseguiram defender atrasado.
Yo, early games are
por parte
cringy.
do pessoal da RATZ.
Also, that is like a
Belíssima execução
cringe
por
face.
parte do Chiara, ele conseguiu esse abate, trocou essas eliminações, então não saiu tão atrás em termos de ouro, então garante que possa continuar crescendo na partida.
Okay. I mean, Herald's usually when we start seeing teams actually really fight, because there's only one Herald. There's nothing to trade. Dragons aren't quite worth a Herald.
Mas a gente vê que toda a posse de visão aqui por hora é da equipe do Corinthians, que já inicia o objetivo, e o pessoal aqui
Corinthians
da
are...
RATZ
Rats are like so...
chegar aqui antes do objetivo ser
This is what I mean by Ratz's macro is not very good. Like, they're good at setting up individual plays, like Drake Hero's gang at the bot lane, but they're not good at playing for the objectives. And it gets more obvious in the mid game. In the early game, you still see them just like, trade like, oh, grubs for dragon. Easy trade. But as the game goes on, yeah, it's not so simple anymore. Like right now, Dragon is actually closer than I thought to the Herald timing, but yeah, it's just not there. So you can't just trade that.
E a gente viu como a vantagem que o Trigo acabou criando nesse
No.
também garantiu que ele tivesse um pouco mais de tempo.
No, we're doing so well today. This is our first pause of the day. It got to the point where I forgot about pauses. What have we been pausing for? What happened that we need a pause here? Like, there's no fighting, there's nothing. Everybody's just doing their own thing, chilling, you know?
Apenas algumas questões ali nas rotas, né, como a gente vê, todas as rotas dominando a favor do Corinthians, menos a parte superior.
Like, actually nothing is happening.
E a gente viu como a vantagem
Was there some sort of thing that happened in the mid lane? Some trade? I don't know.
Eles tinham vários abates que foram
Super random, super weird.
agora
Okay.
bem mais pé no chão.
Não tá todo mundo focado ali no
That's it. The game state's actually
Vendo o Corinthians
pretty
mais uma vez esse arauto, né?
close right now. The gold differential is like
Esse arauto agora, então a equipe
300 gold in
vai-
favor, 400 gold in favor of Corinthians. It's really, really tight. RATZ especially, I think, has done a fantastic job keeping up in lane against Corinthians. Corinthians have blown some teams out of the water, like straight out in laning. So props to RATZ for that. And to me, it's not even like Sting isn't ganking or anything. Like, Sting is active on the map. So yeah, it comes down, I think, just to the fact that they're individually laning pretty well. What I just need to see a bit more from them is like actual setup on objectives, you know? I think if RATZ can do that, that would instantly level them up from I've got them at C tier. If they can clean up their macro and actually just set up for objectives, they instantly go from C tier to B tier. Like right away. So yeah, it's not me. Like I'm going back and forth just to make sure it's the feed. Okay, that's fine. We're back. It was a short pause. So it was okay. Not the end of the world. People tripping.
Caraca, o pensamento é muito rápido, rapaziada. E também
Ride the Herald, ride it in.
Ai, já lança essa torre ali pro chão.
F an instant turret.
Lança a torre pro chão, rapaziada. Isso. Finalmente lançou ali a torre pro chão. Mais uma pro time do Corinthians.
Okay.
Mas o engage
Rasmel
é
went
fantástico.
too deep.
Já chega no meio da rapaziada, mas ele tá vendido, não teve follow-up, pessoal. E o Torão vai.
Chiari was looking for the flank too on the side.
Não se entendeu.
But I think the trigger got pulled a little bit too early. Chiari couldn't get in there.
O time do Corinthians pode tentar até fazer
And that's
esse
Dragon
jogo.
going over
Essa
Corinthians.
iniciação, quando você não tem esse follow-up, ela não é efetiva porque você precisa que os outros jogadores estejam em condições para acompanhar essa
Like,
jogada. Isso abre
Okay,
espaço
after
pra
this I'm gonna go back and
mais
look at the
um.
setup, because I think the setup was bad.
Falando em follow-up,
Okay.
a duplinha de Thalia e vai, já vem colando, forçam o flash ali,
Turns on the
depois da
side.
paredada, mas o time do Corinthians não arreda bem. O Timão continua no covil, o Leleco vai
Interesting.
fazer a
I don't know how they got vision on Lurko. There's no ward there.
Ele também consegue flechar, vai embora. Eles garantem esse dragão das nuvens, mas olha o Chiari chegando
Okay.
no meio da rapaziada. O
They try and run them down. Cross the mouse back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
O neutralizado
Okay.
fica nas mãos do Lynx. Na
Yeah.
sequência, Drake Hero também garante o seu
Nice.
e a
Nice try, nice
flecha
try.
faz aquele golaço entre os
Yeah.
times.
Once again, you see, like RATZ are good at the tactical play. Like when they see the angles to start the fight. But sorry, I just want to go back to like the start of this fight.
Caraca, o pensamento é muito rápido, rapaziada. E também quem é rápido é essa cabeça. Finalmente lança a rapaziada, mas torre pro chão, mais uma pro time do Corinthians. Mas o
But this to me is when like
lança a torre pro chão, rapaziada. Isso. Finalmente lançou ali.
tactically the engage from Crossmel is good, right? Like he sees the angle, he goes for it. He tries to catch a priority target. Well, he catches a priority target on Trigo. But strategically, it's a bad call because your gold is on Chiari, and Chiari's not here. Chiari's trying to transition through, but he's fighting Tyrion, so he's always going to be really, really late to the fight, and y'all aren't strong enough.
Mas o engage é do Crash.
Like you can see, without Chiari, they can't really follow in and actually help out
E o Torão vai
Crossmel.
de base, o time
And
da
that's with the Vi on your team. But then this fight though,
no meio do caminho.
it's like Chiari's here and he does work, and so now you've got your strength. They see the angle and they just go for it.
Chegando no meio da rapaziada. O Crashmel teve tempo até de voltar pra fight.
Yeah. I respect what Trigo and
Neutralizado, fica nas mãos do Lynx. Na sequência, Drake Hero também garante o seu.
Manel ended up doing. They were going to die anyway, so they just bought space and time for the team.
Mas com dois abates na conta do time da
Yeah.
RATZ.
So it ends up being pretty even. Corinthians get the drag for 2. Well, 2 and a kill, I guess. So it's yeah. Oh, good grief. Okay, they caught Chiari. Can they kill him? Nope. Unfortunate. Ash couldn't follow up either. Yeah. Just as a whole, like when Crossmel went in, the only person who could really follow him up in that group was Drake Hero.
Mas aqui, comentando, a Kali, que é uma campeã muito móvel aqui, o pessoal do Corinthians, eu acho que eles estão mais conscientes, mas eu tô vendo uma movimentação muito interessante que o Manel tá sempre tentando buscar pressão nessa rota lateral pro Manel poder jogar,
Unfortunate.
e através disso, conseguir um pouco mais de visão na selva, e acho que é um grande acerto que eles vêm fazendo aqui nessa partida, é porque a equipe da RATZ tá tentando controlar um pouco mais com a Ashe, e acho que o Crashmel acaba perdendo muito tempo, ficando pela rota do meio, pegando pressão pro lugar onde eles não ganham nesse momento, mas a gente tá vendo aqui na parte inferior, também, novamente, o Manel parece que tá em todo canto, pega a pressão na parte de cima, pega a pressão na parte de baixo,
Oh.
tá conseguindo
Very
pressionar,
disconnected.
mitigar toda essa visão da equipe da
Is that what
RATZ.
the pause was about?
Vamos verificar que eu acho que ele tá com o teleporte escondido aí no bolso. Tá
Hopefully he doesn't have connection issues. He's kind of the main carry for RATZ right now.
Quase agora, rapaziada. São 3 jogadores da Red chegando. Ele é tanque demais, ele resiste, ele tenta
Oh,
fugir,
okay.
mas
Wow.
não tem jeito. O abate vai pras mãos do Lynx.
Agora com uma sincronia melhor,
Tyrion didn't have
né,
needlework. If he had needlework, maybe they could have turned that.
Pra conseguir acompanhar, assim, além dela conseguir chegar mais rápido, ela trava também a
Just playing it
possibilidade de
safe.
fuga ali do Manel,
Yeah.
que não tinha o
Another great catch from
foco. A
RATZ.
equipe da
Yeah, they're
RATZ
finding small
tá
advantages.
bem demais. Esse duo
I'm actually really shocked because last game RATZ won off a mistake from Corinthians. Like
agora pra equipe
Corinthians hard through that game. If they didn't feed like 5 kills like that, 5, 6 kills, RATZ wouldn't have been able to win. But this game so far, it's not like Corinthians are making mistakes. RATZ are actually just playing really, really well.
É a corrida também pelo
Like they keep
desenvolvimento
finding picks, and
dos
Corinthians are struggling
caçadores,
right now.
dos mid-laners, que tá bem equiparado, mas agora
I'm not going to say Corinthians are doing the wrong thing either. They're showing up to the objectives. They're looking for the objectives. When they're at the objectives, they're strong because their team is better at team fighting. So they don't want to be like, looking for picks for no reason. And they have looked for multiple ganks onto Chiari at this point. So yeah, it's just Akali's really hard to pin down.
como essa área quer jogar. E a gente tá vendo que o Leleco tá numa boa condição aqui pra poder jogar de uma forma com mais
So game 1, you can see Corinthians through, but if game 2, RATZ win, it's RATZ who won this game. Like, so far, they are the ones making things happen. That's helping them win.
Sei que será que vai ser uma coisa que eu sempre gosto também de lembrar pra galera de casa, galera, nosso público.
I will say though, I don't like the fact that Linkus's Weaver's Wall is still not participating in a lot of fights.
Os 10 stacks, né, nesse bastão das eras, o portador ganha um nível à frente, então é sempre bom ficar ligado. Ele tá
I would like to see Linkus try and set up
um
more with the wall.
só de XP na frente do Link, se a gente reparar ali na barra de experiência, mas ele vai ganhar um nível inteiro, né? Então é importante pra área, por exemplo, pegar 3 níveis na sua ultimate, menos tempo de
Rip it out
recarga,
here.
mais facilidade de chegar nesses alvos, e por falar em chegar em alvos,
There we go.
tá bem engaged da
See,
RATZ.
I like that. That was a good try. But they missed it, now they're gonna die for it.
E tem a chegada do Sting, tá girando no meio da rapaziada.
The idea was good, the execution was flawed.
O Crashmel, o próximo jogador a ser focado, é o Leleco pra cima dele. Ele é forçado a flechar.
One
e
more
o
Spirit
time da
Rush.
RATZ vai
Ah,
tentando
minions.
fugir. Meu Deus, o Minion goleiro
Okay.
salva o Crash.
Pois é,
Honestly, not too bad for RATZ considering they got pincered like that. Because he didn't have vision behind them. Only losing one is already probably one of the better outcomes. But Corinthians, they get that, they get objective, right? That's the big difference between these two teams. Corinthians always get an objective off the back end of it.
O próximo é essa alma, e essa alma dos ventos pra Tyren, pro Sting que tá vindo com esse Wukong e também o Leleco, é uma alma que é perigosíssima, porque isso acaba intensificando campeões que aproveitam muito bem esse recurso.
Exato, né? Utilizando a ultimate, eles vão ter um pouco mais de velocidade de movimento. A equipe do Corinthians então fica nesse ponto de alma, a equipe da RATZ vai
Right, we
jogando
saw this sort of
no
gank.
outro
Oh,
mapa,
come on,
porque
not
eles estavam
again.
ali perto ali do Atacan naquele momento.
That went south. We are in the south moment, right?
Tudo indica, né? Vamos observar para
This
ver o
is
que tem que fazer, né?
LTA
Às
South.
vezes você toma muito dano ali para fazer, então tem que ficar muito ligado. Eram 3 jogadores já se aproximando por esse Atacan. Então, a qualquer momento a gente pode ver mais um objetivo sendo feito.
But yeah, I mean, the whole Talia gank, like, again, I respect that at least they tried to pull the trigger on that. And to me, that's more what I want to see. Because I think if you're playing offensively, like, even if you screw up, usually the screw up shouldn't be terrible, you know? It's like medium risk, high reward plays when you're being the aggressors and setting up your plays. But if you're always sitting back and waiting for things to happen, it's kind of like high risk, high reward, where the other team gets to set up and do what they want to do. So
Mas eu acho que eles não estão se atentando justamente nessas brechas no momento dos objetivos que é
I hate
mais
these pauses so much.
importante.
It just
Eles
messes
cedem
up the flow of the game, you know?
momentos que
And every time we come out of pause, I'm going like, wait, what just happened? Where are we? You know?
ficam e
I can't imagine what it does to the
potencializam a equipe
players.
do Corinthians a ficar ainda mais forte. Então, eles têm que
INTZ
ter um
just
pouco
losing
mais
in
de
peace.
cuidado e ter um pouco mais de carinho com essas jogadas,
INTZ?
senão eles vão
Never heard of them.
espaço e vantagem demais pro timão.
Yo, INTZ is vanishing from the scene. It's like one of the saddest things, man. They're like a massive piece of Brazilian league history just vanished when they left. That's so sad.
Tava bem perto da torre, era uma boa tentativa.
But it is what it is, I
A
guess.
Thalia oferece muitas dessas ferramentas, né? Tanto com o muro da Tecelã, com o seu W, ela facilita muito a entrada. Teve a flecha da Ashe também que conectou. Então isso facilita um pouco que eles alcancem os pick-offs, mas tava muito perto da torre.
Exato.
E aí tava também a galera do Corinthians toda ali, a galera do time
Earlier, it
inteiro.
showed that it was
Então, isso eles conseguiram
Chiari who
arrastar
disconnected.
foram
I am
pra cima
hoping,
depois de
like I said,
ser
that he's not having
iniciado.
internet
Tipo,
issues.
iniciar, estamos aqui.
What our INTZ fans are up to? Yeah. Like, did they just join another fan group? Okay, wait. This might be on.
Operação. Não foram, ainda não teremos
There
esse
we go.
objetivo
Sorry.
sendo focado.
The loading issues were mine.
Mostrou ali o quebra-cofres, mas no fim das
Yeah.
contas, só se
At least the pauses are pretty short compared to like the first couple of weeks. The first few weeks were really bad.
Tem teleporte por ali também. Eita, vai ser sujeira da RATZ, hein? Vai ser rataria, ele já vem se
Okay.
aproximando. Mais uma tentativa de pick-off pra cima do
We're looking for
Tyren.
turn again. The bounce
Mas
house.
o Manel tá por ali também, ele pode ser pego no meio do
Nice.
caminho. A flecha
Be
conecta,
proactive
ele
plays for
vai
RATZ.
toma ali a
Medium risk, high reward.
flecha, olha o Crash jogando a galera pro alto.
And there's run Sting down. Holy. Ooh. Trigo hurts. Damn. The hell? He came out of nowhere.
A tentativa do Leleco de levar o Link.
Drake Hero's out of mana too. This is a long lane. Oh, yeah.
Conecta pra cima do Vini.
Oh my goodness. The Leko and Trigo. Holy crap. They're going Super Saiyan. What did we just watch? Holy crap. Leleco and Trigo just were too angry to die. Holy crap. I want a replay on that. Thank you, CD. Yeah, nice in turn to actually block the cease and desist. He kept him alive long enough for the rest of the team to show up. I thought they were cooked when this happened. And Sting and Manel got run through.
Esse foi o ponto de virada para a
Yeah, dive in.
Exatamente aqui, ó.
Oh, 2 turret shots.
Leleco contra 4 jogadores da
Okay.
RATZ. E o Lynx tava bem, o Bini tava bem.
What does Leleco have? He actually kind of hurts.
No individual,
I thought he went the Rod of Ages build.
vale esse
Oh,
charme quem tá
getting
chegando
Charm onto Ash was critical. I think if he had hit somebody else, they actually might have been able to kite back.
não tinha o
But,
flash, o reset da área,
damn.
tá aí pra mim, o
Okay.
também dessa nova build da área, ela tem mais condição de se manter.
That was really clean.
Com um pouco mais sangue, então ela conseguiu
Holy.
ir pra cima. Agora com seu Mejai também com 10 stacks, a equipe do Corinthians vai iniciando esse
I went right back to it again. Oh, okay, it's also 10 stack Dark Seal. Okay.
Bem complicada, mas novamente, o Corinthians vai ficar fazendo esse jogo.
Yeah,
de
I think he just bought the Magi's after getting all those kills.
Gostei da adaptação, professor,
So.
pensou rápido.
Gato e rato, gato e sapato, Corinthians e rato, no caso, por aqui também. E agora a gente vai observar exatamente como vai ser essa movimentação na parte superior do mapa, né? A qualquer momento, se tiver um pouquinho de pressão, a galera do Corinthians vai fazer esse objetivo.
Ooh.
E outra vez, eles
Starting this
estão
up.
jogando, são 4 jogadores. Quem tá próximo por aqui é a
Yeah, I don't think
Yari.
RATZ
A galera
can-
da RATZ ainda vai demorar pra chegar.
Can they contest this? Weaver's Wall's up. Maybe they can.
Ele bate muito.
Yeah.
Olha a vida
Ele é
do Sting,
cruel.
gente. Brincadeira.
Yeah. No, that's fine. They're just buying space for turns to push. I think that's the right call.
Eles não precisam,
pressão.
eles só precisam tirar, forçar alguém.
Corinthians have done very well to play around Chiari. Like, Chiari got the early lead, but since then, he's not been able to really do anything. Oh, nice sidestep. Great dodge away. Tyrion is cracked. Oh, Trigo. Okay, Trigo did that to himself.
A gente viu essa cena
Like, Trigo's on his own and decides to walk over the wall in vision of Drake Hero. That's just asking for trouble, mate.
Que tem uma segurança muito grande de caçar esses alvos,
No point in doing that's gone. Yeah.
Trigo.
Trigo.
Por ali o Drake Hero para encurtar essa distância, então Trigo.
Brother Trigo, I'm out here trying to preach you a good word, you know? And then you do stuff like that.
Essa derrubada da
Ai, ai, ai.
lá pela parte inferior a favor do
But Leco's
Drake,
having a
que
stellar game, though. 4-0 and 5.
Ele saiu
And holding the mid
bem
lane.
mesmo contra dois jogadores, então foi um ponto
Yeah.
aqui para a equipe do Corinthians que vai mantendo por hora essa
Yeah.
vantagem.
Again, great single pick from RATZ, but what do you get off the back end of it, right? You can't push, you can't get a turret. Dragon hasn't spawned yet. Atakan and Baron take too long. You didn't get anything.
É, mas a gente tá vendo também que eu acho que o grande
Just
ponto da
golden
RATZ
pocket, I
é que eles não
guess.
estão conseguindo encontrar uma brecha boa pra utilizar o recurso do Bini, mas olha aqui a briga no azul.
Ooh, nice basket.
Opa, o Crash Mel é ele que faz aquele engage um pouquinho mais longo. Força o Sting a utilizar isso ultimamente pra tentar correr. O Chiari na parte de baixo.
Yeah, I don't think they can actually chase yet. There you go. Cease and desist is not back up yet, so even if cease and desist was up, it's still really risky. I think the Cyclone Rep messed them up.
E a gente viu que ali que começou o fim da primeira partida.
Ooh.
O Sting tomando pick-off naquele
Yeah, that's on
lugar.
Tyrion. He walked into that.
Ele também tá perdendo muita vida.
Olha esse X1
He's gonna die because he walked into that.
Foi pra cima, já garantiu aquele flash ali também, utilizou todas as skills,
Yep.
não quase nada. Finalmente tem a
Oh,
bola,
and he gets out.
solar.
Clean from
E a
Linkus.
parede pra fugir,
Let's go.
dá aquela snipada pra cima
Yo,
do
this series is actually giving us better games than the Kaboom low series. Damn. I don't know what's in the water this week, but I'm impressed.
Saiu de maneira gloriosa com o muro da Tecelã e isso deixou o Leleco no chinelo, mas o pessoal do Corinthians quer continuar
I'm
o avanço,
impressed.
mas agora o Lynx pode ser que não consiga escapar, não tem o seu flash e ele quer defender esse cerco.
A galera da Fiel quer a vingança, acertou o charme, olha a aproximação do Sting, muito dano pra cima do Lynx, mas ele tem o apoio do Crash Mel por ali. Eita, tomou esse hit da torre, foi cruel pra cima
Oh.
do Sting, mas agora tem também a aproximação do Barreiro,
Yeah.
garante a eliminação pra cima
And
do
then,
Lynx, e é isso.
Okay, Drake Hero is coming around for the flank though. I don't know. Okay, TP, yeah.
Dois jogadores, tem teleporte também, o Drake Hero já
Okay.
garante a ultimate.
The TPs are so long on this
Mais
patch.
uma vez ele, outra eliminação nas mãos do jungler do time da RATZ e agora a perseguição vai ser do
Oh,
Banana,
nice
do
flash
Sting,
from
ele
Sting.
flecha pra conseguir sair daqui. O Chiari também vem chegando. Será que eles
Can they do this now? I don't know if RATZ have enough damage to do
esse
this.
dive, mas pode ser que finalmente a gente veja o camisa 9 sendo feito.
Pois é, um jogo de indas e vindas aqui, a gente vê
Okay.
que a pressão não para, as equipes voltando suas jogadas, enquanto na rota do meio também o Trigo colocou
Okay, yeah.
do Bini, não deixou
Okay,
de
they
jogar,
stalled the
mas
bases
o
long enough. They
Chiari
should be
não
fine.
quer deixar o aviãozinho em paz.
RATZ will get
Por
Atakan.
enquanto, o Trigo também tem esse flash, tem essa barreira, mas a gente vê que o grande foco dele é justamente manter essa pressão na rota.
I want to see the gold graph. I feel like the gold graph is kind of like, because like every time it's quiet, Corinthians get a lead from better laning and catching waves better. But every time like a major event happens, usually RATZ wins the event.
Pensei um pouquinho, viu, quando você falou camisa 9,
foi
fiquei aqui
derrubado dentro da área
pensando.
ali, é pênalti.
É, então, mas no caso ali não foi.
And they got Dragon too.
Liberado. O VAR
So RATZ got both the
beleza?
objectives.
Esse VAR aí também é
Damn.
brincadeira, mano. Tem que ficar de olho, tem que
Vamos
calibrar esse
deixar
VAR
esse
aí,
papo
mano.
de lado.
Pô, o
vamos
cara caiu
deixar
dentro
esse
da
papo
área, pô,
de
tem que
lado.
dar pênalti, pô.
Então, mas é porque eu tava aqui pensando por que era o camisa 9.
O
Aí eu
atacante.
lembrei que é o atacante. Não, muito bem. Demorei um pouquinho,
Não
mas
é só o
consegui
professor
raciocinar.
que tá contra, entendeu?
Caraca, falta eu, né? Vou ter que começar a aprimorar minhas piadolas também. Vou ter que começar a dar uma notada. Mas de
Yeah, I
fato,
think Corinthians
o que
need to
vinha
group up a little bit
acontecendo
better.
aqui, a equipe da RATZ está se recuperando muito bem. O Leleco caiu, né? Ele não tinha ainda cedido.
They've got a
VATZ,
small lead
e
right
agora
now,
cedendo
but
seu primeiro, ele
yeah.
perde também boa parte.
They
ali
keep
do
playing
seu
split.
intermediário, perde um pouco dessa
I think
pressão,
RATZ will
e
just pick them
como
off one by
sempre,
one.
né, uma área que chega um pouco mais tanque, que dura um pouco mais, tem também um cria fendas, causa também bastante dano agora já nesse ponto da partida. 31 minutos, tá nível 18 o Leleco. Foi derrubado, a equipe da RATZ continua avançando com o buff do Atacan agora, que eles têm ainda essa torre tier 1 do meio que tá atrapalhando demais o jogo deles, precisam derrubar.
Essa build da área é imoral, vamos combinar. É brincadeira, é muita resistência, né? Ele dá muita liberdade pro jogador fazer o que bem entende. Você viu que o Leleco, de vez em quando, ele perde um pouco o respeito, né? Tudo bem que pode ser cobrado.
Okay, RATZ starting to deny vision away.
Ele tem essa
Arrow doesn't land.
fazer o que ele quer. E o Lynx, ele quer fazer engage ali pra cima do Tyrion mais uma vez. Não consegue
Oh,
acertar o
really good
Drake
patient play from Drake Hero. They waited till the Hello Miss finally timed out.
Mais uma tentativa por aqui.
Huge
Dessa
pick.
vez o Lynx
And they have
acerta.
GAs as well. So if RATZ want to take the risk and just brute force the Baron, they've got GAs. They don't care. And they've got now numbers advantage. They should be looking for, yeah.
Da mesma forma, com a mesma receita.
They should be trying to set up vision and then looking at Baron and maybe turn.
Nesse ponto aqui, porque acaba a névoa, a gente vê que eles têm outros recursos.
I think this is a
Mas a gente
kind of hard
tá
push.
avanço aqui agora da RATZ na rota do meio.
Olha
Okay.
o Drake Hero ameaçando, já chegou ali por trás da galera, não deixa o Manel ficar numa liberdade.
Yeah, you can see how much damage they're taking on this push. I think it was unnecessary. Baron was the safer play. And once you get Baron, it's so much easier to take the turret anyways.
Então o time da RATZ vai sair
It's fine.
sem entregar muita coisa e
They
garantir
should just
essa
Baron, just
corrida.
kill. Exactly, yeah.
Me parece também que agora a equipe da
If they just went for Baron there,
melhor como fazer essa
it's
coordenação
kind of tough
de
for
entrada, né?
Corinthians.
Primeiro
Because
veio
they have to
o
go in
Vision,
through the front
nesse
door.
caso não alcançou, mas já tinha o
And
lead.
now because you
Agora
tried to brute
já
force
tava
the turret, you got the turret, but you got to go for the reset so you get Baron.
encurtar as distâncias,
It's much easier to get
mas
Baron than
foi
push.
acionada.
Oh well.
Ela foi acionada depois,
It's fine.
onde já era muito mais fácil para alcançar esse abate. Então tá difícil aqui para a equipe do Corinthians achar
They still have the GA buff.
uma-
Oh no, it just wore out.
uma forma deles irem
I was like, oh, they still have the GA buff. They can still make it, try and force it, but then it just wore off. So
é fatal.
yeah, I don't know. Disagree with what RATZ did there.
Sendo uma bomba de fumaça, ali, uma cortina de fumaça para criar um burburinho e criar seu espaço de iniciação, mas ainda ressalvo que a gente não tá vendo muita
And now Corinthians have been able to set up vision around the Baron pit again. That RATZ had to work so hard to clear.
Com essa itemização aqui focada no Flash Atroz, então ele vai dar mais dano com o tal, mas ainda assim, se você não acerta o Ultimate Dash, acaba que você não tem uma função completa do campeão, então eu acho que ele não tá conseguindo...
Pretty much
usufruir
dead even in
muito bem
gold.
dela, mas eu vejo que os aliados dele estão conseguindo aproveitar muito bem os momentos que ele cria, mesmo que ele não acerte a flecha, mas por hora a gente vê que o controle aqui das equipes acaba voltando para essa parte do meio aqui dentro da selva da equipe da RATZ, porque o dragão vai nascer e pode ser alma pro pessoal do
Oh.
Corinthians.
Okay, good poke damage.
Onto
Onto Manel.
Yo,
Yo, Crossmel has gone deep. Kiara's on flank. Okay. Crossmel's melting even through Unbreakable. Oh, Unbreakable wore out. Ooh. Oh, he got Sting? Wait, this fight's kind of tough for Corinthians now. They have no jungler. RATZ only lost Beanie. Kind of sucks they lost Beanie though.
Mas pelo visto o time do Corinthians vai tentar ficar tranquilo.
Mas a gente viu que o Lynx fez esse retorno na base justamente pra voltar e encher seu HP.
Oh,
E o
Crossing
Pico
Mel's
aproveita e vai
melting.
tentar eliminar o Clash Royale, mas não foi.
Olha, a galera vai sendo cercada, ele encaixa por
Yeah,
aí.
let's go. The Link is TP.
Descontado.
It's a slaughter.
É, o Manel já sendo
I am-
ações, a terceira.
I'm actually so impressed with RATZ right now.
Fica nas mãos
RATZ
do
went the short-term gain.
Drake
Yeah, and it's biting them. Oh, actually, no, it's not biting them, sorry. They got away with it. It should have bit them. But yeah, RATZ end up getting it. That's crazy.
Exatamente.
RATZ are actually winning this on their own merit. They are doing this so well right now. They are team fighting like a beast. I thought Crossmel inted a little bit when he did this, but it actually worked out super well.
Olha o Chiari como ele chega também muito bem no flanco. Entra primeiro, ele perde bastante.
Tyrion was a little bit scary though in the back line.
O Sting, que
That's why Beanie still ended up
vai
going down,
tomar
but
ele, e poderia ser a condição ali de matar o Crash
yeah.
Royale.
Oh, Chiari.
Não consegue alcançar
Chiari's Akali. I love, oh man, I just love so much. Like, give Chiari counter picks, man. This guy is a 1v1 monster. Look at what he did in lane. And if you give him something that can carry and can counter, and he can counter pick, it's so good. I feel like Corinthians, yeah, they knew they were dead, so they saw the TP and they're just like, screw it, we try and kill. We ball. Try and kill whoever's coming out of the TP first, and then maybe we can try and play the other side, but no. He got wrecked. Yeah, really well played. Oh my goodness. RATZ might actually be the first team to hand Corinthians a series loss. This is crazy. They're only the second team to hand Corinthians a game loss. The first team being Kaboom. It's crazy. Hey, Dark Knight. He's long. SCCP, aka the... You're not the commies, Lunar. Actually, if Corinthians were a political party, I have no clue what political party to be. Oh, Sting got caught. The zoning arrow from Beanie there. Wow. He's gone golden. He's so dead. The moment Tyrion has to go gold like that, he's dead. RATZ are doing it. They're actually gonna end. They've got Baron buff. I can't believe this. I can't believe this. This is crazy. I thought Los Kaboom would be the CV LoL diff game. It's actually Corinthians versus RATZ. That's the CV LoL diff game. That's crazy. So I'm just going to pause for a quick second and give it half a second buffer. Trigo's still in the game, which means nothing. Yes, Trigo lives, which is utterly irrelevant. He did manage to get the mid lane in a turret though. At least he managed to get that. But this is the biggest gold lead we've seen in favor of RATZ this entire game. That's crazy. I'm so impressed. You know what? I'm gonna preemptively, that's the word. Move RATZ up. I'm so impressed. I'm gonna put them here. I'm gonna put them above Stella. I'm probably gonna regret that tomorrow when Stella plays, but for now, I'm just so impressed. Like, Corinthians are not even playing badly. This is RATZ just going like completely god mode on them. It's crazy. Trigo's Brazilian upset. No man, upset is European Trigo. Trigo's been doing this longer, it feels like. Oh man. Okay. Yeah, it's just so hard. Like, normally I criticize like teams, the losing team like Corinthians, like, oh, they're not making proactive plays. It's not even true. We've seen multiple gangs come through from Sting. Sting's trying to set up ambushes. Manel's trying to find engages. RATZ is just playing better right now. And every time they leave somebody, it looks like they left somebody overextended. It's actually not. They have backup nearby. The only criticism I have of RATZ this game is just that I still don't like their macro, like the calls for what objectives they go for, or to go for objectives. A lot of their picks just felt like, oh, we see a chance to kill somebody, we go for it. That's my only complaint. But other than that, yeah. So I'm just pausing to give it time to buffer. I don't know why it's lagging out like that. Can get them a sponsor, not sure they have one. Bro, if I could get them a sponsor, I'd have gotten us over at LTA South a sponsor. PC update. Oh, actually, speaking of PC update, I just realized my body seems to have frozen up here. I think... Yeah, I think something broke. Wait, give me a second, let me fix my body for a quick sec. I need to reset this. With Hot 4X? What is Hot 4X? I have never heard of that. Yeah. No, I'm just paralyzed in shock by the fact that Corinthians have lost, and to RATZ of all teams. Oh, actually no, I should phrase it this way. Not that they've lost the RATZ of all teams. That RATZ of all teams is like going insanely. It's like they're just popping off, you know. It's crazy.
que nesse primeiro momento não
There we
chega
go.
a fazer esse dive, não pega a eliminação, mas garante a
Damn it, Lunar.
E a gente tá vendo que eles fizeram esse avanço, gastam alguns recursos novamente, saem na frente nessa jogada e a gente tá vendo
You know what? Tampax should sponsor Goddess Cup.
pra esse objetivo, mas o Corinthians responde com o Tari do outro lado do mapa, troca de torres aqui e a gente vê que eles tentam responder.
That would probably be better for their market demographic.
Fazer essa aproximação
Though,
dos
I wouldn't mind them
laterais,
sponsoring-
descontando, conseguindo objetivos
Yeah.
também, recompensa de objetivos.
I wouldn't mind them
Essa partida,
sponsoring,
o Ratz tá com
like the
7
main
mil de partida, hein?
LTA South
Um
as well.
time de ouro, na
Nossa.
verdade, 7 mil de partida. Já pensou, meu Deus, 7 mil minutos? Não, não é o que vai acontecer aqui nesse caso. Mas conseguem abrir uma grande vantagem, então o Corinthians tem essas recompensas.
There'd be a bad sponsor for Kaboom and Los though. Those games were quiet in the beginning. Nothing happened.
Tem um cajado do vazio um pouco mais
You have, I'm sure you do.
É um momento de tensão. Tem dragão sendo executado. Já
Okay,
pode
Rats gets
jogar
Dragon
alto,
for
né?
free and gets to rotate to Baron because Baron didn't even spawn yet.
Barão e já foi iniciado.
E o
Isso
Manel foi
mesmo.
visto
To be fair, Corinthians do have a lot of damage though. So you can how fast it's melting. It's going to be gone by the time that TP completes. Yeah. You see, it's gone by the time Kiara gets there. It doesn't matter though. They're going to get slaughtered in this bit. Manel's already dead. Kiari's playing in the Shroud. Yeah, it's a slaughter, man. Trigo gets caught. Oh. No way Trigo doesn't die? Okay, there we go, yeah. For a second, Trigo looked good for a second. He gave hope for a second. But then he died in a second. Kiari's running for the flank. Man, all those clouds are coming in clutch right now. Oh, that pit. That's hilarious. Kiari. Thumbs up. His corpse giving the thumbs up. That's hilarious, man. Kiari dashed right into everything Leleco threw out. Oh, Sing lives. Still, that's just crazy. 4 minute rate. Trigo's gonna pop up. Ah, he just popped. He's gonna pop. He popped. Bro, Ari. Hey, it did enough damage to kill Kiari when he dashed in. So. Evidently not quite zero. Man, that's crazy. That's. Okay, Kiari for MVP, I think. But. Even. Okay, Kiari for MVP for me. But at the same time, I do. Nope, wrong one. What did I want? I wanted paint. There we go. Kiari for MVP, but I think Drake Hero had a really good game this game. Like, Drake Hero was very active. In game 1, too, I think his Xinjiao had a lot of proactivity to make things happen. So, yeah, I'm glad Drake Hero and Kiari are reunited from the Liberty days. They did feel like the strong point of those Liberty rosters. And yeah, Rats playing to them, I think is spot on. Well played. Really well done. Imagine losing again. Imagine losing with Rumble, man. Like, with Rumble Varus, too. I don't know. Yeah. And again, I don't think Corinthians played like terribly. I don't think they played as well as they could have played. Like, they didn't play perfectly. I think they played better in weeks past. But this is not a bad game. Like, they're not terrible games. They threw in game 1 for like 2 minutes, 3 minutes. They threw the game. That was just 2-3 minutes out of like a 40-minute game. And here in this game too, I don't think that they played badly. I don't even think that they made like mistakes. They just got outplayed by Rats. Damn, that's a lot of damage from Linkus, actually. Linkus had a good game, too. Yeah. Linkus actually beat Leleco, I feel like, in both the games. Game 1 was in Karma, so it's, you know, kind of whatever, but yeah. AC better than Drake Hero? I could get behind that. I think AC and Drake Hero are very similar, so I wouldn't say better than. I think they're both pretty similar. I'm sad that AC kind of vanished, though. But yeah, no, I've always, I mean, before Tatu went to Pain Gaming Academy, when he was back on INTC Academy, I thought that Drake Hero and AC would be the future of Brazilian jungle. Now, I do think Tatu's better than them, but I do think they are still very good junglers that could potentially come into Year 1 LTA South. Yeah. I mean, you can say Rats baited them. I don't even think they baited them. Like, Corinthians could have built comps around this, right? Like, literally, if you had just switched up, like, in the first draft, instead of picking Pantheon here, you could have gone... Okay, Maokai is banned, Sejani's banned. Skarner. Go Skarner here. right? That's simple. And then you've got something that can follow up and great AoE. Instead of the Jace here, you could have gone, I don't know. Actually, the Jace is fine. I'd leave the Jace. The Jace is okay. I actually kind of like the Jace pick there. Yeah, they have options. This draft from Corinthians is better, though. Game 2 draft was fine. I think there's cohesion in their Game 2 draft for team fights. But, yeah. Hey, Bren, welcome. You're just here at the end, actually, of the stream. We had a quick 4-0 day. I think it's only our second 4-0 day ever in CD. And we just had one of the biggest upsets. Corinthians is like the top team. They had not lost a series prior to this. They just lost a series to a average or like to a middle of the pack, slightly lower than middle of the pack team in RATZ. And RATZ is like a pickup team. But it's got some old names like Krustiel and Linkas, Chiari and Drake Hero. And they just won. So, yeah. Yeah, Brent's supposed to get the credit scene. Lunar, Scar doesn't solve the issue. I think it well, what jungler would you pick up here then? Because Maokai and Sedge are the best too. They're banned. Or you could have gone Wukong here. That'd be fine too. But I prefer Skarner because I think you needed a bit more tank line. And Skarner with Impale is great follow-up for Varus and Nautilus. It also has better gank paths, I think, than Pantheon does. So. Yeah. Like I wouldn't want an inferior going with that comp, so. Spectrum had a huge outage all day and you say, damn, bro. Every time I hear about Spectrum, it's negative stuff. I also hear that in the States, a lot of times y'all don't have options. Like you only have one internet provider, so. There isn't a good jungler for those 3 lanes outside of Sedge. I mean, agree to disagree. I think Skarner is good for the Rumble, for the Varus, Nautilus. The only one that Skarner's not amazing for is Jace, but Jace doesn't have great pairings necessarily. That's why I was like hesitating, like, do you want the Jace? Like, you could switch out the Jace. You have better options than the Jace, but I think the Jace could have been played with the Skarner if you wanted it. Like, it's not the end of the world. So. Oh, they give it to Chiari. Oh, no, that's right. Yeah, I did say Chiari. Brain fart for a second. Yeah, I think Chiari's Akali game, especially, was really clean. I was very impressed. His game 1 on the Ornn was like kind of meh. He got bullied really hard in the lane, but he came out pretty well out of it. I was like hesitating between Chiari and Drake Hero. I think Chiari had a much better game 2. The highest peaks was probably Chiari this series. I think Drake Hero is a little bit more consistent between the 2 games, but. Yeah. He can't. Oh, for sure, Skarner can't baby with all 3 lanes, but he doesn't need to, right? Like, technically, Varus Nautilus should win their lane, or at least go even. Rumble wins his lane, 100%, and technically Jace wins his lane. Or no, he doesn't win his lane to Karma, but he can play into Karma and shouldn't need to be babysat if he's playing properly. But yeah. Yeah, you'll hop back out, try to catch the rest of the games this week. Okay, so actually, speaking of that, good time to bring it up, Bren, since you mentioned it. There's only today and tomorrow this week, so it's Monday and Tuesday. I will not be co-streaming tomorrow, unfortunately. I have some work, and then I have a class in the evening as well. So with the overlap, I would only be able to catch maybe like 1 hour of games. So yeah, because of that, I'm sorry, I won't be able to co-stream tomorrow. I'll miss the games. What games are they? And are they important games? 8 stars against Rise. Okay, probably not that important unless Rise somehow win the series, which could happen. We literally had the biggest upset today with Corinthians finally losing their first series. But I think K-Stars Academy should take that. And then Stella versus Dopamina. Dopamina has quietly impressed me, but I think Stella should still be better. Yeah. So, yeah, middle of the table teams. Yeah, Bren, hey, if your internet's working, feel free to co-stream it, man. I've been told like we have rights and we can just pop on whatever channel, just same rules as what we do for LTA South, like, you know, be respectful, that sort of stuff. Yeah, so unfortunately I won't be able to stream tomorrow. So the next time you'll catch me will be either this weekend on LTA South or catch me live will be LTA South, or next week, Monday, when we get a 3-day week once again. Also, Gringo Silverados, we are recording that on Wednesday morning. So if you all have any questions, feel free to drop it in the Discord channel. I did remember to make the question channel for this week. So yeah, feel free to drop in. But that's it for today. It's been an epic 3 days of games. Brazil, South America has delivered both on LTA South and in CD now. Peace out. Thanks for dropping by, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye. Oh, not tomorrow. I keep saying tomorrow. I'll see you all this weekend. Bye. honors and reports. Yes, Lunar. I do intend to keep that one. Yes. So you don't have to add that to the questions.